자 갑니다. 인텔 익스트림 마스터즈 청두 롤드컵 결승전 경기장 바로 옆에서 카스2 열리고 있고요. 준준결승 플레이오프입니다. 첫 번째 경기는 바이탈리티 대 아스트랄리스. 첫 번째 맵 인페르노. 자유 대 디바이스 보트의 싸움 재밌겠네요. 먼저 테러로 시작하는 이 바이탈리티, 그리고 CT로 시작하는 아스트랄리스. 누가 맵을 선택했는지 이제 왼쪽 위에서 볼 수 있고요. 미니맵 위에서 있습니다. 피스톨 라운드 자유가 제일 먼저 하프월에 딱 붙었습니다. 팀원들은 연막도 있고요. 천천히 바나나 안쪽 땅으로 들어오고 있는데 훅시가 플래시를 던졌습니다. 피킹! 조일베타 1킬 트레이드 해주는 자유 더블킬을 하고 갔습니다. 그러나 CT가 3명을 트레이드하면서 좀 더 어드밴티지 가져갔고요.
You're too lobbed in, but follow through doesn't have to be found right now. Plenty of time to play this out.
아스트랄리스는 그룹 스테이지에서 몽골즈를 2대0, 나비를 2대0 이렇게 전승으로 꼽고 올라왔고요. 다만 이제 승자조에서 팔콘스한테 져서 준준결승부터 시작을 합니다. 롭즈도 잡혔고 플레임즈까지 마무리 지어지는 아스트랄리스가 피스톨을 가져갑니다. 자, 뭔가 다를까요? 진짜 이게 최근 상대 전적이 바이탈을 아스트랄리스 상대로 2대0을 3번 냈습니다. 작년부터 3번 만나서 2대 떡 3번으로 다 이겼는데 최근 아스트랄리스 폼은 꽤 괜찮아 보이거든요. 또 프로까지 진출할 정도로. 바이탈리티는 그 스테이지에서 조금 뭔가 경기력이 약간 흔들린 것 같기도 해서 이거 오늘 봐야 될 것 같습니다.
It's not just this year. It's not just with the down situation. We'll get more into that later. But right now we got a force fight out from Ba이탈리티.
진짜 메이저도 우승 많이 한 선수. 매지스크 선수는 또 바이탈이 또 23년에 파리 메이저 우승을 했었던 또 친정팀이기도 하죠. 오랜만에 또 팀 동료들을 만났습니다.
Look at the push though right now from Hooksy. T-stairs control.
You're right. This is an awful lot of very quick
테러가 포스파이하고 A 사이트 앞에 모여 있습니다. 수비 시작하는데 쓸렸습니다. 피스톨로 한 명 트레이드 하고 하지만 뒤에서 훅시가 나타났고요. 혼자 남는 자유까지 마무리하면서 2대0으로 빠르게 앞서 나가는 아스트랄리스.
Okay, you're going to be happy with that. Well handled, and they're going to get themselves up to the 2-0 start with 3 almost a certainty.
상대 포스파이 라운드까지 잡아주면서 총 다 떨구면서 CT 되게 출발 좋죠. 돈도 많이 모으고 별로 타격도 안 입었고요. 테러 한번 이코해야 됩니다. 이러면 이제 3대0 출발이 좀 더 확률이 높아 보이는 아스트랄리스.
Medical emergency, Saw having to stand in, and that's how they get themselves here.
잠깐만요. 매지 선수 칼. 와, 팔 치운 나이프 오토 트레이닝.
Not expecting anything at all.
레전드.
I think when you look at
the amount of time that Magic has been
in this roster, they've had 4 events, this being the 4th.
아빠가 된지 얼마 안 돼가지고.
Playground 2, EPL Season 22, and PGL Masters Bucharest, which had a bit of a sour ending. Device being ill, unable to play on the final day. Raga having to stand in. But this right now, minimum of 5th, 6th placement for Australis. That is their best placement in any of those tournaments so far.
바이탈승에 17분 걸어주셨고요. 통나무 8만 개, 배당 1.05. 7분이 아스트랄리스 역배를 가셨고요. 인페르노 이기면은 21배 역배가 있습니다. 근데 아스트랄리스 출발 좋아요.
So check it out. They beat Spirit, or rather Mongols beat Spirit 2-1, and Astralis beat Mongols 2-0. So Astralis better than Spirit.
Okay, at the moment, a lot of teams are better than Spirit. It doesn't seem to be lining up too nicely over there with these new additions. Give everybody a little bit of a history lesson as well. The last head-to-head before with these two teams. Hold up. Should be calm.
야비가 조금
calm. That's another kill. How much more are we going to get out of this?
해줄 줄 알았는데 좀 빨리 죽어버렸어요.
I mean, it's Magisk though, right?
매지스크가 핏에서 보고 있어요.
Usually is.
M4를 진짜 주워서 왔거든요.
He's talking about ooh, a bullet hit by the FAMAS.
총알이 별로 없었고
Magisk has done very well.
혼자
managing his angles by time
마무리 지으면서 3대0 출발.
But a couple more casualties than they would have liked.
Yeah, Molly went a bit far there to isolate that position. Well, we're about to get into the first gun round. Vitality had a
예,
really tough time.
플레이오프인데 아무래도 청두에서 중국 관중, 중국 해설이 경기장에 따로 있어서 그 중국 해설 소리가 마이크에 안 잡히게 관중 소리를 줄인 것 같아요. 그래서 조금 아쉽긴 하네요. 관중 소리가 막 와 하고 더 크게 들렸으면 좋겠는데 이제 영어 스트리밍 쪽 해설 볼륨을 키우는 것 같습니다.
How does Robs approach this all right?
자, 플레이오프는 싱글 엘리미네이션으로 지면은 바로 탈락입니다. 오늘부터요. 플레이오프는 저희 카스는 이제 그 더블 엘리를 안 해요. 바로 단판입니다.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. First gun round of your opponent, and you take down their prominent. Ooh, and a better one now.
부스트했던 거.
Catching the boost, not distracted by that log bullet.
자, 바이탈리티 첫 번째 바이 라운드도 3대5로 출발하고
Just a
있어요.
tip of the head, but he still has the precision required, and so. I was about to say how good can it get for Astralis into the first gunny, but not only does
그러나
device open up,
아스트랄리스 수비 3명 제대로 사이트에 와 있습니다.
Still capacity to block.
디바이스에 뚫었어요. 자유가 미친 피킹. 더블킬. 에이펙스가 또 잡고 자유 더블킬로 사이트 들어왔어요. 셋이서 3대3으로 사이트를 이기고 들어왔습니다.
They have a kit. They can give this a look, but he's restricted by this deep
이테크를
smoke.
위해서
Might have to
사이트에
let
오고
Yabi
있는
play first through
매지스크와
banana
야비
before he can
그러나
make a
일단
move.
연막에
Just cleared out
가려졌고요.
half wall now, approaching quick. Plenty of time for them to piece this one together to save face after two.
2대1 리테이크 상황. 해체킷 유틸 들고 있는 시티.
Taking a look, taking a swing off the flash. Yabi progresses forward. Util to be thrown. Scuttles a smoke. Hits the shots. I was down. It's up to
프레임즈 혼자
Flamesy.
남았습니다. 1대1.
Dips away and isolates the first. Time
매지스크
sensitive
스모크
here for
폈고요.
Manchester.
해체 킷도 있는데 닌자 디퓨즈 시도해보나요?
Now tickles it out. Flamesy playing the time. Plays it well.
플레인즈의 1대2 클러치.
Astralis starts brilliantly, ends with a Flamesy clutch.
Okay, well, everybody in the
바이탈
server
첫
going
번째
down within that round. Now, the
걸
ramifications of the finances for
3대5로 굉장히
Astralis
불리하게
because of those
시작했는데
casualties they took
이
against
사이트
the Force and the
뚫고
Eco.
들어가서
It is going to mean that they're going to be lighter on in some
라운드를
departments, but the same for Vitality. Right?
자유가
You have some Galils in lieu of
디바이스를
AKs, you're
이렇게
going to have to rebuy
뚫었어요?
everything. Interesting, right? I thought the rotation on device was good, but a fantastic shot from Zywoo, and then a better follow from Apex, really good trade work. They're in the restricted utility, and they grabbed their first rifle round, but this one right now is for the economy.
헤드 딱 찍고
Two M4s, two Deagles and
프레임이
MP9.
좋았습니다.
3 Galils, an AK, and a MAC-10. But looks like we're just going to settle into some standard play. Now, what you have to keep in mind is the approach from Vitality. How much of
바이탈 입장에서도 이기긴 했는데 피해가 굉장히 컸습니다. 그래서 AK 하나밖에 없고 갈리 3개랑 백텐.
Do you play a little bit earlier into A, like we saw with Robs, just waltzing through apartments into
CT
that all
총
blind?
섰는데 라이플
Set up
2개,
Flamesy,
MP9 디글 2개.
Boiler and Halls control. And Banana taken in unison. So a lot of map control now
유틸은
for
그래도
Vitality.
CT가 좀 더 많습니다.
Forces out the block smoke.
네, 어서들 오세요. 반갑습니다.
These can be some of the
프레임즈
most
선수 이번
chaotic
대회에서
and
머리핀
entertaining
꽂고
rounds of Counter-Strike when
게임을
everyone has had to make compromises. You have to think outside of the box at times with your setups.
Looks like they're just going to go into the execute right now, but they are lacking Molotovs. So these two players backside being Hooksy and Stare are in a position to do some
45초
damage. Device on the boost. 3 players here.
승섭이 전진하는 바이탈.
Device smoked off the line.
야비까지 4명 수비 보러 옵니다.
Rotation is on the way.
들어가요.
He's
바이탈.
going to flash for device. Timing seems good. It was
디바이스가 먼저 잡혔고
good positioning to start. Robs, however,
총알이?
no, they're chasing
칼로? 야, 죽였어요, 칼로.
Scares him in bits.
근데
Still
트레이드
not
싸움
enough.
치열하게 했지만 마지막에
Rotation late. The one man
갈릴로
who didn't
2명
rotate B
쓸어버리면서
has to do it all now.
매지스크만 남습니다.
Good cover, good team play. And Madness just caught on the lip
수류탄
there. Bit of a
꺼내다가
movement. Goopsy.
Yeah, going to be frustrated, right? Them swinging into that. Two players were low, right? Robson and Messi there.
바이탈리티가 걸라운드에서부터 2연승.
Exactly. So just getting caught at an unfortunate time. But they will have the eco now. So
그래도 뭐
the last time
1,500원
Astralis beat
벌었네요.
Vitality,
When was that?
January 2024, online when
납살 수
Blamev
있나?
was still on the roster. So they've played 7 times since then, and the last being at Cologne this year. That was when Stan was on the roster. For those, he's
스테어가 칼
They've
들고
played 7 times since then.
yeah, well, 2024.
Yeah, well, sure, it was a while ago, but I'm just clarifying. It's only
그냥
been
이코
one-way
한번
street.
해야 됐군요.
Vitality with the
스테어
dub.
선수
Exactly.
3,600원.
And that just shows you The issues that Australia's been having, it's no secret in the world of Counter-Strike that this team is no longer in the elite conversation. They are trying to reclaim that.
3대 5 라운드 진 게 좀 커 보이네요. 또 바로 라운드 따로 잡히고.
With the major right around the corner, a victory, something that would be the upset maybe of the
미드로
tournament.
5명. 프레임지 트리플 킬. 빠르게 다음 라운드.
All right, taking stock right now, there's the ability for Stair to drop an AWP across the device, so he can get that back and flowing into this next gun round. He'll be hooked up with an M4 himself.
You know, I'm curious if that that first gun device in apps early pick on Robs is going to hamstring his early fights. If that was a game plan that he's immediately going to just scrap, or if he will continue to address that or investigate that.
결국 3대 0으로 출발했는데 동점 허용한 아스트랄리스 3-3. 디바이스 선수 블랙펄 N9 스킨 들고 딱 사서 바나나에서 출발. 하필 칼 들고 빠지려고 할 때 피해서 쐈으면은 죽었는데 아쉽고요. 자우의 엉덩이 살짝. 계속 리피킹을 했는데 자우 선수 프리에이밍 갖다 대고 있었죠. 디바이스 헤드 맞고 쓰러집니다.
That's supposed to be the AWP head-to-head, but he's doing it with the AK right now. Stair
플래시 맞고 못 죽였어요. B 수비 2명 다 나갔습니다. 사이트 비었고요.
Yeah, it feels like you have to save in this circumstance.
훅시가 연막샷이나 좀 쏘다가 세이브 해야 될 것 같습니다.
The lurk of Robs still in apps, so you are restricted right now of where you can find safe haven to hold on to these guns. The loss bonus 2,900 going into the next. So if you hold on to these three, you can drop two and have a full M4 round going into the following. But that's if Batality will allow it. So scamping down banana down T-stairs is Zywoo. Joining him will be Flames.
바이탈 정도 되는 선수들이면 그냥 에임 갖다 대고 있다가 그냥 머리 날리죠.
Now this is the T-side of Inferno. You don't need to even pick that all up if you're Vitality, but you do want to remove it from play from device.
안전하게 뒤로 빠졌으면
they are having a look. So even just taking away one of these rifles will have buy ramifications going into the next.
퉁도 빠지면은 또 안 되거든요.
Position revealed. Is Zywoo one for number 2 here in this round? Looks like he is. Yeah, we'll take it away.
총 빠지면은 다음 라운드도 어려운데요.
Should be fine.
살았어요. 엠포 하나.
Okay, now it's likely just the partial
역전에 성공하는 바이탈리티입니다. 4대3.
So 4-3 tactical
타임아웃 나오죠. 코치가.
In terms of what can you address have gone wrong,
우리 출발 좋았는데 이건 좀 아니지 않니?
That's the problem, and we need to avoid that happening. Like I mentioned, Device, I believe, being the lowest rated player for the team at this event. I think with a team like Astralis, they are going to have to win by committee. If people caught the pre-match, they'll see the interviews with Magisk and he's talking about, hey,
이 아저씨 그룹 스테이지 때부터 그냥 아스트랄리스
to the max of our capability.
엄청나게 응원하는 아저씨.
And he's right, they could, right? This is class players in the Astralis jersey. But
이거 보세요, 막.
It's just, what a difference a shot makes, huh?
그게 에임 갖다 대고 있는데 또 나와? 그 이제 자우가 머리 날립니다.
If you look at overall with Magisk in the roster, they've played 49 maps. They have a losing record of 23 wins to 26 losses. Stair being their highest rated player and the only positive player. So I know I'm painting a bleak picture. but
저
that's
아저씨
also to
아스트랄리스
demonstrate to
트위터가
everybody how
찾아다니고
much of
있어요.
an underdog Astralis are.
Right.
So if they are close, if they are taking a map, we can be hooting and hollering. That's the unexpected result of the day. But right now, Astralis make this partial with the save them for a Hooksy. An annoyance.
I know it sounds unreasonable what I'm about to say, but it kind of feels like Astralis are going to need to win at least one of these kind of rounds if you want to be able to hang out with Vitality. We know they can. We know they will. They already have.
프레임지 맥테네트리. 세상에서 SMG 제일 잘 쏘는
And Flames has been in great form alongside of Zywoo and Rops.
Yeah. Quite a gruesome trio.
Yeah, Apex has been missing. And has had some off moments as well.
퍼플 이쁘다잉 망고 페이드네요.
The first time this year they've been in the lower bracket. Now it's not the first time this year they've lost a game in groups, but those matches have come in Swiss stages.
Right.
야비
So
tig을
the fact that Chengdu at the close of 2025 is where they find themselves in the lower bracket for the first time. Apex saying it was the first time all year they've had to play 2 best of 3s in a day.
카스2 처음 보는데 옛날 아스트랄리스가 아닌가 보네. 그룹 시절이랑은
it kind of was helped out by the whole Hunter scenario.
Sure.
I believe the last time they'd played G2 before that was in the London finals of Blast Open, where G2 got the better of them. So now that could have been a matchup to really grind their gears.
5대3 결국 왔고요.
rifles device.
다시 CT
again. This time starting over towards A.
디바이스 5를 샀는데 아까 같은 실수를 하면 안 되겠죠. A 사이트로 갑니다. 빨라요. 플래시 맞고 가버렸고요. A롱 쪽으로 빠져들어가는 테러. 그림자 보고 록즈는 잘 잡았습니다. 디바이스가 오버로 얼마나 홀딩을 잘하고 있어요. 트릭샷. 그러나 자, 미드 쪽에서 킬 하나 더 내면서 플레임즈만 남고요. 1대2 설치하고 스테어가 1대1 마무리 지어줘서 드디어의 5연패 끝에 수비 성공하는 아스트랄리스. 3대0에서 3대5 그리고 이번 라운드 승리.
And he didn't get caught by that flash they impromptu threw off the wall. Then now we can focus fire.
디바이스 더블 멀티킬 수비 잘 해줬습니다. 꼬체이까지 할 수 있었는데 좀 까비.
And Device orb A site. That's a thing of beauty. That's where Device's bread and butter was once made.
스테어의 1대1.
That's a nice round to win. Just keeps it to a one-round game.
And it was like we said, there was only 2 CTs there as 5 of them collapsed in. So Device's redeemed
미드로 향하는 바이탈.
Same round. They're running the exact same round. Here they go again.
Okay, Deve, you got another one in yet?
자, 저번 라운드에 했던 거 똑같이 합니다. 빠르게 미드 투 A.
Do they go through the moto smoke? That's the question right now. Or do they double back?
그런데 이번에는 모토 쪽에 CT가 스모크 뿌려뒀고 디바이스 미드 째는데 도일에다가 플릭샷이 안 됐어요. 록즈가 잡습니다. 그래도 매지스크가 핏에서 한 명 수비 홀딩 라이브러리 야비 잡혔고요. 아 핏에 매지스크까지 쓰러지고 A롱 이번에는 수비 4명이 다 쓸렸습니다.
Interesting. It looks like they've gone, all right, well, let's make sure we have a round where we can punish if it's a two-man A defense, right? We'll make sure that we just, even if there's a top mid smoke that gets thrown at your own top mid smoke, a block top mid smoke, you're going to be able to pop through with that short flash. You see the device there on that angle. But either way, they just go with that momentum. And when you play 2A, you have a few options, right? We see a lot of teams who like to play porch side, halls side, right? So you might have the AWP on porch or in halls, your rifle maybe halls or in boiler, something where they can be jarring and slow down the default. Well, what's the way to kind of segregate this, taking that long side? Now, sure, you don't want to go mid to B, but you know while they're working on the banana control, whatever rally of Utah, whatever layering they have, that's going to take up the first 15 seconds. And then by the time they get the call that they've lost long, the rotation becomes very precarious. And it is, well, do we push down banana, a tight choke point where your utility is maybe go to your own smoke, and it could be a fake.
에서 조금 이제 들어가서 막 깔짝대다가 그러다가 이제 들어가는 게 이제 국룰인데.
Financial pressure mounting, but I'll say this much: if Astralis can walk away with 5 rounds, if we take away the gameplay, we're not looking at a stark underdog versus Vitality. We would say that's par for the course.
Sure.
So partial buy again behind a save down 4.
We are going to be seeing.
혹시가 M4 세이브한 거 하나랑 이제 하프바이로 권총으로 싸워야 되는 아스트랄리스. 이렇게 페이드. 이러면은 CT가 갖고 있던 유일한 라이플 하나가 빠져버려서 5-7 뭐 디글로 싸워야 돼요. 아이고. 아, 아깝습니다.
I suppose that's a conversation starter.
They're going to be covered off by Flames, and then Rops can also start to peter back. So this one won't get out of control. And not anymore. Device goes down. Just matches. Now this is 7 rounds from Vitality. Flames making sure there is really no way they can be hunted as he escorts that bomb towards B. But Zywoo's rifles have been looking sharp. His P250 been looking great. But it's not just the conversation about him right now. We have Zywoo, Apex, and Flames. 9 kills apiece. Rops will join them with that one. And Mezzi on 7. Everybody is correct and present for Vitality right now.
It's not just me, right? This feels quick.
It is quick. It's playing at a rapid pace.
18 minutes deep, at least according to server time.
But when you're running 2 mid-pops back-to-back like that, your banana control rounds, they've got... Well, if we're just going to get iced out in banana, like having the mouse and slow down the multi-kill, how about we just come up with some moves that are then going to change the tone of the game, right? So this is a clear mix-up from Vitality. And they've had to go back to the lab. You're a Strauss, you laughing to the bank in the sense that you get some of your absolute best maps The problem is you're not at that level and caliber right now to take on a team of this. But as mentioned, 5 rounds, as long as they can get this one,
타임아웃도
they're in
불렀고
this. It's their map
전반
choice and you coming
7대5만
up
간다면
next. In their last 8 series, including this one now, they've picked it 7 times. It's their home map, right? But back at EPL, we saw them have some absolute stinkers of T-halves, but roster changes that impact roles, regardless of a player's legacy and history, it's going to have dramatic impact on the complexion of a team. So I'll do the classic, give them time.
Haven't heard that one before. They did throw that aggressive mid-smoke. As a result, Apex gets spammed on through it. Magis just stands in the middle. Unloads his mag and nearly takes down the captain of Vitality.
스노우 레오파드 장갑에 버플 로우인데
so stalling out of
까졌네요.
Vitality wanted to go for something fast
현스
again. But now on this banana control, they've conditioned A to have to play with 3. There'll be a flash and a fight here.
Oh, it's a great flash.
플래시 지렸네요.
He's got his flashes down pat. Mezzi's coming up and over, and you ain't ready for that one, are you?
매지 엔트리.
Device has a go.
전반 8대4인가요?
Last round, he'll have a look. Zywo's coming for you.
이거를 못. 자우 미쳤다.
Device's POV. He's a villain. Is the Woo. Picks up Device's all tries to put it to good use.
전반에 디바이스 담당 일진인데요 지금 자우가. 근데 자우도 답이 왜 이러냐?
Maybe there's something to be said.
자우도 답이 왜 이래? 오퍼들 이상하게 쏴.
4-on-2.
진짜 지금 요즘 모네시 빼고는 다 구려요. 구리구리합니다 에임들이.
Here he comes, Yabi, Hail Mary
그래도 뭐
through the smoke.
금방 8대4
Opening kills for Vitality in that first half and Device being obliterated at the hands of the Zywo AK.
본인들이 픽한 인페르노에서 리드
Now the game from the
잘하고요.
Woo down the guts of middle on his own as the rest charge down Banana Alex.
바나나로 시드가 푸시를 나오는데
Mezzi's down.
오 테러가
Device starts off well.
1대1
Finish off what the Hooksy headshot started, and now Flames is running out of ammo, runs out of health.
와 롭즈 원템 뭐야?
Rob sticks around, that's a cheeky one, catches Hooksy on the swing. Okay, getting greedy, getting cheeky. Robs is down.
그래도 야비가 트레이드에 성공하면은 폭탄도 다시 회수하고 에이펙스 혼자밖에 안 남고요.
Essentially deathmatch. You don't really know where he is in all of this. 100 HP, no Kevlar, and looks like he's going to search Banana. Will have to hit some crispy ones if he wants to win this.
자 팀의 캡틴 이게임 리더.
Been a bit shaky for Apex, but I mean, kill spread pretty damn even for
스모크 뿌리고
Vitality. One more
튀겠다.
bullet onto
A
Device.
가서 설치하겠다. 디바이스 럴킹.
Walking through the smoke as Device.
좋습니다.
Impact once more. Back to back triple kills as far
이거
as
또 피스톨
pistols are
하면은
concerned.
아스트랄리스 후반
Every
모르죠.
pistol Device is there with a multi.
라운드
And you
쫓아갈
have
수
to remember
있습니다.
as well that port side AWP into the wrap where he got 3. So even though he was getting deleted at the hands of Zywo's AK in some pivotal moments, he's still been able to find impact where necessary. And I like the fact that he's putting himself in the crosshairs, right? Happy to get stuck into these duels.
Would
really
you say
important.
Robs didn't need to continue to fight, or is that something that you can't really kind of, you just have to shrug your shoulders and say it's his choice?
I think it's the attitude that Vitality have come into this game with.
자,
We are better, we are going
시티
to fight.
포스바이를
That makes
선택을
a lot of
했는데
sense, and we already saw a lot of that in that first
와
half. His match
매지스크
is quick
맥튼 들고 뛰면서
into
빠르게
flames,
엔트리.
and they're not stopping. Apex can't even get his nade down in time.
안
This
됩니다.
is a little bit of the same.
아니네요. 하나 잡고 가긴 했네요.
Some energy
그래도
Vitality brought to their T side.
Robs just came over to have a look, and then he called off and went back long side. Maybe worried about a lurk, or
야,
maybe
매직
Apex
카스2
said just save.
Yeah.
So I like the furious nature out of both of these teams. Astralis
좋네요.
not
시티 포스바이 했는데
like the smaller
아스트랄리스
fish.
그냥 빠르게 러쉬 들어가 버렸습니다. B사이트 매지스크가
look,
시원하게
You're going to get yourself
SMG 들고
an 8-6
뛰어서
scoreline. You're going to go up
싸웠고요.
against the double dip of these two MP9s and the Scout unless you can hunt them down. But it's really not in your best interest to do so, especially if that means you'd be giving over an AK. So just play this one by the book, Astralis. Secure this, go into the next and do not necessarily more of the same in terms of a B rush, but in the result of getting the conversion in terms of the must wins to make this a competitive affair.
Yeah, got to give Magisk his flowers for that opening as well. He secured it.
I am surprised, right? It is something that if Vitality win, there will be a huge question why they have allowed the comfort map to come through of Inferno for Astralis when you could have picked Train, you could have picked Mirage, right? Well, Mirage is the third of this. I feel like when I was doing my prep for this game, I'm looking at it and going, Vitality can go literally anywhere in the map pool.
But does it not embody what you've just been saying about Rops and about Vitality's game plan coming into this? You pick that map because you say we're better than them.
Yeah, but at that, like that works if you win.
자, 포스바이 세이브 했던 총이랑 또 5-7 사서 라운드 시작하고 있고요.
Those 5-7, so it's not just a naked
아스트랄리스는 돈을 보고 있습니다.
Flamesy full on and evade the second completely.
So ZywOo has to block and be scary on A. As part of this,
뭐 자유 스카우트 하나로 A 막나요? 매지가 도와주러
depending if it comes as a limp around the corner with a flash, or if it's something a little bit more put together of like a long smoke and porch volley.
스카우트 헤드샷 터졌어요.
That's why you
그래도 바나나 쪽 킬하고 달려듭니다. 5-7 헤드라인 피해주면서 엔트리 하고 있고 녹지만 더 잡으면 사이트 먹을 수 있는데 트레이드.
He's going to give it a look in. Over the top of the smoke. Mezzi clearing corners though, but well handled by Yabi. Stays dynamic, on the move.
ZywOo 스카웃 1대3 클러치 보여주나요?
What can ZywOo extract from this one?
Oh, he'd love an AK. I just don't see a world in where he's going to be able to find one cleanly.
Any more damage though is nice. Same thing happened in the first half. So he's hanging around. They are aware of this possibility. He's about to be swept through by Stare. There it is. Oh,
what? There it is.
잠깐만. 오, 앉았어요, 디바이스.
About to happen. I'm looking at the radar and I see Stare sweeping in. And then I look at the screen and ZywOo's not dead.
I'm telling you, man, that scout is linked.
Thank you.
Okay, so another casualty short. We're getting into the guns. First by second half, 8-7, one-round game.
Yep.
Now, in terms of real ramifications, those won't be felt unless Vitality can win this round. And in terms of rifle rounds, they've only lost one so far. So let's see how this one tastes, shall we?
안녕하세요. 강맨은 올해 대회 유입인데 HLTV 거기 보니까 우리 니코 선수는 메이저 우승 이력이 없다고 나오는데 이거 언제 업데이트 됐나요? 12월 헝가리 메이저 혹시 우승하면 그때?
Oh, Apex missed that flash.
너는 진짜 나빴다. 자, 바이라운드 B사이트 싸움. 3명의 수비 있고요, 바이탈. 오, 디바이스가 연막 월뱅으로 플랜 잡았습니다. 자,
knows that likely Rops is around here somewhere as the Wallbangs continue, but that won't ward Apex away. He has another smoke. He can see more utility in front of him that he can scoop up and use to keep Banana at bay.
야비가 X를 먹어둔 상태에서 미드.
Yabi's removed from this, and all the flak damage they took to the nades, if channeled into a crossfire on short, they'll just be melted. Feels like the B return because of the smoke situation might be the move.
근데 지금 B사이트로 가면은 에이펙스 하나만 잡으면 되거든요?
Have all that info.
바이탈이 3명 에이스 텍스 하나서
You're going to have to go through this. I know you don't have a HE to break it or flashes to mitigate, but you have to go through and make contact.
테러가 유틸이 연막 3개?
Still got that team Molly as well.
플래시
30
없이
seconds running through.
오케이 뛰어 그냥.
Spot out on Stare, but he gets the combination meal. Nice headshot from him. ZywOo caught Stare.
ZywOo가 와줬어요. 그리고
behind the smoke, wondering what they're supposed to do. ZywOo dancing around the smoke.
디바이스 보여주나?
Steps up, but
와, 월뱅
Apex finds instant precision, finding the headshot required. So, first gun round, in answer to your question, no, they cannot.
Yeah, and now those scout casualties are ever so going to make things a little bit harder. We've just lost Hooksy from the server, so have a quick little technical timeout.
짬으로 그냥.
But 7 rounds and 6 of them coming from pistols and conversions. Right, the scoreline telling a different story to the reality of the match so far. Now, it is Astralis' map choice and Nuke next. But again, this is a massive underdog scenario. I honestly think seeing the train game from Mouse, we witnessed that with our own 2 eyes. I feel like that.
아스트랄리스 입장에서는 아쉽게 8대8 동점 찬스 놓쳤습니다. 다시 도망가는 바이탈리티. 부대칠에서 테크 퍼즈가 걸렸습니다. 혹시 뭐 고장 났나요, 혹시 선수?
Out of him since that train game. Do you remember the way he came into Nuke, like the pistol round, running people down, and then the AK? They're running rounds, but he's just swinging ahead of Util, taking fights, and a lot of this here. Oh, it has the AWP. I'm just gonna play through, right? Like, there's a level of confidence that ZywOo is exuding right now that is what you want to see from a player of his caliber, Mr. MVP of 2025.
Well, Mr. MVP can do what he wants,
and always has been able to do what he wants.
It's just about this balance of ego and humility. He walks that tightrope.
So they're still able to scrape together 3 AKs of Galil and a Tech 9 for Hooksy. He's back in the server, tech issue dealt with. But again, same conversation as the first half. You lose this, the economy's in the bin, and Vitality get to stroll their way forward for an extra round.
들어가는 테러. 아포레스 태워 붙고 오!
Flamesy
플래시 위로
concedes the space, gets away
플래시로
from the
밀어내고
swing stare.
깊숙이 와 스프레이 더블킬 아 트리플 아쉽습니다. 그래도 플램지가 트레이드하면서 혼자 비사이트 버티고 있는데 두 명 잡았으니까 들어가야죠. 야 근데 너무 잘 막는데? 와 너무 잘 막네요 플램지 4킬 수비입니다.
Make it 4, excuse me.
아니 팀원 2명 바로 죽었는데 혼자 B 버텼어요. 또 옆에서 플래시를 잘 던져주기도 했고요. 자유가.
He's got a quad kill in defensive B, and he might even have the 5th here. Let him have it. An ace in the quarterfinal up for grabs.
에이스입니다. 플랜지.
That's an impactful one right there, isn't it? That's the money in the bin right now. And around these parts, they call him the Emperor of the Flame. He's been having a great tournament and just stuns Astralis. You are not getting into B. That was a fantastic transfer from Scare. Catch this again.
너무 쉽게 쏘긴 했어요. 이거 트레이드를 못했네.
No Flames is here, but you are denied. They're trying to
연막
play
뚫고
with pace.
나오느라 좀
He's got you on
어려웠나?
the grey screen. His aim with the A4 has been sublime. And this is what you want, right? He didn't do it in the aggressive fashion, but Flames, with the type of aim that he has, he will shut you out.
아스트랄리스 선수들 표정이 이거.
In that game versus Mouse.
Yeah.
He was at the top of the table, multi-kills on that B side. He definitely found more comfort in a role that was initially quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, and coming back out of the break, you know, Vitality have had, we'll call it a slower start because the expectation was to win every tournament they went into. Now that hasn't happened. They won EPL to reset, right? And now they're on the run to the major, wanting to pick up that form.
It wasn't even that long ago. The conversation wasn't about who's going to beat Vitality. It was, will someone take the map off Vitality? Can you break their Inferno streak? Can you break their X streak?
And now I think 9 teams throughout the course of the year have been able to beat them. So, look, it's not a big list, but it is a growing list.
On 2 hands, certainly not a problem.
And if they do win this matchup right now, which they are the heavy favourites to do, so they get to take on Mouse again.
Wow, Bronx makes that look so easy on the limited magazine.
트리플 킬.
Just tracking those unarmored T's as they go swanging. Serious discrepancy, isn't there? I mean, what Magisk and Hooksy, 10 kills combined. The rest breaking double digits.
Yeah, but still, you have to remember where some of these kills came from. They'll have come against the Eco / the Force.
Yep, fair.
So, and I understand there were upgrades in those rounds. But the rifle rounds is where we're lacking. And that's where we need to see Astralis sinking in their teeth because this one, it's already gotten away from you.
Yeah, like, you know, next gun round, you get like a double entry B or something.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, imagine, that should be a 1 round. Unless someone else gets all 5, obviously. He is just constantly set up for plays, isn't he? The playmaker, Flamesy, Zaiwu, he's ready.
F에서 째고 있었네요.
Pre-aim's a little high. Yabi's managed it well.
보통 이제 난간 타고 피킹해가지고 프리에이밍을 위쪽에 하고 있었는데 야비는 그냥 난간 안 타고 이제 앉으면서 피킹하면서 헤드로 처리. 좋았습니다.
Where's that come from?
스테오 선수 또 근데 2명 나가는데요.
It's a bit like the Heroic versus Spirit game, knowing that the only way into this is making plays, and those plays are denied.
아까처럼 또 플레임지만 혼자 B사이트 아스트랄리스 잘 뚫고 들어갈 수 있을까요? 또 멀티킬!
He mows down 2.
연막 트레이드. 디바이스가 1대4 클러치를 해낼 수 있을까요? 일단 하나 잡고 연막샷. 체력이 17밖에 안 남았어요.
Low HP 1v3 feels like it's an impossibility. They've doubled up ruins. Attention drawn by Mezzi on that low HP.
플랜트.
He knows he's got to try and find a fight, and that fight does come his way.
12점 가는 바이탈리티. 플랜지가 또
Who needs pistols when you've got gun rounds?
Exactly, right. And this is just showing that they're head and shoulders above the rest because a lot of the players will still tell you pistols are a coin toss, 50-50. 100% of those have gone to Astralis, and they only have 7 rounds. Another one that came in a clutch scenario, and Stare.
너무 아쉬웠네요. 여기도 그냥 연막 뚫고 하다가
this could very well be the
허무하게.
final round with the bind that Astralis have been able to bring in. It looks that way. 2 Deagles, 2 Tech 9s, and a Mac 10. Might have to be pacey again.
야, 아스트랄리스 이거 마지막 라운드가 될 수 있는데 라이플 없어요. 맥켄의 딕을 딛고 짧은 총 사서 뭐 어디 뛰어 들어가야죠 뭐.
Clearly are heads and shoulders above on this map. Currently, the game plan just seems to be flowing so nicely.
유틸은 많이 가지고 있어서.
They're going to go for an A pop right now. It looks like potentially 3 and through apps and then to be set up by Stare and Device. Probably get a long smoke, a moto smoke, but take a look at the radar. You can see Robs are on the balcony, but it's the setup behind this. Apex is in the site to be...
플레이즈한테 B를 맡기고.
Well, he'll get some info and he might just mow them down. Here it is.
플래시뱅 받았어요. 플래시뱅. 오, 그래도 1킬.
Saw the bomb though.
멀티킬 안 당하고 트레이드. AK도 줬고요. 괜찮아요. 가보나요? 자, 수비 3명 있습니다. 자유의 5. 오, 빗나갔어요. 잘 뚫는데요. 아니, 막혔는데요. 그냥 막혀버렸네요. 예. 그냥 바이탈이 너무 쉽게 막아버렸습니다. 그러면 13대7로 바이탈리티가 본인들이 픽한 인페르노를 가져갔습니다. 자, 두 번째 맵 아스트랄리스가 픽한 뮤크로 갑니다. 그래도 17번 승률 65% 주력 전장이고요. 마지막으로 만났을 때 13대11 나름 좀 치열한 경기를 펼쳤었습니다. 과연 오늘 가입한 도정이 11,000치즈 후원 감사합니다.
Just been very aim heavy. They've been happy to take duels like this. Watch this. Door's about to swing open one way or another.
Thank you.
One way or another, he's going to find you. Nade it off.
자, 스퀴퀴에서 싸움. 점프로 트레이드 들어오고 있습니다. 야비의 엔트리 헤븐도 잡고요. 오, 테러 피스톨 이겼어요. 아스트랄리스. 자, 보여주나?
But with Zywoo and Robs left, I never want to write them out. The fact that they don't have that kit with a aforementioned 5 sets of curve makes it extra hard.
물론 인페르노도 피스톨 두 번 다 이겼죠. 그리고 13대7로 졌습니다. 레전드.
Okay.
Looks like they're going to lose it all. Robs can hold on because maybe it's a famous kill.
야비 트리플 킬.
A bit more traction, and now they're all running his way.
롭즈한테 달려듭니다.
Okay, well they should just let him live. Oxy. Nothing to lose. Before the U2
들고 왔네.
And up, over, and down. Okay.
와.
Robs will lose the armor, so that will soften his
마지막에
potential.
그래도 CT 아머를 많이 빼주고 갔네요.
Just considering the way that they have been approaching this series so far. Flames gets the first great shot from Yabi for the trade there, just a flying block, and then the
통나무 12만 개 걸렸고 바이탈 승리에 1.14 아스트랄리스가 승리하면 8배.
Some Apex frustrations. It's a bit of a classic. Either way, Robs will be able to get out of Famous. Scout for Zywoo.
볼스파이어는 CT, 스카웃,
couple of nice kills over on
인피나이.
Inferno. Deagle for Apex, MP9 for Flames, and Mezzi with a 5-7. So pick your poison into round number 2. But outside smoke wall, 2 breaks, but they will still get across.
Okay, so you can see Zywoo's immediate reaction is to try and lend a hand ramp side. Robs heavy invested towards lower.
There's 4 here. How many can he get? He's fighting.
Fighting lead on the gap. Finds Stare, and now he can dip away.
Yeah, job done. Well played.
Now
they can turn the screws. Flames rotates down as well to bolster this B defense.
Especially if this Molotov is thrown, and Flames can at least stand and deliver. He's actually going to hide out in the vents, so he's going to be listening intently.
테러 로드 쪽 파고드는데 벤트에서 플레임지.
You're not going to let the vents, are you? Perfect. They're in pursuit of one, and Robs finds the other. Oh, yeah, Yabi is definitely on. Hooksy trying to get himself up the vent with that bomb, but you've got to get past Zywoo's AWP as well. There's no place is safe right now. Vitality in second round.
스카웃인데. 야, 다 죽였어요. 바이탈 포스파이 성공.
See if Zywoo can get an upgrade away from this.
자, 사람들이 이제 아까 채팅에서 아니 CT 피스톨 쥐고 포스파이 왜 하는 거지? 자, 저 전용 뭐지? 지면은 3점 줘야 되는데 이러려고 합니다. 예, 이러려고. 다 죽이고 AK 갈릴 빨아버렸죠. 대박 났습니다. 바로 1등.
Going to be a long way back up the hill. They'll force buy back in themselves. But with no plan and 1400 loss bonus, they go into this
아스트랄리스
one
뭐
with,
피스톨만
I
이기고
wasn't going to say no
총 들고
utility.
오면 다 지네요.
They do have a single HE, maybe to just blow open the door. But that means there's no smoke wall outside. There's no ability for misdirection. You've got to hit shots, and well, Device is already brought down to 30.
Yes, I already has into round 3. Hello, Hooksy. Oh, he gave himself a bit of
와,
vulnerability.
훅시가 디글로
Goes for the repeat,
자우를
does Zaiwu and Hooksy have an absolute none of it. That's a lot of
바로
damage.
가차
Damn,
없이
takes
그냥
out some
수류탄
Bison
까버리고요.
AG does Apex.
Ramps are
에이펙스는
gassed
역시
right now, so they have been
유티를
able
진짜 잘
to
깝니다.
find some space. They're dropping down to B. Apex is responding to this. He hasn't been on his best form, Apex.
Yeah, and he is going to swing open the
그러나
door to
총은 못
his
쏘네요.
device.
디글에
Flames is
죽었어요.
quick though. Magis can stare, find cover. Drops in for the plant, covered
설치
nicely.
성공.
Stare doesn't want to overextend, doesn't want to give him anything. You've managed to make this round incredibly threatening, and now Mezzi,
내지
Hooksy, challenging him with that Desert Eagle. He is down to that 44 from the
힌트
tag of
지나갔고요.
the scout.
갑자기 오른쪽에
Walking into
카메라맨이
this, so many
이제
bodies, it's unlikely Mezzi gets
여성분을.
multi, needs more. Stare
오,
there for two.
스테어의 디글이 더블 킬. 야, 재밌어지는데요. 초반
Rather
라운드.
say, yeah, we can play the force
서로
by game.
포스바이해서
I am surprised how much
스틸에서
value they got out with the limited
라운드
utility.
가져가는
Right? This is Duke. It's all
아스트랄리스입니다.
about
자,
misdirection on the T
근데
side.
빠져나가는 길에
Rob's looking to hold
롭즈.
on to this, but also looking to do damage, and only
총
gets one for his trouble.
들고 갔나요?
So very, very nice response from Astralis.
다
They're going to
죽었나,
have to
마지막에?
work awfully hard to first of all buy the respect of Vitality, but have the viewer at home think that this is a possible map that they could even win. Really nice shot here from Hooksy. Catches Zaiwu jumping, and the second shot
잘
is a thing of
싸웠습니다,
beauty on the
테러.
connection.
디글레게랑
He
스카웃으로
gets bowled in while going
오픈
for the boost. It's this
킬도
one
잘
right here.
싸웠죠.
But Apex has had some really, really rough showings individually. And if that continues, maybe that is a way back in.
Yeah, that's why we call that stairs.
I wonder if he's upset there with the
테러도
comms of the
돈을 다 써서
rotation.
총
Yeah,
샀고
it's fine, but let's listen. We have perfect information at the beginning of the round, okay?
There you go.
We say we skip prompt. It was important, okay?
So he's
초반에
upset that
인포를
he's the
좀
one having to try
완벽하게
and plug
가져가고
that gap.
싶어하는
But at the same time,
에이펙스였습니다.
it felt like he didn't need to swing open that door.
야, 근데
So
이번에도
his
스모크
frustration
피고 다
likely
계단으로
warranted.
로어로 되게 빠르게 내려갔어요.
Oh, that's a great
오,
start for the
매지스크는
CT campaign. Magic on the
메인
main roof
드롭하다가
goes down on the
잘렸는데.
drop.
No rotation down to B yet. It's going to have to probably be Rops from ramp because you can't go down the vent now. that he's
근데
given over
라운드
secret.
초반에 둘 다
Yabi playing
지금
very,
돈다
very
써가면서 계속
passive
포스
in lobby. You
포스하고
can see
있어요.
this here, highlighted by the
CT도
Ops
M4
team.
하나에 지금
So if he gets any value,
하마스 바스
it's going to
세계
be
유티
great.
없고
Softens up the
키도
rotation
없고
potential. And they know that he's lurking around. So Vitality, do you want to try and tussle with this? You're going to have
무한
to
바이성.
before you can attend to the lower site.
It does feel like the entire Vitality squad is find Yabi and then progress B. Util confirms his presence and Yabi's position. It just seems destined for the first.
야비 롤킹
The Mezzi's
좋았습니다.
overlooked. There's potential. He's done
와우
well.
야비 7킬 1데스
Spinning around
출발.
like a ballerina. Yabi has secured its safety for Astralis' third.
And looks like Zaiwu and Rops are going to be saving. So an M4
자,
and a 5-7,
아스트랄리스
sure, they need a threat into the next
본인들
because they won't be able
테러
to force
3점
back in.
출발.
Astralis have won out the force by wars. So sure, they didn't get the 3-round conversion out of the gates, but they get there either way, and it might be better.
분위기 되게 좋습니다
A
지금.
fourth round available
돈만 좀 더
with
모으면 돼요,
Vitality
이제.
going to have to go in light. This is good. We're seeing some fight, showing some comfort. You go back just a month or so ago to EPL, they're getting blown out of the water on their T sides of this very map. And again, want to return to the fact that Magic's time in this
네, 1대
roster has only
3입니다.
been over the
그리고
course of 4 events. This one
자우가
being the fourth,
CT에서 AWP
being some
사는
time to
타이밍도
marinate and
계속
mature.
늦어지고 있고요. 7킬
There is a
1데스.
strong start from Yabi. He'll be the lobby lurk on this T side. And you
Yabi.
get it see demonstrated within this round. So Mezzi sees the shadow, gets the opener. Magic's playing ahead of the smoke. You think that's going to
또
cause some
오픈
issues,
킬을
but no.
했는데
They still get
4대
the
5를
half
이겼죠.
down secret, and then Yabi holds
야비의
on to
로비
lobby.
롤킹.
And the
오,
okay,
막 에이펙스
keyboard
뭐 다
gets picked
부셔요
up, thrown
그냥.
around, and
3명
I
프리코.
think you can't go into any game thinking it's one, and I don't think the Vitality have. or
이번에는
are.
페이크 야드
they just
스모크
wanna go and
치고
find a
에이
revenge
그대로
quickly
속공
against
들어옵니다.
Mouse.
불타는 매지.
Mezzi overlooked despite
반응
the sound
좋았고요.
cue. Just gets some damage.
3명 수비 싹
Only
쓸어버렸습니다.
Yeah, the M4 removed without any resistance.
야, 다르다.
You just put this one in for the fourth.
아스트랄리스
So,
다르다. 이
handled now
류크에서는
is
다르다.
Yabi will get his 8th kill.
재밌어져요 지금.
Rops will linger. Best case would be saving an AK, but now that he has been noted, I don't think he'll be getting away with anything. He's just darting away.
Yeah, I mean, this actually, in the absence of getting your quick 3-0, your conversion of your pistol round, you'll definitely take this, winning the 4-5 round.
Still a lack of gun rounds, which is why this is the most important coming up next. Inferno, they won 1 rifle round over the entire course of the map. The rest were pistols with conversions. So this one here will really set the tone. No AWP available for ZywOo going into the first rifle round. No defuse kit currently, unless there's any sellbacks into rebuys. They're opting in for block utility, juggling it around, deciding who needs what. And what's the call from Hooksy?
쫄리나?
10 carried into this one. They want to just go with the standard smoke walls into secret map control. Oh, this smoke is telling them something fast, Alex.
Yeah, this is one of those smokes you can flash through. Yabi was
빠른 소풍인가?
early door and catches a little flag for his troubles.
They have been able to monitor the fact that nobody's gotten down the vents, so that information means that ZywOo's forward position right now. That's what I'm keeping my eyes on.
Yeah, maybe he's going to call for that flash. Apex has one available.
야, 내 스모크. 자우가 푸시 나와 있고 에이펙스에 플래시 받고 스테어 잘랐습니다. 계획된 플레이 택틱 좋았고요.
Mezzi's ready to try and
CT가 야드 컨트롤 가져간 상황에서 푸시님 유틸 깔려고 그냥 매지의 더블킬.
Magic's going to attempt it. Trade provides it with a cost of 50L.
나 이미
ZywOo still has outside.
Okay, lovely find from Magic on the push from
Magic is clutch.
Regardless, he's lost his teammates and he hasn't got much health to work with.
Another kill or 2, even if he doesn't win the round, is what he should be looking for. They've got money to buy going into the next. If he can hamper that of Vitality's, it would be huge. He's backing off, or is he looking for a push? Either way, still has plenty of time. I can't believe he's just going for a save. Yeah, maybe he's hoping they come his way. Okay, looking to extrapolate max value.
돈이 굉장히 많긴 한데.
Just think taking another rifle away and forcing some tough conversations for Vitality. It may have forced them into more of a squeamish position, but it does give them the ability to get more rifle rounds down the stretch. He's only going to get 1,400 as a loss out of this. But I love it, right?
매지가 헛에서 더블킬 너무 좋았어요.
He's saying clear, there's nobody else. There's no tail of this, there's no bomb spotted.
플래시 까고 그냥 들어가는.
What's the reaction if you know that your rotator, which is ZywOo, is so far forward? You're either going to pop on a ramp or you're going to pop into top to try and punish that loose piece that's meant to be here, there, and everywhere. Well, as soon as they went to do that, they got blocked in hard. Hooksy thinks, oh, there's no way they're pushing in. Oh, they've taken that space and they have denied. So very well handled from Vitality. They'll need another one of those before money becomes a question in the Astralis camp.
이번 라운드 테러 오브를 쓴 디바이스. 지금 CT가 자금난이라서 이 M4만 사도 돈이 벅찬데
But an opener in this one could go a long way.
그냥 디바이스 죽이고 딱 뺏으면 또 큰일 나요. 조심해야 돼요. 디바이스 잘 해야 돼요.
Potentially audible. Stairs been spotted out, but that's ZywOo's position. The dunk does find him.
Beautiful.
Just like that, the entirety of yard cleared out, and this time it's the ramp reaction you've been presenting as the option on the flow chart. You will take the ramp side.
Rops has started down to secret, so that means that Vitality would think it was going to be heavy outside. It's okay that you've given up the room. Essentially, you're just in a turtle setup. Something would naturally happen if Rops gets pushed off the line. So they've been able to rotate flames down as well. ZywOo has really restricted the movements with this outside push. And ramp could be the coffin of Astralis in a moment's time. They're hitting the brakes, they're waiting for a reaggress, but it's not necessary from the CT side with a two-man advantage.
Smoking.
Good work. That's doors and window where both these players reside.
윈도우에 두 명이라 이 스모크는 좋은데 루트 나가요?
Ops is actually going to try and get distracted and profit from it. Okay, he does get one. Information on another. It was ZywOo spamming. Went in from a single side.
싱글도
Apex dead to Magis. Good find on the ramp.
2대4를 하는 아스트랄리스. 야비만 남았습니다. 1대3.
Yabi on site.
ZywOo 트리플 킬 수비. AK 가져갔고.
Well, you were talking about gun rounds and still no dice for Astralis.
They can buy again. You can get 5.9 on Magic at the high end and the low end 3.4 on Stare, everybody else in between, which can get you
라운드 스코어
rifles across the board if Stare goes down to a
1대 4였는데
Galil
또
or
이제
someone who's
2점
up with an AK and
연달아
makes that
줘버리면서
sacrifice for him.
분위기
But this worked out perfectly. We heard Device with the scope behind, so did Zywoo. It means Apex
감자는
stays
진짜
on high
잘 까.
alert for that swing, and Zywoo's dealing with the silo player dropping onto main. Once you deal with that, it's another two-man advantage, and from there, Astralis really don't have too many legs to stand on. Hooksy into a Galil, Yabi the same. They need to facilitate utility right now and maybe taking some pace out of these crawls. Allow the protocol utility or any question mark smokes like the glaive smoke you highlighted to be burnt through before you make your first move. First map, if you are just waking up in Europe, good morning. It was about 40
원래
minutes.
유틸
That's not
택틱
including the
지린의 이
halftime
소리
break,
들었던 게
any
아스트랄리스인데
tactical timeouts, or we had a small tech issue with
세월이
Hooksy.
지나고 이제
So quite rapid in terms of Inferno.
거의 뭐 카스 프로 택틱의 창시자죠 아스트랄리스.
Hooksy back ready to throw a second wave.
아스트랄리스 시대 전에는 그냥 이제 선수들 그냥 맨날 경기 전날 맥주 먹고 오고 막 그냥 이제 그냥 5대5 솔링 뛰듯이 하고 개인 피지컬로 때우고 그랬는데 아스트랄리스가 이제 어떤 이제 프로 게임이라는 이제 그렇죠. 그걸 카스에서 시작을 한 거죠. 제대로 훈련 시간 갖추고 팀의 매니저나 코치 분석관 쓰고 유틸이나 이제 맵 디폴트 이런 거 제대로 짜서 오고 트레이드 싸움 A 쪽에서 자 스테어의 더블킬로 2대3이 만들어졌어요. 롭즈 프레임즈 둘밖에 없는 바이탈. 문제는 폭탄이 떨어졌다는 건데 볼 수 있나요 매지스크?
They're allowing Device to work ramp. So right now,
디바이스가 램프 통해서 플랭킹을 오고 있기 때문에 뒤를 노려볼 수 있을 것 같긴 해요.
They have a flash and a molly, so the util, maybe the molly could be used at lobby entrance to keep Robs out of this
로그인 해야 돼요
play if
진짜.
Device can
근데
get the space.
폭탄
But here they
주우러
come,
나갈
25.
때 동시에 같이 잘 해야죠. 스테어 센스 좋았습니다. 길게 뽑아서 월뱅으로. 자, 디바이스 하고.
Okay, and the second rifle round for the series so far.
그러면은 아스트랄리스가 전반의 테러 5점을 결국 만들어주면은 이제 괜찮죠. 예, 뭐 다 져서 7대 5를 가도 후반 편하게 할 수 있고 부담 없이.
You can see up on the rafter if he doesn't hit the
아예 이제 전반을 테러에서 리드 잡고 끝내버릴 수도 있습니다.
Surprising to see it's the second tactical timeout from Astralis. Maybe just discussing the financial situation that they're expecting to come out from Vitality.
Well, because you feel like you've done a lot of hard work right now. You don't want it to be squandered by running out of spawn before you've discussed what your
근데 아스트랄 어제 뉴크분이 CT에서 1라운드도 못 따는데요.
Two rounds in a row, but they've had a couple of casualties there.
그 6대6에서 13대 6으로 졌었던가?
There is a Zywoo AWP, and he has been the difference maker in the round one for Vitality outside. But this means that if he is going to go aggressive with the AWP, he's not going to have the same flexibility that he had with the rifles in hand. Apex down to a 5-7, a famous for Mezzi and Robs alike. Flames with the M4, and Flames had a fantastic Inferno in case you missed it. Yeah, Astralis, they're in the driver's seat right now.
자우가 UT를 좀 포기하고 그냥 5불 뽑아왔습니다. AWP 사고요. 디바이스 로그인 성공했고. 자우 대
Okay, so
디바이스.
they've won the conditioning outside with the smoke wall in the previous. So Stare's just going to be left out here to work it on his own. Robs pushing. Not just aware of the possibility.
연막 치고 롤킹 들어갔습니다. 롭즈.
Fights on multiple fronts simultaneously here. Is Matt just gonna
딱 숨어 있고요.
overlook this potential? Even if it did look like he was considering it. Stare makes it across. The shadow trays Magisk. Robs wins it out. That's AKB fam as he doesn't even get to pull the trigger of the Kalash.
Okay, so round has to change now because they've used their smokes to get Stare down, which is great, but how do you get the bomb down towards B, or is that even the finish? They could pivot back and try and go heaven and hell control. They still have time for this. Vitality respond by taking lobby space through Heart. So right now they're in jarring positions within the mid-round. Device, molly for back sight, won't do anything. Flashing to main, looking to split top.
Hooksy stampedes in. Flamesy touch.
훅시가 메인으로 뛰고 헤븐을 짜고 잡고.
Good find from Hooksy.
그리고
Puts it into a
야비도
3-on-3. Still advanced to Astralis. At least it was.
디바이스
finding device cleanly.
줌 키고 있었는데 왼쪽에서 나왔네요.
Messi was caught off guard. That's the trade Flames needed. Now stare.
이거 벤트에 못
poking out
봤습니다.
and Apex profits.
The most quizzical death of all that
로비
was Zyro just
쪽에서
being completely
디폴트로
open
이제
to
10명의 선수
him
돌아다니면서
getting blindsided really
서로
brought that round into question
찾아다니는
as far as I was
데스매치 같은
concerned.
싸움을
But,
했는데
the bomb being caught back lobby
바이탈의 승리.
took that one away from the Danes. First
아니 뭐
tactical
수동으로
timeout to be called by
상작강인가요?
Vitality.
이거
Probably
저번에
same conversation but in a
봤던
different
건데.
scenario.
뭐 떴어? 뭐야?
Messi's actually got in with the
매직스 사진이
auto
갑자기
shotgun.
나왔는데.
The buys available on the side of Astralis is currently equipped with 2 AKs, one for Yabi, one for Mages.
매지
Pistols,
자동 샷건 삽니다.
Device, Hooksy, and Stare.
역시
And
A 헛 수비는
feeling a
좀
little
뭐
bit of
돈
confidence with them
없으면 샷건
because they
사는
were
거죠.
able to win a round with Deagles and Scouts. Essentially no
든든합니다.
util. It's round number 3 of the game, so there's no reason they can't win this one.
그리고 뭐
You can see
그
the
바닥에
frustrations from Vitality.
디바이스가
Maybe
흘린
this is
땀
also a
같은
timeout to try and
거를
deal with a little
마지막에
bit of the
안
mental.
줬네요.
Hey
어쩐
boys, we're
건지.
one map up. You know, it's not going to be the best CT half, but we've been picking this map in this event, so don't stress too much.
Interesting. Device is actually thrown out like a full spawn
뭐
insta.
그룹 스테이지 때 이미 300명 넘게 봤는데
See it
뭐
bouncing there in front of main.
시청자 수 중계하지 마세요.
Very quick to it, but so is the CT presence. Zywo not playing shy.
Action on Robs.
A lot of action coming his way. How does he handle this? He gets his, he gets away. That's a ramp player's dream. Maybe not gets away.
롭즈!
Takes down 3.
트리플 킬 수비
Into the
깔끔하게
B
하고
side
갑니다.
though. Body already rotates in and he hits the shot, does Flames. Okay, Hooks. Good luck, have fun. Surrounded, Flames is spotted and Hooksy
롭즈
beheaded.
플레임즈 둘이서 5킬 수비 보여줍니다.
I mean, Robs gets way more
삐로
than you'd
뛰던
expect.
I love that there
테러들
as well. Like the nade. He's
가볍게
gone, all right, well, if you're
막아줬고요.
chasing me, you're going to cop this. So then as their shell shock dropping in, he's able to pip them at the post, and now we'll have to be an Astralis eco.
5대5 동점.
So you get yours, drop off, HE punishing the chase. Slows down number 2 and 3.
Done really well there. That's more output than you would expect from your ramp anchor. But this is
돈이
Robs after all.
없어가지고 바이탈 먼저 6점
Just be
줘야겠네요.
one Deagle for Device. Everybody else down to the Glocks.
아니 뭐 그래 뭐 7대5
I
갈
couldn't
수도
see this
있고
one a slower
전반전
round.
마지막
You want to at least
라운드에
let the
뭐
Deagle
힘내서
shoot a couple
6대6
of
하면
shots before
아스트랄리스
everyone else
베스트죠.
is
이미
farmed
뭐
up.
그래도 라운드
An
따놓은 게
opportunity
많아서
guarantee 6 presented to Vitality now.
엄청 나쁜 상황은 아니고 아쉬운 거죠 이제.
Hasn't been a walk in the park in Chengdu for Vitality. They opened up with their
근데
map loss
진짜
to VP on
이게
overpass. They
되게
did end up
재밌는 게
winning that series.
뭐냐면은
Then took on Mouse where they got
24년에
flatlined on
바이탈리티가
trade. Bounced back on
트로피를
Nuke and
펜은
they had a
하나밖에
far
못
better of
땄던가?
Inferno, but still came out on the
작년에?
loser side of things. Had to battle through
그때가
that lower
이제
bracket.
스핑스 있을 때고
sending home the hometown heat.
4명 멤버
and, converting with
똑같이
ease
있는데
against the undermanned
올해
G2.
1월에 롭즈 오자마자 팀이 이렇게 됐어요.
they
그러니까
find themselves
정말 이제
in the
롭즈가 팀에
Whereas Astralis, they
끼치는
won their
영향력이
openers. They surprisingly booked themselves a
전체 다
spot
같이 스텝업을 할 수
playoffs after
있는
an RVM
그
Mongols win.
마지막 한
The
조각.
Falcons lost with Monacy in fine form
바이탈의
again.
퍼즐에
And as well, looks
이제,
like they are going to team out into top
롭즈가 완전
side.
업그레이드를
Well, this is what
했어요.
Messi's been waiting for. He's got the
샷건
weapon.
가다!
He just wants a
으악!
kill at least, maybe
으악!
2.
구직.
And gets rid of it, of course, heading into the guns for the final round of this half.
We've seen Zywo bother with the all
전반전
all
마지막
of
라운드
once,
갑니다.
so he's happy just to play with
근데
the round.
사실
Right now, if he wanted
스페이스도
to,
마우즈
he
가서
could
너무
buy
잘하고
AWP,
있어서
no
뭐
dramas.
그렇게
This is the great thing about
아쉽진
Zywo.
않아요.
Sure, he's the AWP for the team, but he is
스페이스도
serviceable on
뭐
every weapon in the game.
좋은 팀 찾았죠.
It does mean that they're also more
거기다가 뭐
flexible
팀의
because of that
에이스하고 있고.
fact. I imagine sometimes a nightmare for Apex to have to constantly monitor. They've been playing together forever now. Fast outside.
전반 마지막 라운드입니다. 아스트랄리스 6대6을 만들 수 있나요? 근데 자유가
disappears in a puff of smoke. I say that actually very vulnerable, susceptible
조심해야
to
돼요.
spam. Oh no! Back turn. He did not expect Zywo to have stuck around.
야드 푸시. 근데
It's a 3-on-3, but that's
에이펙스
about to
플레인지도
change one way
잡혔네요.
or the other. Surrounded and
롭즈
found.
도와주러 왔습니다.
Robs, however, on the secret stairs.
2대3.
He's been
트레이드
spotted.
잘했네요.
Nice shot from
디바이스
Device.
매지스크. 이 CT가 전부 4명이 지금 야드 푸시 나왔는데 이 옵저버가 자유 화면만 잡고 있어서 더블킬을 하긴 했는데 그 사이에 테러들이 다른 쪽 트레이드를 다 했어요. 잡아버리고.
Yeah, usually when things are going rough for Vitality, he pulls out some BS.
잠깐만 또.
No sir, not at all. 6-6. Okay, Astralis.
괜찮네요. 아스트랄리스 6대6.
They picked it for a reason.
본인들이 픽하면 테러 6점.
Could we have a game?
이제 CT 가서 하면 되고 오늘 피스톨 라운드는 다 이기고 있어서 또 지금 이기면 되겠죠. 후반에. 자, 6대 6입니다. 과연 아스트랄리스 픽맵 6 가져가고 3각 미라지 갈 수 있을지. 오늘 피스톨 다 이기고 있는데 여기서 이겨주고 후반 CT 편하게 해주면 좋을 것 같은데요. 자유의 P250 헤드샷 조심해야 됩니다.
Previously at this tournament alone seen him just become a one-man army on T-side nuke.
헤러 유틸 플래시 하나 스모크 하나 들어가고 부스팅?
Yeah, well, they want to do it quietly. You can. There we go. Not so quietly.
디바이스 원택.
That's a quick reaction from Device. All of that for
하나 더는 못 잡았지만 그래도 매지 체력을 많이 빼줬어요. 이 인포도 야 상대 야대 많다 보고 갔습니다. 그래서 CT 수비 위치 바꾸고 있고요. 오, 네, 에이펙스 선수가 되게 깊숙이 들어와서 딥 백스텝 순식간에 숫자 한 명 더 많게 테러 3대2.
As Yabi flirts with Main.
자유.
And Zaiwu one tap to the face of Yabi.
Yeah, now you have to finish A.
1대3.
I'm just trying to route around them here.
오늘 세 번의 피스톨 라운드를 다 이기고
You can also
있었는데.
spring one player deeper into the rafters. You have Zaiwu who gets to worry about heaven.
설치.
So this one, I don't see a way for Magis to win this.
No, it's just a question of if Zaiwu gets it cleanly or if there is another casualty.
It's the right time to get your first pistol in the series. You had a pretty tough CT half. And now you're about to grab the pistol. Magis, he's not going to have time for this, even if he does find the kill. Which doesn't look like he will.
세이브하자.
Off to Ram to save his Kev.
Oh, he's gone overlooked for the time being, and likely will, so imagining he's probably darted off towards CT spawn somehow.
아빠 하나 살려가고
So yeah, he
예지는
does
죽었네.
retain that Kevlar.
그러면 CT가 아스트랄리스가 마치 바이탈리티가 전반 두 번째 라운드에 했던 것처럼 포스 바이를 할지?
Is there a specific call that Hooksy wants to make? Or this was a nice opening shot, right? That boost comes in noisy there. Those yellow containers.
스카웃.
He just gets removed in that moment, and then Apex's flank, which is not too Apex-like, is essentially the round-winning move. So well done from him, who's been showing some real frustrations throughout Nuke.
Oh yeah, we are in A. And
근데 롭스가 맥큰 들고 엔트리.
Flying into the Mac 10, it might very well
출탄
be
트레이드 좋은데요. 로비에서 매지의 롤킹. 오, 연막 헤드샷 좋아요. 혹시 운 좋았어요. 그리고 와! 후방 뭐해?
Straight through the smoke.
VAC.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely giving it a look-see now. All it takes is a messy spray from Messi and it's game on. Zaiwu, happy affair. Nice find onto Hooksy. Dips away. Magic hits it on the 5-7. That Danish pistol working wonders. Yes, there is. A split kit, no less. Awkward for Messi and Astralis.
포스 바이 이 코스티.
Believe it.
Unbelievable.
The 5-7 at range. Hooksy got away with a mad one there.
진짜 500원짜리 5-7으로
They've been strong, at least in contending when the economy hasn't been on their side. Right, they won the pistol in the first half. They lost the force, but then they won a force back of their own.
What is this?
What is this?
Isn't it? Just peppering through. The second one is gone. Yeah, it worked. Let me run it again, shall I? Not giving them any room to move on that top side.
야, 엑스레이 끄고 보니까 그냥 걔 말도 안 되는 진짜.
And the kit making that a whole lot easier.
개쌉지라기.
We're going top again.
Yep, same again.
잠깐만요. A 러쉬 뛰어요.
Yeah, that is positioned well. There's Mezzi.
이번엔 매지가 탭구로 에이펙스까지.
A nice one back. Apex comes in from main. Hooksy sidelined.
디바이스 딱 쐈는데 큰일
It's not
났다.
the weapon he wanted to be retaking with. Didn't think that would be
스모크
happening
잘못
so soon.
Huge gap.
와, 스모크에 틈이 있어가지고 좋습니다.
And he'll profit.
하나 더, 하나 더.
Oh my god, Apex is lucky to be alive. Robs is too. A missed shot from Device.
미스샷.
And Vitality. A pace change works out for them.
체력
A
10밖에
10 HP
없는데요.
1v2 with an AWP. Device is lesser of two evils.
야, 바이탈리티도 진짜 강심장입니다. 바로 그냥 스틸 당하자마자 바로 포스해서 러쉬 뛰었어요 그냥.
Making everyone feel like he was there as he glanced towards ladder, but needs to dip on back into CT
정신없이
spawn.
공격 템포
Great
굉장히
double kill
빠르게
there from Mezzi.
들어옵니다.
I can't believe that from Apex as well. He's the one that misses the smoke. A teammate dies, and then he goes and picks the bomb up like there's nobody there. Imagine like, bro, your teammate just died. But they do get away with it, and back and forth we go again. But do we have the same result as the first half? Do Vitality now win consecutive to break the finances, or Device's saved AWP suggest otherwise? It is crazy to see this just level of
디바이스가 오버를
pace out of Vitality. The same
살렸으니까
thing was on Inferno, right? They were doing those A plays where they were just popping top mid on the rifle
또
round.
포스 봐야 하나요?
I understand that they probably don't have the most respect for Astralis. That is being shown as Hooksy from the highest of highs to lowest of lows as
they're synchronized there.
the head in hand as we go again. So this time there's an
이거
AWP in the mix
맞춰서
alongside
같이
of
삽니다. 디글 5-7 파마스 MP9.
Just going to try the 5-7
훅시.
lock outside, and Apex will find him. That immediately a grin on the face there. Hooksy like, well, that's how that one's gone
두 명 어디
down.
갔죠?
I mean, he can't be too upset. He just got
똑같은
two
자리에
of them in one round.
Exactly.
야드 나가서 다
So,
죽었네.
in their own back. I don't know how many rounds we're really going to have to discuss
라운드
the CT
시작하자
setup, but
10초
Device
만에 두 명 죽어.
doesn't even get across to the safe haven of the CT
점프 뛰다가
boxes.
딱 걸렸네.
This one has been mopped up quickly.
Hasn't it?
비상입니다. 아스트랄리스 초비상.
Dink
이거
and dead.
좋은데요.
Stair gets something, but short-lived.
그러나
Mezzi onto Yabi, and they know exactly where Stair was, who has
Stair가
picked up the
딱
ore,
죽고
but you're going to get
세이브가-
hunted this time, my friend.
It's a toucher class from Vitality.
이거
You
죽이러
lose a round,
가겠죠.
you know you shouldn't.
시간 너무
And
많아서.
immediately return to your winning ways and calling like back-to-back pacey tops. Cheeky. Does seem like that might be a little bit of a knockout blow to Astralis' confidence.
They have done some repeat calling in this series so far as well, so
그냥-
keeping with pace and repeat calls.
위치를 잘
Two things
모르나?
that I think are factoring into that disrespect.
Yeah.
And Stair looking for the save right now. So it will read 9-7 in favor of Vitality.
매지가
with
헬
Nico up
클리어하면은
most likely.
CT겠구나 이제
Whether or not this AWP is retained, we'll
알겠죠.
find out now.
봤어요?
They paid the shot nicely
잘 가라.
and the whole squad are gunning for him. Stair gets more
보여주나?
warm-up in.
보여주나?
2 of the 4. Oh, and a leg shot onto
저
Apex. That's the
노란색
end of
막대기
him.
맞았네요.
Yeah, he's going to feel hard done by that Bollard just blocking the bullet.
야, 디바이스보다 잘 쏘네.
And it will have to be the eco now. So
스테어가 오퍼
when we
하자.
do get to the gun round in a round's time, you will see Stair holding ramp. You'll have Magisk as the top anchor. Yabi as your dormant. Hooksy playing outside with the rifle, and Device obviously as the rotator with the AWP. A couple of HEs invested upon for this one. Stair and Magis, where are those destined
자,
for?
이제 프리코.
It's about the highlight because they just
프리코
have the start
라운드니까
of the
이제
USPs.
내가 한마디
Outside, so
하자면은
looking for a chunk of damage.
자, 채팅에 지금 이제
And they'll get 6.
AWP를 보고 오퍼라고 발음하시는
Ramp
분이 있는데
boost.
틀렸죠.
Themselves trying to play it over the yard
AWP는
smokes, but
이라고 해야
It'd be good
되고요.
for a cheeky kill.
그걸 쏘는 포지션을
no, it won't.
오퍼 쏘는
Well, there's no man
사람이라고
that
해야
gets more
됩니다.
cheeky kills in Counter-Strike than Mr.
애답이라고
Flame.
하던가 차라리.
good series from him so far.
뭐
Sure, he's got a
이러던가.
negative KD right now. on the
오퍼는
second map, but
발로란트가 이제
fantastic.
AWP라는 총을 가져가면서
Never got ideas.
뺏길 때
How's that for an idea?
오퍼레이터라고 말장난을
Open
쳤죠.
ball,
예,
long round.
오퍼레에서 그래서 줄여서 오퍼라고 읽으려고 이제 그런 식으로 가져간 총이고
oh, we have you in this
카스에서는
lull. Up next, we do have
오퍼
the
이거
Mongols
구분해서
versus
잘
Furia.
써주시길
Be a really
바랍니다.
good game.
Yeah, that one's exciting. I think
뭐
Furia lose
이제
training the map pool,
스나수
and
이지를
Mongols lose ancient. Harry and Hugo jumping on the mic for that one, as this one is just getting
스나이퍼
stripped
하던가
now.
스나이퍼 TRG
Winner
하던가
of this will play Mouse in the semi. Winner of that aforementioned game will play Falcons.
AWP라고 하는
Australis is
실제
a bit of an odd
경찰용
one out in
저격
terms of the playoffs. I think
소총
Mongols, there was conversation about,
있습니다.
okay, well, what do we expect now that Senzu's not in the team?
원래 이제 AWP 그러니까 AW가 그 저격 소총 이름인데 우리 대테러 부대에서 이제 경찰에서 쓰는 이거는 이제 폴리스 붙어서 AWP라고 하더라고요.
Here we go. Is this one going to be as we expect? So Vitality just run away with this and close this down, or can the rifle rounds be converted for Astralis? There's very, very few of them to know within this series.
오, 바이탈펜 무슨 카드도 들고 있어요.
They've got the necessary Molotovs to block top side.
자, 아무튼 프리코 라운드 지나갔고 이제 CT가 총 탔으니까 봅시다. 10대 7에서
I don't love the way this one feels.
디바이스. 야, 잠깐만 이거 유리 대포네요. 네, 이거 디바이스 선수 갑바 안 샀습니다.
3 outside, 2 in lobby.
그 보여줘야죠. 예.
Attack right now is
갑바 안 입고 딱 샀습니다. 디바이스 각오했어요.
You want to remove the potential for somebody close red. That will stall out your smoke wall. So once that's been identified, now they lob in the first wave. Where's the pathing for this? Just to stay close and get down secret? Do they want to make it into warehouse? What's the call from Apex?
자우 선수가 생일이 카스가 출시한 날이랑 똑같던가? 그래서 별명이 선택받은 자입니다. 초준원.
And that means that Mezzi can't follow. Smokes have faded. Apex down.
디바이스 오프닝 킬 좋았어요.
Held by Yabi and actually,
서로 딩크. 머리 맞추고.
Apex swings open the doors, tries to get Yabi on high alert, and it has pulled him away from single. Apex getting cheeky.
록지 이런 거 잘 쏘죠.
He's got the wrap.
쐈어요. 폭탄 불합했어요.
No, Flamesy scoops up the bomb.
그대로 들어갑니다 그냥.
Good convert, removing Hooksy. A site, it's vulnerable.
A를 먹었어요 테러.
To react up heaven.
이번에 올라오고 있고 디바이스 플래시 까면서 메인 피킹. 몰리로 저지. 3대 3입니다. 돼요.
Removing Robs with a quick tap to the forehead.
남은 테러 2명 체력 났습니다.
Very low HP.
에이펙스가 벤트로 합류.
Gonna try and provide the cover. Apex does go down.
자, 혼자 남았어요.
For this round, and there it is.
오, 리테이크 성공합니다.
It's Stare and Device with all 5 combined.
아스트랄리스
some hard shots to hit
8대 10을
there. You can see
만들고요.
that round from Vitality. They're trying to piece it together after losing Zaiwu. Apex is being tricky with it. He's like, okay, so I'm going to make it look like we're going down B. That'll draw a ramp rotation, but we're going to press the top. Rob's getting still in the matches. The top side is relatively underfortified, but Vitality aren't to know that.
더블 킬에다가
Device, his impact being felt in this one alongside of Stare's triple. And he's just really just being a jarring force, isn't he? Stepping out, getting a kill, stepping back out, getting another, and then combining with Yabi for the final as he lets out a roar. So they're still in this Astralis, just a 2-round game.
Gonna need to see a lot more of that.
Oh, okay. Trying to
야비
play ahead
로비
of
오
this Yabi straight into Squeaky.
스키키 나와서 록지랑 대결 무서워요.
Gets himself deep.
로비 클리어링은 좋네요. 초반에 인포를 좀 가져가는 CT 근데 죽진 않아요. 록지 뒤늦게 나옵니다. 이킬 까고 있다가 와우 야비 오프닝 킬 너무 좋았어요. 아 미스샷 킬 찬스 놓쳐버렸고 도망가는 에이펙스.
Apex down to 33,
빠르게 시킬이 내려가 버렸습니다. 그래도 뭐 혹시가 처리해주러 내려왔고.
Well, they know that Stare's deep lobby, right, because of this smoke. You can see it there just puffing through the wall, but that is faded, and now they can take back the space for a minute on the clock.
Apex
cannot die.
한번
doing his best not to. Delays the hunt with the Molotov thrown. Feels like this Yabi Stare lobby holding tough to break for Vitality. Flames comes in from Team Roof. How's his pathing? Clears out, but Yabi's better. They're not so lucky. Same gap, same angle. Double zoom.
좋아요.
Play again on display from Device.
이 각에서 또 한 번 죽입니다.
The flank from Hooksy comes to perfection, just as Mezzi's trying to
되게 잘했는데요 이번에.
get back on his feet.
Really annoying CT side to follow right now. Not only the opening gambit, but there's some other details in that. Let's see if Zaiwu gets away with this save. He throws into ramp, finds that frag, but needs to hold on to the AK with the util. Not going to be given this one a go. Outside as well, they threw 2 in sentries. One of them was the standard to slow down the outside push. The other one was to block a smoke wall, right? So they'd throw one back with red to try and force a gap in an outside smoke wall. So you can see multiple ideas in that round of Astralis, but Yabi making his plays, and said this during map number 1-2. It does feel like they've acknowledged, hey, we are going to need to play aggressive in-your-face Counter-Strike if we want to beat a team like Vitality. And this time, they will be able to silence back-to-back rifle rounds. I think that's the first time we can say that in this series.
Map 2, 18 rounds deep.
Nothing is more jarring, though, than being in a position where you are not able to have territory that should be yours. There's that incendiary again.
CT AK 2개 쓰고 있고 디바이스
Not the
여전히
smoke wall that was
들고
thrown,
있고 자우의 히어로 AK 아까 세이브한 거.
An attempted disruption.
4명 갑바의 피스톨.
Seems like they're going to keep it simple.
총만 봤을 때는 아스트랄리스가 동점을 가야 합니다. 동점 찬스여야만 해요. 이 코스티를 안 됩니다. 시크릿으로 많이 내려갔어요. 테러. 비공격 준비.
down B, yeah, and Yabi can't anymore, so they are chasing this
혹시
tail.
플랭킹은 이거는 되게 잘 통할 것 같은데요, 이거. 혹시가 총만 잘 쏘면 대박. 아쉬운데. 이 양념은 잘 쳤네. 그래도 죽인 것도 에이펙스라서 사실 제일 맛없는 선수를 잡았어요.
Still, that right side cross is held by the AWP.
이게 1대1 트레이드로 끝나. 그래도 AK 떨궜어요. 야, 이러면 아직 유리합니다, 아스트랄리스.
Device brought low.
가둬두고 패면 돼요.
Yeah, stare again. Nice little 1-2 punch between the two of them, but Flamesy at least keeps it competitive. Props and Yabi, this standoff. Finally, Yabi gets through.
Ooh,
Astralis, wasn't it? Flames might be able to get the bomb, but if he gets it down, that's a win within itself. They are hunting him now.
Yeah, extra cash. Was just that hero gun.
안전하게 해야죠.
In a 1v3 position, noted low HP. And the first of a clutch.
클러치 안 됩니다, 진짜로. 차고 있죠?
Covered by Magic.
10대 10 동점.
Yeah, he
a tied game.
Went for the safe version, right? Didn't get it on the line to make it so he could be able to find an angle from the doors or the window, but yeah, you bang on, all tied up, and I think Vitality would be starting to sweat now.
오, 아스트랄리스 팬들. 디바이스 야비.
Apex considered it, just looked away, passing glance.
That's the crowd factor, right? A good toggle there by the obs, but crowd surge. As soon as you feel any of that, you know you're not in action. You're going to be turning around. That's just the way she goes on the stages. So Hooksy is the one who feels robbed out of this situation, but they get the round.
10대 8에서부터 계속 연속 수비 성공하면서 동점 만들어낸 아스트랄리스.
And then, sure, we're playing against Astralis, the team that defined the way you play with smoke balls and rotation, but that was many years ago. At this point, there are new masters of that craft, and if you think you're class, you should be able to better them in that regard. A map for Astralis is a victory in this series, and a third, well, then it becomes anybody.
타임아웃을 사용한 바이탈리티는 어떤 다른 공격으로 이번 라운드를 플레이하게 될지. 디바이스가 사이로를 째고 있습니다.
Position to deal with a silo peak, but going to see a crouch approach from Flames, gets under the sidelines. Device is all position now noted, and Flamesy tries to catch him on his exit.
살아서 다행이에요. 이거 좀 안일하게
puts the AWP on notice with 22 points of health to work with for our 21st round of play. First quarter final here. The Intel Extreme Masters. Chengdu.
와, 채팅에 IEM 무슨 약자인가요라고 하자마자 해설이 방금 얘기했는데 들었나요?
Back juggling some nades, hoping to fortify his topside defense right now, and second smoke wall deployed.
인텔 익스트림 마스터즈입니다.
Aiming for heaven and hell control
무려
of this.
인텔이 후원을 하고요.
Noted and getting walked upon. Apex
역사 깊은
playing a
시리즈예요.
dangerous game around that slight gap. He's trying to profit. Magic
e스포츠 할아버지 같은
process that it's a possibility. Kept busy by killing in all of his teammates. Finally,
트레이드 당했지만 3대4 어드밴티지 유지하고 있는 CT.
Robson stare. A bit of a fight towards the ramp
롭즈와
side.
스테어. 듀얼 이기면서 2대4.
Two-man advantage for
11점
Astralis.
리드 눈앞에 있습니다.
Now, especially with this flank.
이번 라운드까지 이기면은
lovely proactive CT side on display from Astralis.
10점 갈 수 있어요.
Constantly moving and using the advantages. Normally, by the book, we're saying in 4v2s, you just want to sit back and not do an awful lot, but they're staying active and not giving any room for Vitality to work. Flamesy will likely get tracked down here. If not, he can save. It's 2,900 as the loss into the next, so we'll have to be another partial. And what does that mean? Well, with 11 about to be noted, 12 very likely. So overtime is potentially where Vitality will have to settle this, and that's if they can get it there.
프렌즈가 AK 하나 세이브.
Right, Chad, as far as can't happen twice.
Yeah, look, the Falcons result. The Falcons have had a really
테러 3,000원밖에 없습니다.
as well.
다음 라운드 이제 히어로 AK 플레이를 해야 되고 아스트랄리스가 이 코스티를 당하지 않는 이상은 12점 갈 확률이 높습니다.
Astralis did take down scalps that were better than them, right? I think if you take down Na'Vi and you take down the Mongols, people would have been having those as the favorites in those head-to-head. So Astralis have already performed above expectations in Chengdu, and they continue to do so now. Or is it Vitality, who maybe aren't as ripe as they need to be for a trophy? Well, here's the partial. Yeah, the Apex. Look, it is classic. It's always concerning. I don't know why. I know that his teammates are used to it. That's what he says. Hey, if it's not a problem for my boys, then it's not a problem. They're looking to pop ramp, but Stair and Device have been in great form in this half. Oh,
프렌즈는 혼자 플레이
they
따로.
just got pulled away.
온대랑 따로 플레이.
Yeah, Flames are getting across.
스테어 1킬을 아쉬운데요.
Okay, they have managed to manipulate the rotations and keep it 4-on-4.
그리고 플레임즈의 로어 전진을 스모크로 한 턴
Both of them leave
막았습니다.
ramp after it looked like a strong position means that it wasn't clearly outlined who was going to be moving once that went down. So 4v4, and this is where
AK
that
주면은 테러
proactivity,
AK
if they
두 개 쓸
continue
수
on the CT side,
있는데요.
could get caught. You can see this trap set up at ramp for a reaggress.
디바이스 안전하게 멀리서 보고 있는 거 좋고 야비가 램프
Yabi ready to take a fight at ramp.
둘이서 램프입니다. 혹시야 야비 오 램프룸을 리피카로
Not the result.
유틸 손에 들고 있던 에이펙스를 못 죽이고 플래시 받고 디바이스 누워버리고 매지가 따로 죽고
Just need to find Mag as the top anchor now.
Okay.
3대2 A 앵커는 매지스크 솔로 B 수비 오 폭탄 드랍 등 뒤에서
Flamesy is position noted is Yabi who knows where both were, but the bomb likely to go down.
설치
What posted on that ladder climb? How do you approach this, Yabi?
To do it safely.
야비 세이브인가요? 아니 매지 이거 매지 딱 잡으면 머리 꼬땡이 어떻게 안 보이나?
Not spotted. If he comes up the ladder here, Meg can still
오
miss
사다리
this.
올라와서 매지 잡을 수 있을 것 같은데요. 얘 매지가 사다리를 보고 있는 게 아니라
And it's enough. Mezi,
반응 개빠르네.
huge impact on the Tech 9 rounds. That's another round where he's found a multi-kill on the sidearm.
Yeah, the force by was early where he was able to get that multi out of heart, and now doing the same. That proactivity did come back to haunt them, right? They start coming
히어로
around with two,
AK
they
라운드에
get
이
caught. They
코스트
actually the ones who got
당하네요.
the
이거
jump
10점
there.
갔었어야
The two players
되는데
positioned in weird headshot angles, not usual angles. This is the brute force into ramp, and Stair's going to be pissed off, right? Because both of them evacuated ramp off the outside information. If one of them stays, think about it, he just, as he got back, now they're coming.
Yeah.
He's not planted and ready. So the fact he gets one, I'm still giving a big tick to Stair there.
마지막 타임아웃을 썼습니다. 누가 먼저 12점을
Chaos in the
갈까요?
comms costing Astralis, and now we're tied back up 11-11. Both teams with the buys. Kit on Yabi and Hooksy, so don't worry about it if the bomb goes
이제
down.
이번 시리즈에서 진짜 5-7 초대박을 했던
Their
아스트랄리스는
biggest issue is the loss bonuses at the
태권한테
bottom of the barrel.
당해버렸습니다.
They lose this, they'll have no money for the final round. It's going to come down to what gets saved.
시티 돈 없네요. 오히려 이번 라운드 지금 질 수도 있냐?
Okay, so trying to force holes in the smoke walls highlighted there by the obs, and you can see the incendiary top main didn't connect, so smoke wall down.
쌀로로?
Luxie just on the edge of the smoke. Flames wins it out with just 9 points of health to spare. Apex working his way across. I don't know if Device even spotted him. He was busy dismantling.
Been caught a couple of times, hasn't he, by these plays?
오 머리 조심.
Daiwo was holding for that sweep, and
에이펙스가
doesn't need
가라지
to worry about
들어가서
it. Apex is completely sidelined
디바이스
him.
It's
백스텝.
the third time they've gotten past the
조졌는데요.
expectation of the outside defense.
그냥 지금 3명 세이브 할까?
And a crucial
총 다
juncture.
떨구면 다음 라운드 못해요.
Money on the line.
그냥
Flames, he doesn't need to
지금
overextend,
세이브
doesn't need to
할까?
overcook. Yabi's position noted as Apex has found magic.
아니
Yeah, but that's it, right?
디포트에서
Because they've had to
3명
go
다
for these
끊기
type of plays, they continue to do so. Stair's going to have to do an awful lot right now.
트레이드가
And that
없어?
molly might force him forwards. It's a head-to-head with Zaiwu.
GG.
And quick to the scope.
수고하셨습니다.
Puts it into a 12th, seeming certain.
I'll try and save if you can
야비는
here, Yabi.
M4 하나 살리자.
1900 into the next with no residual cash on a single member of Astralis. The cash injection will be lining their pockets, but you're talking MP9s and 5.7s, with Yabi being able to drop something a little bit meatier, but all in all, You're close, but you know you're up against it.
It's just crazy because I'm just thinking about, maybe it's because of my UK passport, but Mezzi has won them this nuke if they convert here. If
impactful rounds, yes.
Like the 2 rounds that have really broken Astralis' soul, spirit, and momentum been off the back of these partial Tech 9, Kembar, Mezzi multis. 12-11, Astralis, they're going to have to pull one of their own out of the hat.
Well, Hooksy just needs to spray 2 guys down with a 5-7 through the main smoke, right? We've seen that before, so we know we can do it again, but this time the stakes an awful lot higher. That was the early stage of this second half. Right now, we're at the final round of regulation. They definitely put up more of a fight than they did on Inferno, and with the major right around the corner, you need to see positive signs out of Astralis. But still, going up against Vitality, they were always a massive underdog.
Potentially our final round.
Guys, listen to each other, please. We have good information. Let's play as a team, okay?
Even in victory, it feels like things aren't working the way Apex wants them to be.
근데
just walking yard. Hooksy's 5-7 has immediately been noticed in same position.
멀티킬 하긴 했어. 이 코스틸 기억이 있긴 합니다. 라운드가 또 한번 기적같이 한번 스틸하고 OT 노려볼 수 있을지.
Yabi is investigating towards the lobby. It's
좋아요 대결. 로비에서 트레이드 잘했습니다. 매지스크 진짜. 더블킬 났으면은 눈앞이 깜깜해질 뻔했는데.
And aggressive simultaneously, just waiting for something to come his way. Here it comes. Device has been patient.
4대4.
How does he path it?
그리고 이거 저 디바이스 숨어 있는 거를 머리 위로 올라가네요. 헤븐으로.
Just can stare pulled away. Device has asked for backup.
오, 반피 긁었어?
Whereabouts now noted, but
근데
Apex has got you in heaven.
에이펙스를 CT가
Death from above. Still takes down.
트레이드 좋아요. 매지스크 미쳤어요. 이번 라운드 2대3. 암살! 오! 자유 1대3. 누구나 AWP.
Cobbled together by MP9.
우와, 이 코스티. 우리는 오버타임 연장전으로 갑니다. 5-2형이야.
But Hooksy inserts himself in the conversation, and they're able to snatch one back. It's been a lot of low-buy victories in this map so far, and maybe this helps inform what Apex was just saying when that listening. Right, it feels like it's still stressed. It doesn't appear to be the A game out of Vitality, but that doesn't matter with the scoreboard. We're tied up 12-12 and
훅시와 매지스크 둘이 멀티킬했네. 훅시 매지스크.
As they're probably saying in Denmark right now, Comnu.
야, 형 메이저가 몇 개인 줄 알아?
개 많죠. 4개씩 있죠.
Walking straight through ramp, and there is nobody home. Like literally nobody home. They are out with all of this space.
A full contact ramp. Never mind. No steps have been made.
자, 연장전 첫 번째 라운드.
But such, I mean, frictionless access to ramp.
The question for me is, it can't be Stair because he's having to do with secrets. Mad just dropping down the vent to 10 to lower.
이번 라운드 빠르게 램프로 내려가고 있는 테러. 수비는 윈도우의 매지스크.
The ways for Astralis to access these fights.
더블 도어 쪽.
스모크
3개로 구멍 다 막았어요 이거.
What a luxury.
Made off the door. I like the play.
연막 열었는데 오히려 CT가 잡혔고 설치 4대5 리테이크.
Disadvantage retake for them. Apex evades the spray of Hooksy. Low ammunition. Flamesy extends their advantage.
또 첫 번째 라운드 빠르게 그냥 B 내려와서 공격 성공한 거 같네요. 바이탈.
All right, CT side, you do have to extend your cash money, so they will be opting for the save. Apex hot on their trail. Can stand and fight here. It's not going to be the end of the world, but you want to have the luxuries in case you do lose the next CT rifle round as well. The device will keep Apex at arm's length, but the first round of OT will go to Vitality.
13대 12.
A contact ramp, like so cheeky with it.
Yeah, and like you have Astralis there taking a risk of starting stare down lower. He smokes ramp, he drops down immediately. They're starting heavy for outside. That's where Vitality have been finding a lot of access. So you can understand the call from the Danes. It's like, okay, we keep getting peppered outside, or the smoke walls happen, and then they're behind device. We need to make sure they don't get the room. So how do we deal with it? An extra body. We start him through secret. He can plug that gap. We can worry about the rest. But Vitality call themselves into victory with the path of least resistance. That puts pressure straight back onto Astralis, and now they take the tactical, the one bonus they find themselves in with overtime. But here is the case for me. if you can't win the outside fight and they're going to find the gap perfectly like that, you have to take the fight to them. So it might need to either be an outside control setup where you're going to push up to red, you're going to push under silo, maybe even jump somebody up on the top of warehouse to take a deeper fight, or you fight in through lobby. And in regulation, we had Yabi push through Squeaky, we've had some ramp pushes. It might have to be more of that. Take the fight to Vitality, take some space instead of chasing the room that they want.
Looks like we could have a collision course set towards the yard for round 2 of OT.
Just a standard round.
자,
They're essentially turtling up with
야드
Device's
스모크로
position,
시작을
right? So
합니다.
Hooksy
디바이스는 헤븐에서
might want to get cheeky
푸시랑
with some
같이
stabs just to make sure they don't get it for free.
아웃사이드
You really can't
컨트롤을
just
해주고
let them
있고요.
throw smokes and do nothing. You need to force everyone to be on their toes at all times. But this is
Yuku
reminiscent of a total
디폴트로
setup.
시작.
Stairs not in a position to fight and fall, but it is just one ramp. The nucleus at top and the AWP ready to rotate.
이거 에이스 플레이스 로비랑 메인으로 들어갔나요?
Second wave for that yard space.
오, 자, 디바이스 연막샷 좋았습니다. 근데 롭즈가 더블킬? 야드 쪽은 막았어요. 디바이스가 더블로 2명 잡아줘서 롭즈 자유만 남았고 폭탄도 안 들고 있고.
And that's the loss of Rob. So yeah, we'll
자유만 남는데요. 1대3.
onto Zaiwu with 45 to try and work some magic.
He might get this kill, but how does he get the bomb?
And that becomes the
와, 디바이스 이번 라운드 임팩트 라운드 트리플 킬.
Too much to ask. The quick equalizer in response.
뉴크 시티
Okay, so
오퍼죠.
really good mind games being played right now. I think the
가라지에서
expectation of
딱
Vitality
포지션
is they
잡고
don't
3킬.
play a standard setup, so we can work around towards heaven and hell again. But the AWP, that's the biggest deterrent to that move. So who's going to walk away with the lion's share before we swap halves?
Good intuition there on the spam as well. Hooksy
기억을 다 찾았나?
just off of the flash, starts to press mouse 1 device, however.
다시 13대 13 동점.
Just Apex outside this time. Goes, jump
AK도
spots, doesn't see a lot of
가져갔고요,
smoke ball lands.
CT.
It feels like they want to pivot into something top or ramp centric immediately.
이번에는 야드 스모크는 페이크고 전부 로비로 들어가고 램프 가나요 이거?
Stairs committed on this right side
초반에
again.
시티가 스모크 쳐서 길을
Essentially the same
막아줬는데
setup from Astralis. Stair needs to get... Oh, Device is going to be here in time. He has rotated.
디바이스랑 스테어랑 둘이서 램프 수비 잘 봐줘야 됩니다.
Waits for the flashes, keeps on out, Device delivers. He's out of the game now. Back-to-back multi.
와우 트리플. 와우 꼴찌. 아니네요. 아 마지막에 난 에이스인 줄 알았는데 매지스크가 1킬 하면서 디바이스 4킬
what the
수비.
tell is for that rotation in that moment. The second wall lands, he rotates away, and the fan and the crowd happy with that. We had him on the mic during one of the breaks with DX Master.
계속 그냥 좌우좌우 피킹하면서 이제 스테어한테 어그로가 엄청 끌렸어요. 그래서 불타면서 나오는 애들 쉽게 잡았습니다. 야, 톰 크루즈 돌아왔다. 자, 근데 이제 13대 14에서 전반이 끝나면서 이제 연장 후반으로 왔고 둘이 진영이 바뀝니다. 전반에 이제 테러잡고 6대 6을 했었죠.
Trying to search for information at the squeaky lurk smoke. So we'll have to question, hey, has somebody been able to get down that vent? This looks like the top split variation that they went for before.
패춘을 하고 있어요. 매지스크도 21킬이네.
Okay.
뉴크의 아스트랄리스가 기억을
They're walking
돌아오나?
ahead of it. Flash. Peek.
아, 플래시 스킨 세팅 좋았습니다. 근데 야비가
Resuscitation of hope. Yabi
사이트
outsqueezed
흔들고
Magis to take mapping in. Catches Apex
메인
sleeping.
들어가는
It's just going
이제
tit for tat,
매지만
isn't
찍히면
it?
돼요. 사이트
Just with a lot of room.
랭킹을 돌아서
With that window open, not a
유리창이 깨져 있어서 이거 헬로 들어갔나요? 자 그러면 라크룸 들어가서 록즈 선수를 백스텝을
One
넣을
find
수도
behind the box. It's such a weird clear.
더 깊게 안 가나요?
Nice. Wary of
여기까지?
Mustang.
매지 위치 이제 딱 저 위에 올라가 있는데 디바이스가 잘 보고 있고요.
As he has to win this heaven fight. Zywoo's CT event. He'll be pinned
매지스크가
otherwise.
해본 싸움을 이길 수 있나요?
Tried to bait as well. Nice find. Magisk has
야
done it. Won it
매지스크
out.
미쳤어요.
Zywoo,
23킬
their last hope on
더블킬.
this A side. Magisk, ooh, perhaps waiting a little too long. Robs will catch.
아니 이게 무슨 미스야?
It's a big one. A
권총으로 잡고
but the
1대1
means nothing if Robs has got the
Down the
clutch.
vent.
Down vent quick.
10초 남겼는데 벤트로 가는 판단 좋아요. 설치됩니다. 자, 롭즈와 야비의 1대1이 시작이 됩니다.
Robs has worked it out, rotating swiftly. Yabi immediately into the vents in case of the drop down from Robs. Can play from single, double, or window.
How does he play this?
진짜. 근데 발소리? 자, 롭즈 발소리 내고 있어요.
Yabi might want to just give him a swing on the clear.
소리 들으면서 침착하게 기다리는 야비.
Control side.
킬 있습니다. 깡이체요. 야, 머리 보이냐? 오, 세팅. 야, 그냥 머리 딱 보이는 거 잡아버리는 야비. 15점 아스트랄리스.
Yeah, don't say often there that Zai was missing a pedestrian shot like that. That one's going to cost him. He is very fortunate that Robs kills Magisk Heaven because that removes 1 point of pressure. He's worrying about main, he's worrying about Squeaky, he's worrying about Heart and Heaven. But as soon as that kill comes in, at this point it should become an awful lot easier. And for the game to miss that one, that's a big miss. When Device's AWP is singing, Zywooz is missing. And now it's Vitality who have to drag it into double OT.
Okay, we've got action on yard. Lots.
야드에서 시작합니다. 오, 체력들이. 자, 근데 훅시가 자유를 죽였어요. 하지만 플레임즈 트레이드.
Flames the claw back, block squeak. Lots of action towards Secret for the Danes.
Everybody.
스모크 펼치고 시크릿으로 테러 4명이 내려가고 있습니다. 로어의 수비는 플레임즈.
Jump spot and rotate to the side. So
점프 스파팅을 하고 있어서 인포 딸 걸로 보이고요. 봤나요? 맞죠? 수탄? 야비?
HG's not going to find his mark.
오.
Quick to try and punish Flames. He's doing an awful lot. His signature move. Vitality in the mark. He's denied the ace.
아직 경기 끝나지
But it doesn't
않습니다.
matter again when Vitality need him to step up. Another multi-kill from Flames.
아까 인페르노에서도 B사이트에서 진짜
you can see
수비
why they operate with pace because he
3킬,
hangs around to
4킬씩
throw the nade. They know they have a
엄청
split second more. Right, most players will get the jump spot and move into sight immediately, knowing they can par the head of this hustle. But Flames almost wants to bait them into this. This is where he does his best work. Heads up, counter strike, take the jewels,
Flamesy.
line you up, knock you down. Could have been his second ace of this quarterfinal.
I'm starting to think he's got one of the tidiest M4A4 games in the business.
경기 이거 아스트랄리스 끝내고 3쿼에 가게 될까요? 아니면 더블로 들어갈까요? 30번째 라운드.
One hell of a swing.
연막 속에서 서로 스모크 스팸. 자, 디폴트.
This time Vitality are the ones who leave the ramp gap.
이번에는 일자로 스모크
Zywoo
피고
starts down
시크릿
towards Secret. Rob's playing red pole.
가면은 자유의 오비
Quite
기다리고
aggressive in
있고요.
Heart.
스테어 이거 1대1 대결하나요?
Parting towards his likely demise.
자유가 대기 중입니다.
Can you jiggle phase? No, you can't. Meets his fate. Zywoo puts him down.
오픈 킬이고요.
Vitality have that man advantage. Betty has a look.
오, 매지스크가 커버 지렸어요. 헛을 매지를 잘 잡았고 플래시 맞았어요.
Eats it.
야비
Secures
잡고
an advantage for Astralis with that flash.
3대4. 또 근데 또 플레임지. 근데 또 플레임지. 머리 치고 간 거 봐. 개무섭네. P1.
There's no one in A. Robs needs to get up heaven now.
롭즈가 헤븐으로. 헤븐 몰리. 쉐이드 좋아요 야비. 이제 자유만 남습니다. 1대2. 자유 대 디바이스 야비.
Zywoo could redeem himself. The AWP miss probably still lingering in his mind. Astralis, they picked this map.
테트리스에
They're showing us why.
택구 들고 디바이스 선수 가까이에 붙어 있고요.
Just one more kill. He's not cleared his Tetris.
잘 숨었습니다. 뉴크를 가져가는 아스트랄리스. 우리는 3꽝맵 미라지로 갑니다. 와, 아스트랄리스도 제대로 보여줬네요 진짜.
Mirage awaits and our Apex and Co rattled.
자, 우리는 3꽝맵 미라지로 들어가자. 일단은 바이탈이 테러 아스트랄리스가 C팀이에요. 8전을 이겼나 본데. 자, 피스톨 라운드 유틸 스모크 2개 플래시 4개 들고 테러 A 속공을 준비하고 있습니다. 매지스크랑 디바이스랑 근데 수비 포지션이 다 B 같네? 미드랑 B 같네?
Flash is high. Device has
예,
vision.
리테이크 생각해야 돼요. 와, 야비 원탭 좋습니다.
Mezzi, he will not be
진짜 한 명 딱 잡아주는 거 너무 좋고.
Yabi plucks him from the air, but the bomb will go down.
야비가 이제 스모크랑 슛도 들고 있기 때문에 아스트랄리스 리테이크 시도를 하겠죠.
Holding on to it. A lot of restraint at the moment.
Waiting for confirmation of presence, and does look like they're going to be run
자,
boosting.
에이펙스도
Astralis, that is,
티켓에다가
CT.
스모크 깎고. 이거 스모크 들어와서 어려워지나?
A lot of time off of that clock. They're going to have to make plays.
대신에 플래시는 터졌어요.
Magisk is in trouble.
점프 뛰어 들어가.
He's made a meal of that. Bit of a mess.
오, 자우가 훅시를 늦게 처리해가지고 트레이스로 피스톨 이기는 아스트랄리스 리테이크 성공.
There as well, but he does get the defuse through. Everything's okay. I love it and I hate it from Vitality at the same time. So normally in that situation, one of the protocols you have as a CT, if you are going to play retake, A, is to have a flash to take back that space, because the T's will tend to take all of that space and towards ticket, they'll get on the trash can, they'll stack on each other's heads, they'll play like 3 or 4 players there, anti-flash if they can get the room. So they held onto the smoke, they were waiting for the flash, then they block, which means that the likely 3 players that were going to channel through now have to come through the smoke.
일단은 플랜트가 됐기 때문에 보너스 모니로 갈릴 2개에다가 포스바이를 선택하는 바이탈. 오늘 좀 포스바이 이코 스틸이 진짜 초반 라운드에 많이 치고받고 하는 그런 경기 양상이었죠.
And it's a gamble stack against the Force. From Astralis, they've started heavy towards A. This could be the short holder, Hooksy the B anchor. Yabi A, stair connector and device. That's the AWP over towards middle. And Apex is all sorts, isn't he? Just missing a casual flash under no pressure. And to be part of this fake over towards A that Robs is now selling. Fortunately, it is just Hooksy on B for Vitality. If they get past him, they're in.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
M4 들고 있는 훅시 깔끔하게 하나 헤드샷으로 잡고 황훅시
Exceptional.
트리플 킬 수비.
Phenomenal. They got what they wanted. It was just one man on the site. But hang on.
2대5에서 2대2.
Dirty on the pistols. Deagle Tech 9. They're so
왜 저 팀원들 왜 다 죽었죠? 이게 무슨 그래도 딸피들이야. 그래도 딸피들이라서 스테어가 low HP 디글
from Robs to finish it, but that's got Apex fired out. One of his more impactful rounds right there. 3 for him.
아니 아스트랄리스 라운드 다 이겨놓고 2대5를 졌어요. 훅시가 트리플 킬 했는데
the one
멘탈
man on the
나가겠는데요.
side delivers 3. That has to be your round, Astralis. And teams have been struggling
아스트랄리스
with
2대0이어야만 했는데
whoever won the pistol lost to the forces. But will these force by wards continue back and forth with the pistol? 5-7 Deagle, we're underway. Apex making the same call as the last. Instead knows that could have been his.
바로 1대1.
Just Hooksy here again.
CT 총 돈 다 빠졌습니다.
On the jump spot, going to have to use this defensive.
피스톨 포스바이 5-7.
Exceptional.
아, 플레인지 그냥 점프 뛰고 들어와요.
But this time completely empty hands.
And one kill's enough.
4명 A쪽 가 있기 때문에 이번 라운드 그냥 이렇게 세이브하면서 끝나야 될 것 같아요. 빠르게 B러시 성공 좋았습니다.
I think it's admirable that Astralis have been able to take this to the third.
야, 근데 에이펙스도 참 태꾸로
Here's the thing, I'm not great with odds. So
롭즈 디글
when I was looking at them, my interpretation of a 6-1 odd is apparently not a 6-1. What is actually more? It was like a 7-1, like 85% chance. This is from the bookmakers. That Vitality
선수는 참 엔트리 설 때 맥텐 들고 점프로 너무 잘 들어가죠.
4 tournaments with Magisk in the ranks. Their best placing was a playoff.
동크도 엔트리 롤이긴 한데 얘는 이제 슈퍼스타라서 AK를 받고 들어가는데 플레인지는 진짜 이제 순혈 엔트리 슈퍼스타 롤이 아니라
drawn against Vitality, who fumbled in their bracket.
개돌 뛰는
It meant it was
역할.
always going to be tough, and they showed grit. Map number 1, the scoreline, you might sit there and go, oh, 13-7. Yeah, maybe if they won a clutch round. No, they just won pistols, right? That was a blowout. Map 1 was an absolute blowout. Map 2,
which met our expectations.
Yes, but map 2 it was them on what is their home map, and a map that Vitality have been picking, mind you. Some class Counter-Strike.
See how classic. A couple of pistols.
This one here, I feel
자,
is
돈 없어서 이코 해야
the
되는
hardest of the
아스트랄리스.
bunch. Right, Josh was discussing on the
이번에는 A 공격이네요, 바이탈.
Well, that's Vitality's permaban, so no, you do have to play Mirage, and you likely will be rinsed.
아, 공격 피킹 타이밍
Rinsing in
완벽합니다.
progress as we observe an eco bash.
뭐 팔라스, 램프, 커넥터 동시에 찔러 들어갔고.
I guess there's parts of this conversation that start to get deeper, and this becomes for the end of
총을
the
먹으면
series and the start of
좋겠는데.
tomorrow if things keep going in the way of Vitality.
야비가
I would love
딜을
to
하나
see Astralis
킬다고?
find some fight, and we're still in so early stages. I'm not ruling them out. I'm just getting ahead of myself, as it were. But is the form that you see from Vitality now concerning when they go up against Mouse again, which will be for the 11th time in 2025?
Might be.
Right? That's the thing.
Be.
Is it concerning? And that's going to be the questions that will linger.
아머 세이브 해야겠죠.
Mouse will be watching this on.
I'm not ready to write out the Astralis 15% just yet.
Okay.
You know? Sure, numbers, stats. I was never very good at numbers.
Okay, well.
I like to go with my heart, and right now, I'm telling you, I think that nuke might have rattled them. I know, suddenly he's all confident and suave and sophisticated, but all it takes is a little bit more out of the Astralis ranks. And you saw Hooksy's 3K short. Okay, they did. They still won that round somehow. But the individuals are firing, get Device and Orphan, see what Astralis can muster up.
Well, you're not good with numbers, but you might be one out of 15 people in the world believing in this one. So let's see. First rifle round.
5,000까지 자금 세이브하고
Could be
있고.
very telling. Zywoo taking
분다 털어서
heavy
퉁타는
black
라운드.
damage.
연막샷으로 데미지 잘 넣고 있습니다.
Actually not going to play scared.
RP로 자유 미드 쭉 밀어버리고 룩즈 당했어요. 램프. 오! 야비.
Apex cut down. Ramp and Palace respectively.
램프랑 팔라스로 나오는 두 명을 수비하는데 성공.
Need to fight Con, Device. This is really what you want to be seeing.
스모크로
The CT's
막아버리고
down
A
on the
스플릿 미드 쪽도 정리.
leaving the bomb on Mezzi's back and now
좋은데요?
sat on his ass.
Can see the prep from Astralis and what they're trying to force with their setup. So they went for Hooksy anchoring B and then 2 con, 1 window, and then Yabi still anchoring A. And a lot of teams like to run around that you go for heavy mid control on the T side, but you run 2 lurks, right? You have your normal A lurk, but then you also throw the second, which is your other extremity player coming at apps or ramp, depending on. And then you're meant to be able to find the gap.
야비의 더블킬 수비.
Right, but the fact that Yabi is allowed to play A because they have an extra man playing con to make it look like the defense is chomping down on mid while presenting a gap. There isn't. So it is a gamble, but it's based off prep, and that's perfect because now that will play into this, right? They think there's a hole, there's no hole.
아쉬워하는
Apex
에이펙스.
has miffed it himself there.
그래도 돈 세이브 많이 돼가지고 테러 한 번 더 AKA 풀바이.
Starting solo B, right? There's nobody jumping in the vent room, nobody jumping short. It is essentially 2 window start that moves it to 2 con with Yabi anchor A. They're doing it again.
How long until Vitality suss it out?
I don't even know how you're meant to suss it out, right? Because you're making assumptions like I
오늘
just said,
하루
and you
종일
can't
M4,
possibly
A4로
know
트리플킬
unless you
4킬하는 장면
rush B,
나왔는데
kill Hooks and you say, oh, there's no short player.
뭘
Right?
안
But
쓰나
how
봐요
often is
이러고
that
있어.
gonna happen?
Probably not in
지금
the
들어옴?
gun rounds.
And now they're regrouping into what is likely an A finish. So again, Yabi's still anchoring A, 2 players on con. They're not worrying about short.
자, 아스트랄리스
whatsoever.
A 쪽 4명 수비 스택
Division.
쌓았는데 바이탈 미드
Not even denied
컨트롤
right now. It's just
없이
Device in window who's
전부
hoping to find
A
something. A's
엑스큐션
being set up
들어오고
now.
있습니다.
Yabi throws out
팔라스
block
셋,
utility.
램프 둘.
They will have a HE available to break the smoke if they go a standard wall.
Waiting for the call.
Oh, he's used the HE. So Yabi's going to burrow in the site.
They're flying blind, but it's about to be very clear what's happening. Smoke's sailing through the sky. Vitality don't commit behind this. Now we see the movement.
자, 20초 때
Yabi, he's
바이탈
ready for
공격
more. Good
들어옵니다.
flashes, good layering. Where's the kill?
수비
It's big
단단한데요.
for Magisk and Yabi. 3 down.
야비 또 더블킬.
Just a couple back from
매지스크
Zywoo, but that's
더블킬.
another Astralis round.
동점.
Okay, it feels to me like some teams are starting to understand Vitality's approach on multiple maps.
Oh.
Go to the Mouse game. They played 3 banana in so many rounds, and they caught timings
야,
against their
이거
half-court
뭔가
progressions. And that was something that Vitality really
다른데?
struggled to find a solution with. Now, this is something that's super early in the piece. Sure, we're tying up 3-3, but again, they're just going to assume that maybe there was an info play somewhere within the round that gave them that information. Maybe they leered out Cat. They saw nobody was home. They are starting in this heavy setup, and now they've gone back to
야비
standard
지금 되게
2-1-2.
Okay.
하이비 넘칩니다.
Look at the health.
3대3 동점 만들었고요. 오, 미드에 딸피 매지 수류탄으로 처리.
down. Apex, he just goes straight out.
근데 A 들어왔어요, 이거. 그렇죠, 깊숙이 들어왔어요. 트레이드가 너무 좋습니다. 바로 3대3.
Apex CT might meet device quickly. Crazy quick round. I mean, look at the
근데
time. Look at the
에이펙스가
state of affairs.
딸피로 좀 깊숙이 사이트 먹어놔서 일단 들어오죠.
Top connector can molly off to jungle. Apex has heard that.
스모크로 미드 쪽 잘
Double
막아버립니다.
layer U2 into jungle. They did hear the CT player, and Apex has just been caught through a smoke spam. So now it's a 3v2.
Another Hooksy smoke spam.
자우가 디바이스를 잡고 2대2에서
So it really does come down to positional counter strike
둘
at this
다
point.
킬 있고 풀 피고 CT 스모크도 있고 몰리도 있고
That's gone into Palace.
매지스크 파이어박스에다가 설탕 깠나요? 자유 야 정확하게 유틸로 꺼집어내고 잡고 플레이 좋고요. 이제 테트리스 플레임지 혼자 2대2 혹시 방금 반응 속도 뭐죠? 이게 훅시라고?
But yeah, Vitality, they are hitting a couple more bumps. A turbulent flight in pursuit of those semis.
Yeah, you see the energy there as well that they're winning with every round. Like in the previous one, Device like shaking his head in celebration. Right, this one here,
Bonk.
Stair letting out a roar. It's well put together in this 2v2. It's not easy, and I think what Magic wanted to be the house that landed under the balcony. Maybe that was intentional to remove that vision on the way in. I'll give it to him either way, but Hooksy sweeps up, takes on the Tetris player, and guess what? Vitality now down to pistols.
Is there any more Merriman magic in the Tech-9 department?
매지 플레임지가 1킬 5데스 6데스
As well as if you want to go back to that, the execute that you won on the 4-spy, that was Hooksy solo.
디바이스의 A도 디바이 AK도 2개 가져가서 쓰고 있고요.
Apex brought down to 60. Over towards B on his lones with Rops behind to throw some nades. This is going to be a B fake to draw the short player who's already there. Device as well has cheated away from the window, and they'll come out mid and try and split up short.
B 유틸 페이크인가요?
Actually no. They're going to meander down to connector right now.
미드로
so
갑니다.
fake
돌아서
will be into Stair and Yabi's
커넥터 쪽으로 집합.
Curious to see if Magis gets any output here.
근데 매지스크가 감시를 하고 있어요.
Zaiwu.
머리 봤어요. 와우 자유.
What a quick one.
디글 헤드샷.
Smashes the skull of Magis with a Deagle bullet.
Stair's here though.
그리고 스테어 선수 커넥터에서 연막 뚫고 나가서 이건 플레임지가 잡고요.
Yabi, he's such a consistent thorn in their side.
야비 수비하고 있고요.
Hard to find him. Even harder to put him down.
야비가 A 수비를 너무 잘해주네요 아까부터.
Flamesy in the clutch, going for jump shots. That's how little hope he has.
두 발 남았습니다.
And Hooksy should finish the job. Keeps himself going. Another frag and another round.
Okay, considering the only kill went in the favor of Vitality there, you thought they had a chance. They forced out. They're expecting some type of a reaction. That smoke that Zaiwu drops, that's actually so they can par through and not die from short, but they hit the brakes. So right now, 2-round gap and tactical timeout call. The pressure is definitely on. Every listening that we have had so far from the Vitality camp within this quarterfinal has been Apex, and we need to listen to each other.
바이탈리티가 타임아웃을 쓰고 불발. 자우의 테러 AWP까지 바이합니다.
Nobody's business. They do get back into the gun, so 30 seconds to settle, understand the call, and move forward. It's decent cash on quite a few members of Astralis. There's the Ono, it's a zinger, but it gets you nothing. Sure, a little bit of stress, you send him on his ass, but Yabi, he's getting all the luxuries in the world anchoring A right now. He's doing a phenomenal job.
출발
Start off by trying to set up Zaiwu to find an early pick.
시작을 합니다.
Boost.
바이탈리티의 디폴트.
Notice how they haven't done any mid aggressors on the CT side. Maybe they poked their nose out con and spam the top mid smoke, but they haven't run up mid, they haven't pushed into underpass.
That's true.
That can still come within the half. So they are giving the space to Vitality, and that's what they were doing in the early rifle rounds, right? They were going for that stack that I was talking about. Now, Device's AWP starting short.
이번 라운드까지 처리하면은 아스트랄리스 진짜 전반에 거의 7점까지 리드 바로 할 수 있고요.
And just given a second smoke to the connector.
엉덩이 매지스크 유틸 던지다가 몸이 좀 노출이 됐어요. 자우가 그 틈을 놓치지 않았고. 자우가 이제 갑바도 안 사고 이제 그쵸? 유리됐고 킬을 했습니다. 롭즈도 수비 하나 잘랐고 3대5
No response.
A 사이트는 스테어 혼자 수비.
Take the gamble right now as Astralis, and even if it just means you're saving, you are going to give yourself more opportunities.
Oh, the timing could not be worse for Robs.
There's no trade potential. No one's
트레이드가 없었어요.
Stair has managed to make this.
롭즈 하나 깔끔하게 잡아버리고 A로 수비 로테이션 오고.
Uxie CT, you're right. They're in the right
이겼어요,
place.
이겼어요.
Now they've lost sight.
아니 템포로 죽였다고? 디바이스?
What have you got, Mezzi?
사이트 들어오는데.
Picking off Uxie, but Stair completely overlooked. Oh, he gets two.
1대1.
Mezzi has to save Vitality from
매지 대 디바이스.
Serendipity
매지는 참 클러치 잘합니다 진짜.
or just a bit of lady luck.
바이탈리티를 위기에서 구원했네요 방금.
It's a 5v3 advantage right there that comes down to a crazy 1v1.
그리고 아스트랄리스는 3대5였는데 잘 싸우긴 했네요.
Team-based Counter-Strike here at all. Like Robs is stranded on ramp. Mezzi can swing Palace slightly, but he's not even in the deeper part of the doorway to get himself on the balcony.
매지의 스프레이가 튀어서 헤드에 들어간 것 같았는데.
It's not convincing Counter-Strike from Vitality, and you can see it in the reaction of Apex there.
연막에다가 그냥 이제 샷을 잘 쐈죠, 헤드샷. 예, 들어갑니다.
That was nearly a travesty.
Let's play together, boys. We have 5v3s. Let's play together, boys.
Still the same problems persisting for Vitality.
Surely that kind of round, the fact that you've just been saved, that's a wake-up call. It's got to be.
Well, it's the same problem that existed from Nuke flowing into Mirage, so...
Maybe it's not a quick fix.
Exactly. Right now, it could just be, you know, your B or C game on display, but the scoreline doesn't care about that.
바이탈리티 공격 방향은
Yeah, and it does seem like Astralis really have managed
B사이트
to bring their A game today.
앱스로 3명, 4명 드랍합니다. 아, 디바이스 미스.
Doesn't look like it's going to cost him.
미스. 아, 두발 미스. 그래도 뭐 2명씩 트레이드해서 아직 숫자 똑같아요. 매지스크. 사이트 뒤쪽으로 흘러 들어와서 암살. 바이탈이 방심한 틈을 타서.
Right there, Magic's just able to pip that gap in all the chaos.
I've seen in this two-map run so far more of this, but nades out, knives out, backs turned.
저 아스트랄리스 원조거든요.
They're expecting a level of respect that isn't given over to them.
바이탈리티가 1년에 8번 우승하면서 이제 아스트랄리스처럼 이제 강정기 오나 원조 강정기 팀이 나타나서 폼을 끌어올리고
And you're going to have to just go for a partial investment. So Astralis with 7 on the table.
4대6.
They've gone back to this two-window one-con opener, but it's B again to be tested.
야, 살아서 다행이다.
Reveals its position.
와, 바로 헤드 때리.
Finds the headshot, but there's Uxie.
혹시 오늘 무슨 날인가요? 더블킬?
His output has been phenomenal.
I'm just trying this again.
Yep.
He's through again.
Same move.
아까랑 비슷한 상황. 이번에는 매지가 오, 바로 트레이드 미쳤다. 준 총을 쏘기도 전에 2대2. 스모크 속에서 아, 점프를 했던 프렌지. 총알 12발. 와, 이번엔 프렌지가 보여줬습니다.
This is by no means a walk in the park for
경기
Vitality.
개짜릿하네요. 결국 히어로에게 이 코스틸 또 성공. 바이탈 침몰할 듯 말 듯 꾸역꾸역 쫓아갑니다. 그리고 아스트랄리스 오늘 진짜 이 코스틸 많이 당했네요. 서로 많이 하고 당하고 그럽니다.
In the trenches right now.
전반전의 마지막 라운드 어느새
Charlotte are on the receiving end right now. Financial woes.
디바이스 손에 들고 있는 게 딸이 아니라 저 스카웃이네요. 무기가 조금
He's played
아쉽습니다.
through the A-ramp smoke here. He's jumped on the
그래도 뭐 싸워볼 만한 무기죠. 야, 근데 아스트랄리스가 이렇게 바이탈이랑 개싸움할 체급이 된다는 게 신기하네요.
A good game. Device is rotating back over towards Ticket. Magic's playing. They've sold B again.
Yeah, Mezzi outside of B, not hearing any of those jump spots. Maybe that informs them, but looks like Robs and Flames will be asking questions here.
Be a flash here, surely. No.
No. Too easy. Yabby again, positionally sound. He's really put Robs in his pocket.
Well, B is open, so they'll essentially be playing retake. Flames selling the fake. They know it's a fake.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to get caught, isn't he? He's not ready for someone so close. It was a half-hearted swing, and
와, 근데 램프 쪽 두 명. 근데 이거 페이크. 야, 바이탈 공격 이번에 특이하게 했네요.
There is no kit for
두
this.
명은 A 램프고
It's going to be very uncomfortable.
세 명이 이제 폭탄 들고 진짜
They can hold
본대가
the
이제
door for a little bit longer.
BX에
Hooksy short,
조용히
device through
들어왔습니다.
market. Yabby instead to join him.
아스트랄리스 뛰어와서 리테이크 해야겠죠.
They just
5대3.
burned both their mollies.
Did Apex catch him? Yeah, spotted him out
근데
further away from the
시티가
angle, but actually doesn't find the lethality. He's so
유틸도
desperately
부족하긴
sought
하고
after.
숫자가 두 명 더 많은 걸로 싸워야겠죠.
I'm about
할
halfway
수
gone
있을까요?
now.
Apex is playing active. Don't forget about that 10-second defuse.
마켓.
In the market. Hang on.
아직이다, 아직 1대1이다.
Time for the 1v1.
근데
He can't play how he
시간.
wants to. Zaiwu doesn't know. He doesn't have a
놀면
kit, but he knows.
끝났네요.
It's going to be a 6-6 half.
겁나
Vitality,
치열한
sweat
FT.
on the brow. Pressure is on. Astralis not
또 전반
rolling over a
6대6입니다.
dying map 3 of this quarter. Vitality
누가
listening.
이길까요? 자, 4강에서 마우즈가 기다리고 있습니다.
Listening to one another.
This is a 5 out of 6 of the pistols for Astralis.
삼과의 마지막 후반 보내지. 헤드 원탭으로 출발.
Trying to get Vitality their second.
X 뛰나요? 와, 또 스쳤어.
Flash for more, double dip.
Flash.
Tracking. Team play on
더블킬
display.
따고요.
Flamesy sets them up with a 5-on-3, and it only gets better. Flamesy, has he got another? Device puts him
드디어
down.
디바이스가
Silver,
트레이드 했는데
hamstrung.
이미 4대2.
Heavy damage inflicted. Mezzi finishes off the job. The
디바이스
cherry on
혼자
top is
남고.
just Device. And he's met by Zaiwu.
이
Okay, the problem
중요한
in the
순간
last three pistols that were
삼꽉
played is not
마지막
a single one who
후반
won it was able to
피스톨을
convert the second.
Okay,
So without the
6대6
bomb going
피스톨을
down, it becomes tough for Astralis to do that, but not impossible. We'll even see if they bother to go for the force buy. But maybe a bit of a history lesson for everybody as we get this back in the highlight package. You put your sharpest tool, your spearhead of your aggressive maneuvers over towards B to find this. They are going to eco, so this will give us a bit of time. One of the goals that we've heard come out of the Vitality camp this year, right? They had the best season ever in Counter-Strike in the first half.
오,
2025.
오늘
Right.
이제 바이탈은 계속
But
피스톨 저도
They were
굿바이
talking
했는데
about wanting to beat
개식임
Astralis'
당했네.
record of 10 trophies in a calendar
빠르게 다음 라운드
year.
갑니다.
Right now,
총 사올라고.
Vitality have 8. To beat that, they need to win Chengdu, Hong Kong, and the major.
자,
If
AK
Astralis
사와야죠.
beat them right here and now, they will be the ones, Device and Magis, combined to deny that possibility, and the very best they could do is tie it
빠르게
up.
AK
I
바이
didn't know
라운드.
you were a poet, Chad, because that is poetry. Okay, interesting.
They had a good game plan in the first half of how to deal with the standard plays from Vitality and their T side. What does Hooksy have in store for the CT? Zaiwu,
오,
aggressive.
자유
A
캐스트
man on a mission,
앞까지
straight up mid.
전진.
Is there a setup to get further? HE scuttled to Hooksy's feet.
자, 발소리 들었죠.
Those
자유.
Striding, Zaiwu knows what's up,
Hooksy가
knows he's on that
박스에
right
있다는 거
side of the
압니다.
box, and we'll try and punish in this little blind spot. Hooksy, are you ready? Oh, he
와,
wasn't. So
전혀
Zaiwu's
몰랐어요.
aggressions up mid have netted them an opening and
자유
an AK
AK로
on
업그레이드
the wound.
오프닝 킬.
Does it force them into the B play? They
미드
might go
컨트롤
through this
시티가
mode.
가져갔고
As he's
이러면
looking like he's
아스트랄리스
unprepared,
매지스크가
running out
뛰어오는
now.
대로
He
바로
does
B
need help.
들어가나요?
They're miles away.
그냥 바로 B 사이트
Playing his
진입.
life. Delaying the inevitable.
Mezzi.
A little bit of a summon, some damage onto Stair, puts him low.
싸움.
Through the bench, look at Yabby's health. One more bullet would do it for
벤치를
two of
쏘는
them.
자유
Zaiwu
결국
finds it,
잡고
uses that AK to find another.
에이펙스 등 뒤에서
Apex, you can't be going down to a Galil with 1 HP.
룩즈
Robs can! 2-on-1!
스테어 더블킬 디바이스
Usually
더블킬
the
잘
first to be
비볐어요.
fighting, now left alone to try and close. Now 1v2, finding an AK makes it more realistic, but
램지가 옵니다.
he gets the
위치
info
알아요?
safely,
쇼신 거
does
봤어요?
Device. Flash is perfect, avoids the potential for that
매지스크
apartment
포지션이
line. Magic is
X라서
on the
좋아요.
line now. Oh, headshot provided.
잠깐만요.
He sees it, he has a
월뱅
great
헤드샷.
Oh, he gets it. Crosshair was right there, but Magic is
위험했습니다.
quicker.
Yeah, crazy for Magis there
야,
as well. Not
매지스크
playing the box,
1대1 잘
stopping the
이겼어요.
cross, and maybe
아스트랄리스
understandably
첫
so.
번째
There was a
파이라운드
smoke in play, no
일단
hit.
승리.
Maybe once he
그러나
scoops up on the
총
site with all
많이
the corpses.
빠졌습니다.
But that is the rifle round, something
총이
that
많이
Astralis
빠졌어요.
was struggling with on map number 1. A 13-7 scoreline. Pistols and conversions got them 6. One rifle round in that whole first map. They had to get a few more of those on Nuke, but it was a lot about the force buys, the light buys.
매지스코 오늘 활약 좋아요.
Chip in. All for Zaiwu. Thomas for Mezzi. That's the highs and the lows.
자,
Zaiwu posted up
자유의
aggressive B.
LP
Has a lot of space
B수비로
available
갑니다.
in terms of information.
테러 미드에 스모크를 3개 나섰네요.
Aggressive in
이거는
Palace on the other side, so they
나가서
have
미드
taken a lot of territory on the
컨트롤 하겠다.
extremities, Vitality.
Which leaves that center of the map. Middle, fully occupied. Apex, you're responsible for this. Gets the info
이야,
safely.
에이펙스
He's
인포 따고
got
플래시.
boatloads of that. Spots two, spots the bomb.
점프.
Mezzi, he's going to play forward of the
야,
util.
매지
Might
유틸 잘
swing on
피했어요.
this,
그리고
especially with
정글에서
Apex chipping
아니
in. More than that,
에이펙스가
takes two. Bomb spotted, trade
더블 킬
provided, but
수비.
too little, too late.
웨스트로 들어오다가 피해가
Magic's got the
너무
ramp side,
컸습니다.
didn't finish off his meal. Flamesy looking like a laser beam as he
정글도
finds
잡고.
jungle player Jabby gone. And there we have it,
No.
Vitality 9, Extaz ecstatic. He knows what that one means. Another, what should be,
이러면
comfortable round for
테러가
Vitality
돈이
imminent.
없을 텐데요.
Are they stabilizing in this final half of play?
Yeah, it has to be the eco from Astralis. So double
아스트랄리스
digits.
이코 해야
They left
되나요?
Yabby
네,
on
라운드
the dig, is
스코어
able to
9대7 이미
finalize. Maybe they want
2점
to bring
차
out the
나는
device
상황에서
AWP, so
있고
trying to get ahead with the Yabby dig, or he could get an AWP into the mix in the next. So yeah, he's opted to go full. And just to return to some of the conversation from the first half, Astralis coming into this third, even how unlikely it was. Now they have to snap a 5-map loss streak on this very map.
5명 글로
And the last time they've beaten that of Vitality was back in January 2024.
ET도 사실 총이 계속 막 빠지고 그래가지고
So Vitality have had their number.
간당간당했는데
Vitality have had
풀코
everybody's
라운드
number.
이겨주면서 좀 숨통도 트이고
In the second half of
점수 차이
2025, and I say
3점 차로 벌릴
struggles,
수
they've still
있는
been making
좋은
playoffs.
찬스.
They've still been running deep in tournaments. They just haven't been lifting
네,
every
총도
trophy of
지금
every event that they attend.
완미 세계
Do you say
그
that's just
플랫폼에서 하고
a
있어가지고
byproduct of being the number one so for such a
게임
long
소리
period,
중국어로
such a
들립니다.
dominant force for so long? Is that target is on your
근본
back? Is
뒤지게
that your
없죠.
demos are
원래
being
이제
scrubbed
그
from?
It's quite clear that people are starting to get
테러리스트
a better
윈,
understanding of
카운터
Vitality's approach
테러리스트
to the game.
윈
There's no
이거
doubt about it.
무전기
More
소리
teams are
들려야
beating them,
되는데
more teams are taking maps off them.
웬
Yeah, they're not the
중국어가
indomitable force they once were.
And Vitality themselves were saying throughout that streak that they had, they knew that eventually they would lose. They were
rol로 따지면은 이제
definitely not acting like they were
소환사
immortal.
협곡에 오신 걸
under no
환영합니다.
illusion that
이거
they could just do it
성우
forever.
목소리 들려야
well, this will
되는데
just be a farm fest over
네,
towards
이제
A. One out
중국어로
ramp, 4
샬라샬라
out
하는
Palace,
거죠.
and just ripped limb from limb.
아,
The Crocs
롭드
are dealt with.
킬세탁
All
지렸다.
5 staying alive, and just 3 more rounds
트리플
required
킬.
now. But will it be clean? Will it be easy? Because this series has
야무지게
not.
먹고 주고요.
That's the story of Vitality's run at Chengdu so far. The lower bracket is where they had the most amount of ease. But there was some fortunate factors that played into that. We'll never really know what the result against G2 would look like if Hunter was in the server, correct and present.
이모티콘 도배
But they
뭐죠?
have got that ult for device.
He's choosing to take it mid. Zaiwu has as well. Con player could be vulnerable to the boost. Apex having a look.
레전드.
Just around the edge of the smoke. Short thinking about it as well. Warpath.
자,
runs.
디바이스
Having a tough
오브로
day in the
오프닝.
office. Caught out another opening
롭즈가
gap. Conceded by Vitality.
오프닝
It's a
킬.
must-win round for Astralis now. Device has given you something off of that AWP.
혹시 뭐 아스트랄리스한테 통나무 다 거셨나요?
Searching for more as well. Stair progresses Con. Bomb on the back of Hooksy beside him. Oh, a nice work from
혹시가
Hooksy.
A 뚫고 들어온.
Extends their advantage. An opportunity for an Apex multi, but good
에이펙스가
restraint.
그래도 하나
Hooksy keeps himself afloat.
A
Keeps
사이트에
himself alive.
7명 모아서
What is
짜유
going
오늘
on?
미스샷
But that is
임팩트가
mortal after all. Couple of
너무
uncharacteristic
중요한
misses
상황에서 자꾸
in this
빗나가죠.
series. And Apex is the
그래도
one to
플래시와
make the
함께
play, leaping through
트레이드.
the smoke.
자,
Nearly
결국
gets another.
맞췄고
Then Zaiwu finally
2대2.
hitting a shot 2-on-2. Are they going to try and stop the plant? Yeah, they
한번
might try and
페이크.
run him down off this. Yabby can provide the covering fire, at least the
베이팅
trade
플레이로
now.
1대1.
Zaiwu, he cannot afford to let this
자,
go.
장전에서 5발 다 있습니다. 자유. 고트라면 보여줘야겠죠.
And he won't.
아,
On the cross, takes
결국
down Yabby. Just a little flash of
초반에
it.
좀 빗나갔지만
Trying to
결국
cross to the bomb site.
자유
11
더블킬
gifted to
성공.
them. But again, Chad, I mean, this is
아스트랄리스
not
초비상입니다.
a stomp.
Yeah, Apex had to make a very ballsy maneuver throughout that smoke just to try and draw this
잠깐.
back in course. Yeah,
Gifted to them. But again, Chad, I mean, this is not.
굉장히 중요하죠. 네, 되돌릴 잠깐 5초 전으로 돌아갈 필요가 있었습니다. 11대7에서 아스트랄리스 타임아웃.
It was 6-6 at half, which means Astralis only have one round in this half so far. That of 5 from Vitalities, and they know that the money is in the bin for the Danes. It'll have to be a partial investment, and this is where taking a timeout from Rugger is the perfect time. Boys, if we have a pocket strap, this is the time to pull it out. Now, the fact that I see it being Deagle heavy tells me that it's probably not going to be poppy, right? It might be get the default smokes into top pad or window and try and get some space to set these Deagles up to find fights. But this one got damn close, down to a 1v1. 2 rounds away now.
They are really being put through their paces today.
하프가 있네요. 다음 라운드 풀바이를 위해서 디글, 테코, 아머.
Top cat smoke in. Looks he's the only one with a Tech 9. So the worst type of duels that you can give out your Vitality at once where you're committing to a fight at range and the Deagle just snaps off your head.
언더패스,
Trying to make it
미드
as hard for them to be able
컨트롤부터.
to put the bullet right between the eyes. There's fake A again and then the mid work. They've done this a few times now.
And you could be caught with a nade on Apex. He's lucky to still be alive. A bullet finds his head, but his helmet does its job.
욱시가 죽었고.
Flames has got some space.
자,
Nice little maneuver.
들어오고 있습니다.
Yabi sure has jungle, the pivot point, but Rops is watching that. Zywood burrows into the side. Very strong position for an AWP.
Yeah, especially when it's very mid-centric. Stares a vulnerability. Stare just puts himself into the crosshairs. It's easy, but so is that from Device. Nails it. Is there anything left for the Astralis hopes?
If someone else oversteps the mark like
좀 마무리 어떻게 안 되나?
Look at the HP on that as well. You could even hit him the wall bang if you get it right.
월뱅?
Looks like Flames is still on Palace though, so if Device oversteps, it will be the end of their dream of an 8th round here.
Yeah, Apex playing for info. The fact he doesn't go down there.
팔라스.
Oh, okay. They know where Flames is now.
Setup.
야비가 또 잘 막아주고 있고.
Flamesy finds
당했네.
him though. Yabi head removed by Flamesy. Magisk's headshot opens up CT, but there's Robs. Quick to Device. Bomb, 20 seconds exposed to Mezzi. He's not slowing down. Hunts him down, and the 12th quickly secured. This CT run of rounds puts Astralis into 0 margin for error.
I'll make some assumptions of what the post-game might look like, but if it's going to be from Apex, you're going to say he's not impressed with today's proceedings, regardless of the win. Hey, talking about trying to beat Astralis' record from 2018, but there's also the major right around the corner, trying to return to form, looking for back-to-back in a calendar year.
6대6이었는데 역시 또 미라지가 CT 사이드가 살짝 더 센 맵이긴 하거든요. 그래서 바이탈 피스톨 이기고 그냥 엄청나게 앞서 나갑니다.
Not a bad way to start the next year.
이제 마지막이 될 수도 있는 풀바이.
A lot at stake, but I'd say the focus right now is finding the necessary form to play A-grade Counter-Strike.
바이탈티가 또 CT 잘하는
It could be an interesting semi-final if they do pick up this 13th.
The mind games between those two is just like we'll never know the intricacies of. But let's go.
20번째 라운드까지 잘 왔는데 그래도 뉴크에서 먼저 12점 주고 OT 간 경험이 있거든요. 5번 연속 테러 승리를 해야 되는 어려운 상황이긴 합니다.
Nade off, window smoke, no info. Apex. It's going to be set up with a flashbang. Oh, he doesn't finish off the job again. King on to stare, but no kill.
야, 이 스테어 피
nailed it down
1리네.
as well. Good trajectory on that. Does almost half health. Device though. We're talking about this. It's the same thing for Robs. Can't finish off Device. Damage inflicted, but a 5-on-3.
이번 라운드 진짜
forcing the
좋아요.
fight or forcing them to fight. Now, need to make sure
이번
you
라운드는
find the finish in this situation.
5명 대 3명이라는 인원수 차이로 잘 이겨야겠죠.
Three-man gamble stack on the B site. It could be curtains. You need to send a pro that into A to keep the options open. Or one into B to confirm this stack. Stare on that low HP. It's really one.
P 1짜리 스테어
Okay, no
잡혔고요.
follow through at this point. A로 들어간다. They might be maneuvering towards A, but Zywood wants to short, Flamesy pushing that, and Mezzi's still worrying about B apps. Now they hear the cacophony of Future. They know what's up. 3v3.
Yeah, Flamesy's
미친 플레임즈 차이. 갑자기 이게 3대3이 됐어요.
One towards the bench side. They're double swinging. Yabi gets more.
하나씩 교환 2대2.
They're making this one realistic. Flamesy saving Vitality.
Flamesy.
Gets another. They were
미친.
miles away. Disconnected. Flamesy makes it realistic.
갑자기 3대5에서 훅시만 남았습니다. 비상. 훅시가 1대2 클러치를 하지 못하면 아스트랄리스 탈락. 바이탈이 4강 진출. 와, 플레이지 진짜 4킬. 오늘 임팩트 너무 지려요 이 선수. 인페르노에서도 막 4킬. 수비 CT 진짜 세게 봅니다. 플레이지가 멀티킬 돼
Up next for Vitality, they set up their 11th head-to-head versus Mouths for 2025, looking for revenge from the group stage with the stakes at their highest.
A tightly contested.
자, 갑니다. 오늘의 두 번째 쿼터 파이널 매치 퓨리아 대 몽골즈. 몽골즈는 놀랍게도 그룹 스테이지 마지막 날 동크의 팀 스피릿을 이기고 왔습니다. 무려 센주 선수가 벤치로 가고 컨트롤레즈 선수가 처음으로 떴는데도 불구하고 몰로도이가 관중들한테 감성 소리를 유도합니다. 스테이지 무대를 즐기고 있는 몰로도이. 20살 카자흐스탄 신성 오퍼, 올해 가장 핫한 신인 루키 나인탄과의 오퍼 싸움 재밌겠네요. 야, 근데 경기가 바로 시작은 안 했고요. 뭔가 좀 문제가 있어 보입니다. 테크스포츠 걸린 것 같고.
But it's even bigger and it's even better today.
I think this is a really good sign because when we saw Furia play in that game that could have sent them into the semis, they looked really flat. The energy just wasn't there, and you don't really know what it was. Illness, you know, if they were
다른 나라에서는
just a little
유럽
tired on the day,
대회는 안
but they
저러던데.
felt really low energy, and that even reflected in the comms. I think it kind of hung over them throughout the series, even though they went on to recover after the first map. But already, you know, you got Molodoi playing with the crowd, you got Fallen breaking out the bad Fallen. I don't know. It feels like spirits are good heading into this quarterfinal. And Molodoi is someone who, from his very, very first tournament, from his debut in this Furia team, out in Kazakhstan, he was instantly one with the crowds. Not one of these guys that took a long time. And I think that's worth talking about, especially with the Mongols on the other side of the stage, when you think about, you know, their former star in someone like Senzu, but really the whole team had to adjust to stage play. Then you have these phenoms like Molodoi that come along where they just kind of slot right into it.
갑니다.
Nice that he's been acknowledging the crowd in this little tech pause to open up. And let's get this quarterfinal underway.
Let's do exactly that.
피레아가 시티, 몽골이 테러, 폴른이 킥과 스모크를 들고 있습니다. 여차하면 뭐 리테이크 할 때 요긴하게 쓸 수 있을 것 같고요.
New player on this B bomb site. Controllers on that CT side.
근데 A 수비 3명이고
holding strong.
CT가 미드 쪽 컨트롤하러 나가서 사이트가 빈 순간 B 바로 달렸습니다. 몽골 빈집.
And they'll get in for free. Furia were teed up to play retake anyway with double short.
설치 성공.
So they knew there was a chance for this.
자, 그래도 아까 말씀드렸다시피 폴른한테 스모크와 kit이 있어서 리테이크 해볼 만한데, 야, 이 뒤에 플랭킹 돌아오는 거 바로 잡는 거 미쳤네요.
That's a 5v4. That's the leg up, and that
5대
should
4고
ensure some result on this retake.
Easy job's done. This gets hard though. Crossfires, blocks up close. Tank no controllers. Pound back two. Headshots galore for the Mongols. Leave them in a fighting chance. K-Serato double kill, but no time for this round.
와우, 테크노 3K.
Mora out of his seat.
가져가는
with a 3K to start off the Mongols' run in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, other two come from the new boy in controllers. Mara's been loving what he's been getting out of the squad here. Can imagine, you know, it was an anxious couple of days with his absence for the first two matches. First 2 days of play for the Mongols here in Chengdu. They didn't have their coach, they weren't using timeouts, and at times it felt like it was hurting them.
Yeah, especially when they played up against Astralis, even on this very map.
그러나 피리아
really fast-paced game out of Astralis. That nuke map was so one-sided.
와, 근데 몽골 바로 전 라운드처럼 똑같이 B 공격 빠르게 바로 달렸어요. 뛰어요. 폴른 잡았고 디글이 안 당합니다. 포스 바이 시티 단 1데미지도 주지 못하고 3명 사망.
Sweep on the conversion. It's how you want to take it. 5 alive for the Mongols and an easy second round.
This is just what we saw against Spirit, right? The first 4-5 rounds of that T side would just be abuse after be abuse, different splits, blitz late playing mid. It's why we see Fury aware of what they're up against. You still got to stop it. And for these first 2 and likely 3 rounds, it's going to be Furia in the hole.
와,
Mongols
덩크랑
clean.
팀 스피릿전 되게 삼꽉 개싸움하고 스텝업을 더 했나?
910 has been
놀랍네요.
such a powerful player in this
퓨리아가
tournament.
지금 이제 랭킹 2위입니다. 놀랍게도.
He's done his
그리고
best
이제
work, right? At times when we're even
최근에
doubting
썬더픽,
him pulling up the
피셔
AWP
플레이그라운드
because of how
우승을
fluid his
하면서
rifling has been. He's yet to enter the server now,
한 1,
but he's definitely someone to keep your eyes on
좀 이제
if Mongols are
우승
to have a
2번을
chance to
하면서
upset Furia
완전 뭐
today.
바이탈 마우즈 팔콘스 정도 되는 급 아니면은 우리가 다 패고 우승할 수 있다 이거를 좀 보여주고 있었던 퓨리아거든요.
feels like it only works quickly, right? So often looks towards pace as one of his kind of key
플레이오프도 사실
solutions
뭐
to problems.
4강이나 결승까지
Fallen a
가는
bit more of
거를
a master of it.
거의
He'll
이렇게 보고
gladly
있었는데
explore the full breadth of the clock in this game. And we've had some great calling from Fallen throughout this event and really throughout all of this year. Feels like having these, feels weird saying, you know, new pieces, but having these
야
international
이것도
pieces in the
써놔야겠다.
Furious
큰일
squad
났다.
is
이것도
rejuvenating
몽골즈
him a little bit.
경기라서 질문 존나 할
That was
예정
all the while the
사람들.
undertook, you know, switching onto rifling this year. So a bunch of new challenges, but
공지에 써놔야겠다.
in those, Fallen's found a lot of comfortability.
Yeah, there's been so much change, right? It's not just rifling, it's anchoring as well on CT sides in a lot of positions, playing the dirty spots, playing difficult positions. He's talked about how it's been pretty hard to adjust to that. Being able to just focus on his crosshair. Oh, this one's a bit weird. Kaserato's got an AK. You never want to arm this guy.
Definitely not. Doesn't quite get the molly out, but maybe he can still make this work.
공지 걸어놓는데 물어보면은 밴해야지.
In case Serato never gets a chance to even fire that AK.
Nice to see Mongols just not panicking
자,
that position. They know
라운드
he's got a gun out,
한
but no
명의
one
피해자만
stables in.
있고요. 아주
Allowing a
손쉽게
crossfire to
사이트로
be
들어왔습니다.
established for Furia. They just flush him with a Molotov, wallbang the wood. Mongols keep it very calm in
아,
that moment.
펀치주 주면서 물어보면 제가 아주
No
장문으로
panic
답변
yet.
드리죠.
3-0 for the Mongols.
물론 이제 경기 내용이랑 좀 상관없는 거
It's really uncertain where
물어보면은
pressure lies, right? On one hand, you have
답변을 미룰
Furia,
수도
who have
있죠.
every right to win this game against a new Mongols team with a inexperienced player at the top level. But at the same time, you can make that argument. Controllers, these games get harder and harder. These games get more and more important the deeper they run in the
좋습니다. 3대0
tournament. So,
출발.
how's he going to be
이제
able to keep
퓨리아가
up his
총
form?
4호죠 이번
He's had highs,
라운드에.
he's
아마
had lows in this
몰로도이가 또
event so
CT
far. Right
AWP를
now,
사올 건데
4-1. Looking to feel natural in this Mongols team, as we've been saying all week.
테크노 벌써
right in.
6킬째.
돈독이 오른 카우맨.
아니
Even AWPing at times.
야 질문을 공짜로 하는
Mongols
데가 어딨어.
3-0. This is where the game begins for Fury.
아주 유용한 정보 제가 카스2 몇 년 동안 보면서
Gone this whole time, not even really
습한
mentioning
정보
Molodoi, but he's going to
어디서도
don that
꿀통인데,
AWP right
꿀통.
away in this first rifle round.
카우맨의 꿀통을
They both
털어라.
get theirs. You know, in the early stages throughout the groups to kind of get into these
그리고
playoffs,
카스
9-10 was
주머니 좀
instrumental,
생겼거든요,
especially
지금.
during Mara's absence. It felt like in those games, it really wouldn't be too uncommon to see 9-10 the only guy hitting. And many times over, he was the difference
정보료를
maker.
내야지.
And so an undeniable reason as to why they've even made
자,
it
첫
to this
번째
position.
바이라운드 집중해서 볼까요? 일단 몽골이
Might have just saved
탐구해서
Fallen's life.
살짝 클리어하면서
Techno
맵
spam
컨트롤
damage
했고요.
puts him low. Techno
돌아 나가네요.
6-0. Even hit a one tap at the end of last
이거는
round.
A execution을 준비합니다.
Mongols regroup for an A execute after putting pressure on the B side, getting rid of that retake util, but Fallen's called well in this round. The AWP will be left out of the play, but Fallen can sneak inside the
CT가
side.
살짝 커넥터
What can he do here
통해서
though on
미드
low
살짝
health? Unless he gets
쳐다보고
hunkered down inside of A,
미세메요.
there's very
아,
little
상대 안
assistance you
보이니까
can
막
provide from CT
왔다
at this
갔다
kind of
하는데
HP.
이제 정면에서 옵니다. UTL 썼고요.
In he goes.
Tries to play it into the
먼저
side.
엔트리.
You would have loved it if he could even get out with one.
테크노.
Instead, though, Yuri Hot on the heels of his
깔끔하게
captain with the
들어왔어요.
trade, at least keeps this in a 4-on-4. Second swing in the stairs, this time out of Yakinda. As he plays it forward.
다시 트레이드하는 컨트롤에서 다시 트레이드하는 유리 3대2에서 연막샷 맞고 혼자 남는 나인텐 AWP를 들고 있습니다.
Nothing's impossible.
Especially not with the form we've had at a 9-10 here in Chengdu.
일단 정글 둘 커넥터 하나. 와 하나 잡았어요. 몰루도의 트레이드가 아니었으면 진짜 클러치할 뻔했습니다. 와. 이게 딱이지.
Yeah,
you feel like you need the AWP to be trading that, not the rifles, with how quick 910's hitting on his. And at times it's been his AWPing that's let him down versus how good his rifling's been. But that's two very nice shots from 910.
첫 번째 바이라운드 승리. 근데 이제 몽골이 너무 많이 죽였어요. 그래서 돈을 다 털어서 와야 되는 CT입니다.
Liking the eye test from Techno right now, though. He's looking ferocious. Getting really stuck in.
미드 윈도우 쪽. 오, 몰루도이가 먼저 보고 쐈나요 방금?
There's almost clash. A perfect nade from Yakinda puts blitz
살짝 미드 컨택이 있었습니다. 프레시 맞고.
Controllers doesn't panic as he gets blinded.
침착하게 커넥터를 피킹.
Furia just itching to get involved. 4 players waiting, ready to pounce on middle. They find a gap. They might go together.
디폴트 상태로 천천히 상대 찾아다니고 있습니다.
Kinder chomping at the
이번에도
bits.
테러가 미드를 먹었고요.
The Reigns pull back for Furia.
B 공격으로 가나요? 그리고 B 스플릿.
One more of these B splits for the Mongols and Molodoi in position to deal with it.
햇을 지나서 윈도우. 예킨다의 스모크 스팸.
You lose almost all of this split, part of the split, right? And it doesn't look too great for Blitz. He rounds the corner. So now it's just a 3-man apps pop. Molodoi with a swing and a miss there as they try to move in, but the rest of his team have padded out this site. Going to go a long way to mitigate any Molodoi misses. And yeah, there's Fallen and Yakinda keeping it on lock.
CT의 퍼펙트
Convincing looking
라운드.
round there from Furia. They get out with 5 alive, and they stop that short split in its tracks.
Yeah, I think they know what they're up against, right? You've done any homework in this game. You know Mongols are going to be looking to abuse B. You know they're always going to be finding blitz, putting late mid pressure on. Great spam from Yakinda, shooting holes in the smoke, and able to find the first man up cat. Molodoi turns that split into hit. Fallen's so reliable, it feels like, in these anchor positions. So
자,
safe.
테크노만 혼자 AK 히어로
And that
AK
can't be said, you know,
들고
the first
나머지
couple of
피스톨.
games we saw him, first couple of events in these roles,
나인텐이
he's
플래시 2개
definitely found his
스모크를 들고
comfort
있습니다.
on this CT side. Often able
계속해서
to see him live long enough to tether with
몽골이
the
미드를
rotate
먹고 있긴
player.
해요. 항상 초반에.
These grenades are proving to be a
문제는 이제
problem.
사이트 들어갈 텐데.
Blitz last time, Techno now, and Yakinda
예킨다
always eager.
데미지만 주고요.
Mongols have lost some serious health.
야! 플래시!
For that. Easy.
한탄창 쏴서 잡고.
I mean, that's the gun gone. You're going to try and retrieve it. But I don't
테크노
know if
AK가 빠졌네요.
Yakinda
이러면
and
다
Fury are in a
그냥
forgiving mood. They don't look keen on handing
별다른
that
변수
rifle back
없이
over. It's just
글로?
swing upon swing over in middle and another flawless round for
동점이
Fury.
됩니다.
That's
3대
2
3.
in a row now. Money starting to build up on this CT side.
Really annoying round for the Mongols, who got given so much room in middle last time when they put their util down, but they don't have it this time. And Fury just keep re-peeking, poking, prodding. Mongols never get to make their move and make their play. They call out a timeout here, going into the next buy round.
이분이 받았어요.
Techno, only
장갑.
Tech 9.
장갑.
But enough to work with here for the Mongols. You know they do more with less.
저 장갑은 깨끗한 것도 한 10만 원 아래지 않나? 15만 원, 20만 원 하던가. 저 하나 뿌리는 거예요.
Blitz, not the kind of captain to always be setting up his stars and dropping them guns, right? He is very self-assured in his ability. We'll see him rage by AWPs on eco rounds. We'll see him play hero
i9 어쩌고저쩌고 뭐 그런 거 봤던데.
Strong early start from Techno. It is still Blitz on that AK, believing in his own ability.
No, you know, it's one of the things I think that can make him so exciting as a captain. He does have a lot of faith in himself.
자, 돌아와서 두팀 바이라운드인데 몽골즈 테크노 선수는 총을 못 쐈네요.
TWC recently an event where Mongols faced a bit of a shocker of a result.
아니, 인텔 익스트림 마스터즈 대회인데 암들을 왜 줘?
He said, "Oh, myself." And you know, it was so easy for him. Here's the B-pop. Let's see what they can do.
오케이,
Running on
B-pop.
through. 910 holds the line with the AWP. Fallen.
오, 몰로도의 데미지. 아니, 템포에 죽어요? 자, 블리츠 AK까지. 케이세라토도 스프레이 쏘다가. 아니, 이 코스티에 이렇게 나온다고?
Also in the sight and entrenched. 910 on the line does not miss those.
A small detail, but it felt like he wrecked around there. Fallen smoke bounces so strangely. It didn't even look like he aimed in the wrong place.
몰로도이가 그 장거리에서 태꾸에 죽은 게 너무 웃기죠?
And that meant Fallen had to suddenly start playing passive. He had to pick a new
삐숏에서
position.
앱스를 쏘려고 했던 것 같은데.
Went towards short. Didn't get given a fight until Blitz
몰로 테크노한테 태꾸를 어떻게 주는 거야?
Fallen the whole time waiting.
옵스. 버퍼링.
He sees the barrel of the AWP, but he's not given enough to take the kill. So really ugly behold for Furia.
Really ugly 비수비라고 해설이.
Mongols in the hole and 5-3 lead.
I mean, Mongols love it, right? You can't look at opportunity like that the wrong way. They follow through on Fallen's mistake, and we always say he's a real maestro with the util. He's kind of elevated this team's util game through the roof. So yeah, a rarity that Fallen's going to be the one messing up.
It's not like a clipping issue more than anything, right? Just a smoke that bounced back towards him. Olodoy has been very active on the CT side, moving around with the AWP, not going for the window picks, maybe no spawns yet. But back to peek the B apartments. Mongols send their regards.
술탄 케이스를 또 반피 잘
Nade to
뺐고요.
their own onto the window player. This time it's Caesarato. There is a response from Yukindar.
이번에 유틸로 데미지 교환 잘 보고 있습니다.
Especially not with Fallen push back. It gives room.
피리아 시티는 뭐 미드 깐트롤 안 하나요? 항상 대박 났습니다.
And that's round secure. Yukindar guarantees it.
커넥터 연막 속에 몸 반 정도 숨기고 뛰어들어오는 테러를 3명을 갈아버렸어요.
Mongols just to run 3 players through the smoke, but that's the Mongols, man. First time. Perfect position for Yukindar. With backs turned.
스프레이 이어가면서 마지막에 총알 4발이었는데 또 가까이 있는 거 바로 잡아버렸어요.
Window player shuts down the last 2. It's a full house. From the firepower of Furia.
예킨더의 활약으로 4대4 동점. 910의 히어로 AK 나머지 글록 이코.
910 on an AK though.
예킨다 선수는 별명이 이제 잘할 때는 핵킨다고 못할 때는 똥 싼다였던가? 뭐 아무튼 이제 똥 킨다인가 뭐.
It was his rifling that was so electric in those groups.
핵킨다. 8킬 4데스.
Silent this time. Ooh.
They actually have a real good degree of room out here in middle. Flash is great though, and Yukindar going to pounce in on the back of it.
좋아요.
Nothing you can do about that.
죽였어요.
Window smoke, naded open, 910 shut down in mid. That's the hero gun. Gone once more.
아유, 총알이 없다.
As Fury alert for another flawless round. And that's what's giving you a lot of concern here. Sure, you had that one successful B hit out of the Mongols since the guns have come out, but other than that, every round Fury have picked up, it's been 5 alive.
And they're just crushing it in middle as well, right? Mongols just keep getting poked when they're making moves, trying to boost up multiple times, trying to make cat splits happen. Furia just re-flashing and re-fighting together. That's a Furia who were really heavy on the bomb sites. Something tells them it's going to be mid-controlled, even though Mongols walk silently. Furia don't even take a death. You feel like now surely you're going to get an execute from the Mongols, right? Mid control has not worked.
아니 원래는 퓨리아가 정배라니까 우리 방에
So we have Yuri,
이제 몽골 응원단들이
tucked in
많아가지고
sandwich.
몽골이 정배가 되는데.
Fallen jumping B for info.
자, AK 4개를 가져갔습니다. CT.
Something different in this round.
이킨다 10킬에 7,000원까지 모으고 있고요.
Mongols are very quiet. Looks like they want to recommit to B there after this early fake.
유린가 이제 그 엠소 할로드 블루포스퍼의 이제 독도 이즈 코리아 막 이런 거 있고
Feels like Fury are building a good picture of this one.
노크라이 콜
Molodoi not over
독도 뭐
towards
이런
catwalk
거
as he has been
있던데
in previous rounds when he's occupied this B site, but just getting down now. And if we don't
한국 사람이
do, that smoke doesn't scare them, but maybe the AWP will. K-Serato provides cover. 9-10, suddenly the only man actually left in the apartments, and that bomb's going back with Blitz.
비공격을 시도했으나 F에서 두 명이 잡혀버린 몽골.
Out here on A, but they've got to do something with it now.
테크노, 폭탄 왔어요. 야, A 비어있는 거 털어볼 수 있나?
Should be good for a bomb plant, and Techno has just guaranteed that.
술래잡기 예킨다도 뒤에서 오고 9-10 살 수 있나요 이거?
Early, but he takes his chance to shoot him in the back of the head. 2v4 now in this post pop. Pick your positions wisely.
일단 램프에 가서 예킨다부터 처리해야겠죠.
Blitz knows he has a chance to find that 2-on-3
그러나
here and
죽는
now,
건
but he's shut down.
블리츠였습니다.
And so Techno 1v4 ace clutch required. Catches the first man in.
다 죽이면 에이스 클러치.
Aware of this ramp flank. Here's the footsteps in behind him as well. He's got a lot of info to work with here, but that bomb's being stuck and there's nothing Techno can hope to do about it. It's not planted for him, and the round just going to sail by for the Mongols.
6대4.
pick it up in the retake. Everything about that hits hard for them. The Yakindar flank in with the double. Techno's push out in A. Sure, nets that one kill, but they're so far in the hole at that point. It's hard to build your way back out of it.
And because they're 2v4, they have to play aggressive
퓨리아 너무 유리해요 지금. 플로리스 라운드도 두 번인가 있어가지고 돈을 너무 많이 지켰고.
So Blitz away from the bomb, Techno away from the bomb. No one can stop that defuse. As soon as Furia see its default, they just go for it.
마시는 건가 테크노?
Trapping Techno in a cave. And continuing this solid CT-sided run.
And I do think this is one of the things that's so exciting about this Furia squad is the presence of it. Yakindar is a real X-factor piece, right? You're not always going to get these games out of him where he completely dominates, but because of how he plays, he's very snowbally.
Yeah.
If he kind of starts strong, that's going to follow through. Well, right now he's 12-4.
해설이 이제 예킨다의 플레이는 진짜 스노우볼형 플레이다.
Right, he's been pressuring mid. How about this one? Just
이번에는 미드 푸시.
with a nade on the smoke. But it's a little too late. He had his chance.
스노우볼을 불렀네요. 오프닝 패스. 항상 이렇게 하는 플레이어라서 변수 창출형 먼저 혼자 다니고 막.
Molodoi in the
맵을 계속 혼자 돌아다니면서 변수 창출.
Very important that the Mongols find something on the back of this round. They've got a 5v3 that goes untraded.
Okay.
이번에는 CT가 뒷문 박으면서 시작했는데 K-Serato의 스프레이가 더블 킬을 하면서 다시 3대3. 와, 지금 뭐 예킨다 12킬, K-Serato 12킬, 퓨리아 2명 너무 좋은데요.
No one's really in a good position to go and get this.
Who's going to get it?
야, 폭탄 이거 누가 가져갔냐?
Right now, Fury is setting up to retake B. They think this is definitely a B hit.
폭탄은 막내가.
Mongols are wasting time clearing the A side, but it will allow path for the bomb to come through later. If Techno can just buy some time and get a kill, keep the pressure on. Fury will continue to fall for this fake, but the bomb's coming in. They don't know. Oh, it might not matter if Techno gets the glory. There's one right behind him.
우리는 A가 비어있다는 걸 아는데
I mean, now, surely Furia think it's A.
깊숙이 들어가서 B 가자고 했나?
You can hear the footsteps of Yuri over on short.
He goes back.
Blitz is moving back in to join him now over on this B hit, and Yuri is about to leave. Oh, there's the spot. And a lucky spot indeed as Yuri plays it forward. He knows this fight has to happen. You can't plant.
설치 못하면 이거 물리적으로 안 돼요. 이번 라운드 그냥 숨으면 되죠, CT.
Out of the Mongols. as they get a bit lost in the sauce in this round.
Yeah, Fury just grouping really, really well. And even though they get the call wrong initially, it's 2A, 1B, right? They don't know where Mongols are.
선수는
That they've forgotten the bomb, which slows everything down. It still doesn't matter because they do it together. Fury are able to trade contact.
부적인가?
And Techno's 1K in the B bomb site, all it does is draw Mongols in
이게
to
너무
their
컸어요,
own demise. That's
와,
a
윈도우
3v5,
스모크
Harry.
안에서 이렇게 트레이드를
Kaserato's double
스프레이
matches
트랜스퍼.
his scoreline with Yakindar. You said Mongols have to win that round. Well, what about now?
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is one of these scenarios now where if it weren't for the pistol, this would be a runaway half for Furia. The only reason you still kind of feel alright about this scoreline is because of that pistol.
Mongols
And so they're
chaos.
looking to claw onto something, but as is often the case, Furia hit back twice as hard.
빠르게 B
plays it forward, trying to do something unexpected here in a desperate 1v3 attempt.
He's escaped.
그러나 퓨리아 수비 포지션들이 다 자리가 잡혀
He's reset on the
있었고
big flank. He also knows he needs to move quick. Eventually, we'll have to start running if this play is going to work.
퓨리아가 잘해요.
It's a good read. But again, it's just we're seeing Mongols in these clutches, seemingly impossible clutches. They keep getting close. They need to convert one. Could this be it?
둘이 경기 지배력이 좀 너무
in this
높아서
tournament for the Mongols.
몽골즈 선수들이 좀 더 이제 스텝업을 이 라운드 안에 해내야 되는 상황.
Out through market.
클러치 같은 걸 해야죠. 멀티킬에만. 보여주면 되죠, 나인텐도.
Won't be ready for a second in market now. Kaserata very late.
위치
also
땄어요.
saw the departure of Fallen. And now Kaserata on this swing had to close that out. Clutched it out in the way of 9-10. And it is a runaway half. Fourth, if it weren't for the pistol round for the Mongols, this could have felt even more
결승만 아니면은 얼마든지 봐줄 수 있어. 장갑 축하합니다, 몽골 팬.
flawlessly without losing a single player. And that left them in such a good place for the rest of the half.
Yeah.
몽골이 픽한 미라지에서 퓨리아의 8점 리드 후반전 피스톨 시작합니다. 빠르게 A 달려 들어가는데요. 페이드 해주고
winning 5 out of 6 against Spirit.
이 헤드샷이
side starting to crumble. A 2v2 emerges from the disadvantage. Kaserata and Molodoi, number 2 and number 3 rated players of this event.
아니 이건 아니죠.
4 kills from the pair. Controllers 3 health, bomb planted. Impossible.
Yeah, Controllers has actually had some really important clutches for the Mongols throughout this tournament. Some of them very unlikely. But surely this is not one of them. 3 points to help, single bullet from Kaserata, who is in top form right now, would be enough to get rid of him. As Controllers walks in, back turn, Kaserata's never had it so easy.
근데 아까 이제 HLTV 카메라 보고 미소 한번.
He's just kind of been in the sidecar here.
아까 선수들 랭킹 한번 봤는데 진짜 장난 안 치고 자유 동크 보넷이 시로 다음에 전체 5등이 케이세라토였어요. 지금 제일 잘 하고 있습니다.
More excellence from Kaserata. I mean, the game plan on the CT side was perfect for Furia, just harassing mid the entire time. This one feels like it's been handed to them on a silver platter.
코리안 세라토 화이팅.
Got to convert against an expected Mongols force buy. And Blitz is just getting hammered through this window smoke, barely escapes. 3 and 10. But not so much as a savior for the Mongols, just Techno,
SMG 위주로.
who in the absence of Senzu, we've seen be a far more aggressive player. He's been at the front of his team, going for a lot more entry kills, taking the most early fights of this squad.
뭐 메이저 피게만 같은 거 하면은 퓨리아 정배 많이 봐야죠. 작년 같은 팀이 아니게
turned into
됐으니까.
rounds for the Mongols. Nothing's been fruitful here on Mirage. Furia.
진짜 잘하네.
Back to this B bomb site, back to the stack. Does give Mongols a shot. Blitz in a strong position despite low health. SMG's got to tear through Furia if Mongols want a chance in this map.
B2B 3명.
It's the opening out of Yakindar. Fallen also takes up position over here on short. Will fall down. And the boost of Blitz nets them another. It's Kaserata again on these transfers, trying to claw it back. Molodoi left up in the clutch. 1v2. They're wrapping around on short, arms themselves with a Galil. Mazinho could be threatening here as Molodoi tries to play in. And they're waiting to pincer him.
스모크 한번
Can't have
드랍.
9-10 go too soon.
내려올 때까지 모습 안 보여주고.
Fires off early, but Molodoi will make it into the site up close. Deals with 9-10. He's got 10 seconds to try and line this one up.
와우, 연막샷 반응했어요. 1대2 클러치하는
In the blink of an eye, it's
모르도.
all ripped away. Chance to upset early, denied.
관중들한테
But the rookie sensation
리액션합니다.
in Furia.
Yeah, the student learns, delivers a lesson of his own.
이제 몰로도이 선수를 이제 보통 와, 이 선수 AWP 잘 쏜다. 역시 스나이퍼. 근데 야, 이 AK 클러치 대단하네요.
And a frustrating game, I'm sure, for the Mongols, who almost feel like destined to force in this third round. They get 4
연막샷이야.
kills.
아, 기가 막히네.
Just haven't been able to grip on
진짜
in this
루키
game.
오브 더
Free falling
이어
right now on
올해
the CT
신인상
side.
후보
We might not
닿습니다.
get 4 gun
정말로
rounds from them.
대단한 데뷔예요.
Controllers has been the best CT player for the
20살
Mongols. He
브라질
is
팀에
all on his own.
온
Just spotting the
카자흐스탄
B-bomb site as
선수.
Furia come in with 4.
Oh, and he's got a lot to answer for in this round, doesn't he?
도망칩니다.
Team Flash.
팀플래시.
Little awkward, sure, as it slows the roll.
벤치에
It stops the
숨었는데요.
scaling, but
아,
reinforcements
맥텐스
still
플레이
don't arrive in time in
안정적이었어요.
spite of that. Techno having
그래도
to claw one
테크노,
back, dead
아,
on the push, and the trades have felt dead on here for Furia.
럴킹
They learn about
수비까지.
falling on this late lurking mid.
테러가
Zinho,
어드밴티지 4대2에서
push makes it deep in the site with a lot of
오,
damage.
딸피 못
Not going to
죽였어요.
lead to anything. 9-10 with 1. But surely that's the end of the line. And yeah, there's those trades for
11대4.
Furia. Dude, this might be a case for the Mongols where you never get to play a gun round in this second half. They're kind of out of time. What, do you take a partial buy here? Get your first rifle round at 12-4 down. Just brutal to feel like you didn't even really get a chance to play on this CT half.
여러분들의
This game might
통나무
go by without a single full CT gun round for the Mongols.
Yeah, quad FAMAS is a sign
저의
of the
추억
times here.
기억하겠습니다. 예.
Scout a bit too high as Furia
아,
ducked the
20킬
shots, swinging
6데스
out middle.
케이스라토 예킨다
K-Serato is 20
15킬
and
몰로도
6 right now.
12킬
Unreal output. As Furia take their time. Mongols make a move, pushing through the B apartments is going to further
몽골즈 힘을
confirm this A attack.
내야겠죠.
Can they stop
하마스
Furia in
4개.
this form? It doesn't feel likely. Up close, Mizinho. 9-10 trying to provide cover. That
램프
smoke's
스모크.
well timed, but they
점프
just
샷.
jump through. They
와,
don't respect
예킨다,
right now.
씨,
Even an
날라차기.
upgrade for Yekinda. Swung together, Molodoi gets a double.
몰로도의 더블 헤드샷.
30 shots.
That's from CT to the top of stairs. On the flick with the
그냥
AK
잘
double peaked.
쏘네.
And Molodoi makes it look like he's also thinking about switching off the AWP and onto the rifle.
야, 너가 카자흐스탄의
Welcome
덩크
it.
모네시 해라
Doing the
그냥.
dirty job right now, planting that bomb.
And if one thing's been clear in this game, it's that Furia have a great idea of what they're up against. It's something that you always have to tip your hat to this team on. Their prep work, their knowledge of their opponents, and knowing how to kind of change their style and what they're bringing to the table.
아, 폴른
To
형님은
try and exploit that,
인게임
right? You're expecting
리더시잖아.
aggression, you're
오더
expecting
잘
force
내리고
buys.
있죠.
You can never take your eyes off of a smoke. Think about how
예,
many smoke
총은
pushes they
어린애들이
denied
쏘고.
just through kind of stubbornness. The idea that they will come, you know, they will not respect this. Yekinda got that sick little 3K earlier in the game. And I
맞아요.
think even with
폴은
how often you ended up in those weird
그
rounds in the first half, when the Mongols had
장갑
a bomb
트레이드업
site, didn't
했는데
have the bomb, they actually sometimes had
크림슨
both bomb
키모노가
sites at the same
떴거든요.
time. And Furia just kept it so
지리는 거는
mobile to try and
맥스
stay
레드가
ahead.
떴어요.
You know, one of the most mobile teams
자,
in Counter-Strike in this
운 좋은
Mongols
사람은
roster.
그냥
While this was such a
돈 많은 사람은
one-sided
또
series for the
돈
Mongols
버는
on
거야,
their
그냥.
rise across 2024 in the first season of 25, as soon as Furia made this change, we started to see
거의 뭐 한 몇만 달러
better
하겠죠.
games from them,
몇만
closer
달러.
series at Astana, and now just domination in this head-to-head. This will be the third win on
I mean,
Mirage
it's set-
in a row for Furia.
Set such a trend that other
오네스
Brazilian teams
픽셀도
are trying to
결국
copy
버플
them.
사파이어 하나 띄었던데.
MIBR with the budget Furia moves.
Yeah. But you know, it kind of was eye-opening for a region that so often kind of don't look outside of their
경기
own.
갔나요 이거?
And it's nice that
이럴 수가 12대4.
biggest Brazilian organization were the ones
M4는
that kind of
파운스
set that
샀는데
precedent.
I mean, it's Yanko said on the desk, it's the riskiest move. It's the roster move of the year, bringing in these two, not just because
아니, 이게
Molodoi had almost no experience,
스피릿이 올라왔어도 잽이 안
but also because Yekinda was in the lowest stock of his career so far.
이런 몽골한테 스피릿이
You
없다는
just don't
거죠.
want to face K-Sarata right now.
야,
Techno delivers a double at this B-bomb site. It may make this round winnable, but Furia have done it from so many
경기는
disadvantages.
상대적이긴 하죠.
Fallen in Yekinda as well, left up in this 2-on-3. Very much a good pair of brains for the job, but with Yekinda dead back in con, it's going to fall to the
버플 사파이어는 $10,000니까 크림슨 키모노 맥스레드가 훨씬 더 비싸게 나죠. 한 4-5배 더
so he's going
비싸게.
into the stack. And a clean finish out of control.
자, 그래도 포기하지 않고 일단 라운드 하나 12대5
on this CT half. It's not saying
OT
much.
갈 수 있을까요? 아니 21킬 7데스 KD의 3배 아니
Better than never getting a 4-buy, I guess. But no room for error.
피리아 랭킹 2위입니다. 우리가 이제 그냥 브라질 2티어 팀 인식이 너무 세서 그렇지. 이제 몰로도 예킨다 오고 나서 엄청 달라진 팀이 됐어요. 바이탈 바로 아래.
I think Fallen is a very scary guy when he gets the call from the front like this. He likes the mind games. He has a tremendous amount of faith in his calls and his reads.
몰로 뾰이.
And so giving him this many chances might just get it done at the second time of Arsenal.
아우, 그래도 두 번째 게임은 살짝 흔들려가지고 다행히도 트레이드했습니다. 죽일 뻔하긴 했어요, 사실.
He's found an opening and he's creating gaps all across the map. It's on the Mongols now to try and fill them in. 9-10 gets spammed to death. This A site is now under the microscope. Only Muzinho here.
유리가 무지뉴를 백스텝.
But they're closing in on him. The knockdown for Yuri gets rid of the anchor. And a 3-on-2 now for Furia as they're teed up for the win on the Mongols map. Pick and Mirage.
Throwing himself in here.
브리치 앞으로 전진. 그런데 데미지가 컨트롤레드도 잡혔고 GG. 압도적입니다.
Domination over the Mongols fairy tale run.
Remember, Mao's game started 0-5, bro, and then we still came back pretty good to that map overpass against them. So we're gonna find the answers. Don't worry, it's overpass. We're gonna find the answers. Let them be stressed. Let them be 10%.
마우즈 오버패스 0대5로 출발했지만 우리는 답을 찾았다. 그 경기 이겼었나? 여기도 오버패스니까 우리는 어쨌든 해답을 찾아낼 수 있다. 엄청난 자신감이죠. 여기 우리 나와바리야. 우리 맵이야. 그냥 매치 9연승, 승률 10승 2패. 자, 첫 번째 맵 미라지를 이기고 본인들의 픽 오버패스로 온 퓨리아. CT가 굉장히 유리한 맵에도 불구하고 퓨리아의 오버패스 테러는 승률 58%를 기록하고 있습니다. 이대로 2대0을 내고 팔콘스를 만나러 가게 될지.
Molodoi and Yekinda cracking open this bomb site. B250 fires off. It's the Glock that falls first.
블리치.
3-man hold should be enough, and the rotator flurrying in. Mongols have the manpower. Can they find the round? Controllers takes 2 before all is said and done.
혼자 남는 예킨다 1대3. P250이긴 해요. 머리 조심해야 됩니다. 원탭 나요.
He's at least not getting flanked here, right? All 3 fights rolled out in front of him. Now they might just peek on first contact, try and triple swing.
절대 피킹 안 했나요? 테크노 먼저 트리플 피킹. 좋습니다. 피스톨 가져가는 몽골.
So the Mongols, good stuff again in the pistol rounds. That was where kind of all their work was done back on Mirage. So they at least got that in their back pocket to open up overpass. This is to be the start of a rebuild. Something I will say for the Mongols is, you know, in some of these group stage games, it really wasn't uncommon to see a bunch of players go missing all at once. We talked about how 9-10 was instrumental and hands down the reason that they made it this far, kind of keeping the team alive until Mara arrived.
과연 삼각을 볼 수 있을지.
And so it was quiet from almost everyone. Techno was really the only guy putting anything on the board for the Mongols. If you can get a bit of a reactivation from the rest of the game, you will suddenly feel like a very different team.
Yeah, you have expectations of 910 just because he's the AWPer and we're on the best AWP map. The Controllers was the guy on CT side inside of the group stage. Highest rated Mongols player on defense. 1.17. With a 2K in the pistol round, following up here, it's at least a strong start for Controllers. He will be put down though. Yakinda, winning this should be impossible. 3 players. 6 health. They don't know who's here, but Techno holds on to short. And so Mongols will convert.
몽골즈 좀 편하게 출발할 수 있겠는데요? 테러가
It's not a map that Mongols play frequently.
잡혔고 설치
못했고. Heroic in the group stages here. Sure, they have beaten Furia on it before.
와, 올인 박았다고요, 저런.
Since that point, Furia have just been running away, forging a 9-win streak on this map.
자, 이코 합니다, 퓨리아.
Top teams taken as well, including that Mao's 05 start. Game against Vitality at EPL. No sleepers to overpass our Furia, so required early rounds here for the Mongols to relieve some pressure.
Yeah, you really want to get off to a good start because you referenced that win that they had. That was back in the Bishop Playground final in the BO5. A fantastic final, sure, one that went the distance. And when Mongols won that, it was on the back of it. Real nice looking CT lead. They squeak out of it with 8-4. And then in that second half, able to kind of keep things competitive on the back of the pistol, coming through with, 4-spy win and whatnot. And then that just meant Furia essentially ran out of gas by the end of the map. They didn't have the mileage, the money needed to keep themselves in that game. It already felt too far gone. And so you really want to put your best foot forward here. Finding the pistol is already a nice place to be. But this first rifle round, that would be the cherry on top. Especially when, coming into this,
본인들이 제일 잘하는 맵인 거를 이제 출발해서 보여주었겠죠. 몰로도이도 테러에서 5을 샀고요.
I like that acknowledgement, right? Like it may start strong, it may start weak, but it will end strong. We know we can find the answers. Maybe they come sooner than we expect. Yakinda pushes the mid smoke to 1-1, but the MP9 trading for Yakinda's life is worth for the Mongols. Is he going to commit here on the fade? He needs to watch the smoke fallen. Crosshair in the right place puts him down. And 910 went back, maybe scared a connector. Unable to assist or trade his teammate. And if he looks to make a move, 3 Furia players are patient in middle.
910이 A롱에서 혼자
hold the long
나있네요.
position. The call will come in though. They can walk up bathrooms into A. So 910 knows eventually he'll have to play. Will it be too soon?
910 선수가 잡히는 순간
Mollodoy's waiting.
몰로도이 놓치지 않습니다.
So 910 plays into the hand of Furia. And you feel like the round has been gifted at this point.
Well, I think it's another good example of Furia being very aware of what they're up against, right? That the Mongols will be likely to try and bring fights to you, that if you maintain a default here, you kind of hold your ground early on, you have that chance of picking up openings for it, and they've really sweetened the deal here, denying that triple mid-take. Now playing into
잘하면 막을 수도 있어요.
they're anticipating Mongols have rotated away from this one, but they stayed
물론
stubborn in
테러가
this B
플래시가 개
defense,
많긴
keeping
합니다.
both
다
players
피해야
here.
돼요.
So round still on here. Mazinho and Blitz. There's the opener for Blitz. Suddenly it's falling apart. They never moved a muscle, and Furia end up coming to them.
2v4 in just seconds for the Mongols. And no real flashes to talk about. One is thrown in deep, but Furia, they feel like manpower is enough to just break into that bomb site. It really is not. Mongols able to trade contacts so well. Both getting 2.
2대4.
And yeah, Furia, again, they acknowledge it can start slow, but that is the worst way for it to start. 4v2, you've done the work. Mongols would have saved if you walked
출발을 했습니다. 골라운드 그냥 다 죽었고요. 2대4도 지고.
So Furia have to keep their head on their shoulders in this T side. Explosion to B right now. Team that love to use the nade stacks on the pillar. and pop out the monster.
이번엔 플래시 맞췄는데.
Yeah, still it's into this three-man hold.
텍라인 러쉬.
Could get tricky. There's the support from Blitz. He's dead, toppled. And so another chance at a round here for Fury. It would go a long way to making up for the last one. Coming into this with next to nothing, getting out with a bomb plant, it's not bad, but let's see if you can make it better. Techno dead on the push at 9-10 over in heaven, smoked off, blocked on that AWP.
몽골 잘 하다가 이번에는 테쿠 삐러시를 당했습니다. 테쿠에 4명 죽고
Yuri in the pit.
사이트를
peaks
내줬어요.
right as he starts to move in on the bridge. And Molodoi, he wants his orb back.
테러가 또 대박 났고요.
There it is.
옵 떨굽니다.
So no save for the Mongols.
No
they still
save.
can buy their own AWP, but Fury get one for free. Explosion on the B bomb side from a bunch of Tech 9s and some really nice shots. Yakinda onto heaven. And Molodoi.
총 다시 다 돌려 뱉었어 그냥.
It's a frustrating round to lose.
It really
아쉬워하는
is.
테크노.
For Fury, it goes such a long way to mitigating the damage of losing that last little 4v2. You kind of forgive yourself somewhat for giving that one away. Picking it up on your force buy.
쉽게 갈 수 있었던 라운드인데 아쉽게 됐고요.
Keep using this boost as well. Spams problematic. We remember Furia were wrecking Maus. Yuri was putting kills onto exertion almost every time through this wall.
오, 브라질 사람들이 있네. 렛츠고 퓨리아.
Mongols look for some revenge of their own, but only a bit of damage early in
아니
this
방금
round.
대머리 형님 뒤통수에 퓨리아 스티커 봄?
The Kinder and Molodoi working middle together. Molly on the tree, very nice.
트리몰리. 미스샷.
We see them going into a double hold.
Yeah.
That's info at least. You know there's likely a gap over here
A롱
towards the
쪽에
toilets.
CT
So Fallen Code going to
많이
try and move
봤어요.
into that now. Hell of a
유리
pick up
헤드샷
for
브리츠
Yuri.
잡아버리고.
They're ready for this fallback. 9-10, that's an awkward miss. Will it be unforgivable or can he make amends? Second shot lands, but they've already closed in.
3대3.
And Yuri waits. They know about a second player. They know that Techno was also out on long. And that smoke feels like it's just giving it away. Yuri with the catch.
보여서 유리가 준비가 돼
3 versus 2 now. Another advantage for Furia and one they can't afford to give away.
Nice move from Molodoi. Don't put on the bomb. We got Yuri in the site, 3 kills deep, and Molodoi can cover the flank on the orb.
2대3 리테크입니다.
CT alone right now. Controllers think nothing more. Needed a single bullet to start that clutch off as Luzino is saving down on B.
유리
That was a
선수의
very
트리플 킬
scary round, to be
라운드.
honest. As soon as 9-10 gets back to the bomb site with the AWP, you feel like he can bail them out. Fallen swings before his smoke blooms. But there were too many missed shots
아무리
for 9-10
생각해도
on that orb. He had a couple
저번
of chances, both eluded by Furia.
이제 뭐 이번 라운드도 총 나와서 막을 수는 있었는데.
Need 9-10 to be connecting those kills.
Yeah, 100%. You know, he, in a way, he kind of hit the harder one of the 3 that he tries to take. You don't want to feel like it's the easy shots, so what's letting you down.
오, 사자문신. 8회.
And already, you're in a very rough spot on this CT side. You got to acknowledge it. It's only 2-4 on the board, but it really should be about to get better here for Furia as they've broken the money of the Mongols. As is often the case, you can never be sure whether or not they're going to throw an investment in. So I think in a lot of these rounds, you have to play it like you're up against rifles. Well, with the Mongols being kind of one of the most aggressive purchasing teams we have at the top level of CS. Maybe the most aggressive.
9-10. 자, 라이플 2개? 블리츠 샀나요, 이거?
I'm seeing door get naded off every round. It's been some late round door nades for Mongols. It's actually Fury who break it open to let the orb fight. You know, with one of the 2 M4s swings down connector, but Yuri's patient.
M4 들고 있던 무진요가 잡혔고.
So you got to watch out.
이러려고 샀네요. 예, 잘 샀습니다.
Hey, if you go and look at the Molodoi demos, he watches that boost almost every time they go for the con fight. So nice awareness from Blitz.
Just bursted Yuri through the smoke.
ESP 잡고.
They're walking out monster.
5-7.
Oh, Kisarato.
이세라토 그냥 무스터 그냥 걸어서 들어왔어요.
This is still very scary. Fallen might have to just take that bomb to A. Yakinda's still got at least some space.
오, 폴론 형님 장갑 저거 혹시 본인이 뽑은 거 끼고 온
remains on this A bomb
거군요,
side, but
지금.
it's a full stack for the Mongols yet again.
K-Serato's output over the
트레이드업으로 맥스레드 뽑은 김에 그냥 바로 경기에 끼고
for their
오셨네.
success on overpass. And you'll frequently see him, you know, going for these types of plays out through Monster, and he knows when it's too much. He knows when he's missed the window of opportunity. So hangs back for a moment, doesn't offer anything up, and it feels like Furia might just follow through actually with this B hit after all.
바텀 프레거였기 때문에
Going into a
잘
two-man
해주면
stack, but the
좋습니다.
rifle isn't one of them.
예, 이거 테러 시간 없어요. 18초에 3대3. 또 막을 수 있습니다. 막으려면 괜찮아요.
5-7. He waits for their contact. 10 seconds. Blitz dead first. This is going very wrong. Mongols had everyone here, and Furia put them all down. Not a death in that 3v3. Furia walk in with 10 seconds, no room for error, and no error made.
10초에 사이트 걸어
3 rounds in a row
들어와서
for Furia.
이 3명 잡고. 몽골즈의 타임아웃.
Blitz just set them up perfectly.
But I do think that's something that's a lot more promising here on overpass is the good start from Blitz. He's not one of the captains that can really afford to go quiet, what with how he likes to play, with the positions he likes to find himself in. You kind of need output from the Mongols captain.
사람들 많이 보러 왔네요. 여기 또
So whenever he
경품
does have
뿌리나
these
여기다?
games where he just is a
장갑의
non-starter,
주인공은?
it always feels like they're missing a hell of a lot.
이분 당첨되셨습니다. 나비 팬인 것 같네요.
Especially when you consider
위에
the loss
모네
of
씨랑
Senju and the
리코야
loss of
저거?
firepower.
아,
Even some experience at that.
약간 저도 안 쓴 별로 안 기뻐하는 건가요?
You're going to win this game against the Furia in this form.
노랑 반장가.
I mean, this round is going to be worth a great deal in shaping up this match. Mongols, they're all in. They took a bit of a half investment in the round prior around that saved gun. They have mostly everything they need here, but they are all in. And if you come up short, suddenly this T side really starts to pick up steam.
또 중국의 브라질 사람들
He's going to pull away from Monster at the right time. He's tucked in on the barrels. Meanwhile, Mongols are focusing on taking water control, and so Mizzino's made high damage, but he can't follow up. Furia, red carpet into this B-bomb site.
They move in. Calling players on the rotate down at CT. Blitz able to claim one back. There's a lineup. Bolodoy and Yuri.
유리 또 트리플 킬했어요. 두 번째 저 멀티킬. 와.
He's left in a 1-on-3. Last to
엔트리 너무
arrive
잘
for the Mongols.
썼는데요.
And he might just have to bow out of this one.
Unless...
세이브 해야겠죠.
But no, Fallen's tucked in. Great Molotov there.
사이트에서
wanted to throw
포지션
themselves
잡고
into
안
that bomb
나옵니다.
site to help out what was a weak hold. They were throwing short water util.
봤는데
It's disallowed.
시간
This save
지났고
may be the same. Molotov
설마
every time he's gone hunting for this
몰로도이가
AWP. 910's learned his lesson though.
잡으면 난리
Survive back in
나요.
the bank here. Doesn't need to be running for
잡으면
this
난리
one.
나요.
Molotov creeps in and 910 will
그래도
survive with
5분
his orb. So
지켰습니다.
that's something here for the Mongols into a low economy round. You know Mongols deep down want to buy, getting again 4 kills.
결국
With everyone on
퓨리아는
3400, you wouldn't be wielding
어떻게 보면 이제
M4s.
오버패스에서 약간 이제 정배 라운드라고 볼 수 있는 4대8 테러 4점에
So lead
도착을 했습니다.
available.
이코스트리 컸다.
Furia again from a slow start look to recover their T side.
5점까지 가면은 이제 몽골즈 어지러울 것 같은데 이번 라운드 돈이 없어가지고
Alright, not a bad way to open 9-10. You would have loved for
블리츠는
that to have been the
오버패스에서
kill.
완전히
He's committing.
각성하긴
Run
했네요.
away.
Yeah, stubborn on this. I mean, he knows, you know, they desperately need to get out of this position they're in with their backs against the wall.
어이 머리 못
Oh, you're in
썼어요.
trouble.
And they close in
아
on 9-10.
910이
Another
5을
chance
떨어뜨립니다.
to be the fire starter, be the guy to get the round
큰일
going for the
났네요,
Mongols, and it's another swing and a miss.
First couple of
didn't even
shots were
swing.
missed. Yeah, first couple of shots were missed by Molotov. He could have just taken him.
그래도 컨트롤레즈가 AK 하나 들고 오긴 했는데
Orb is handed over to Yakinda.
5분 떨어졌어도
How does he AWP with how close he sits to his screen?
He already is open on the AK.
해설이 방금
Good wallbang as well.
모니터에 코 박고 딱 쏠 수 있냐 이런
It's not
건가?
guaranteed
얘기인가?
round though for Furia, despite the lesser weaponry. The flank isn't playing, it's waiting for the commitment. Right now, Furia are being forced
오히려
into
잘
A.
쏠 수도
Yeah,
있겠죠?
and that's nice from Techno, right? Just playing insurance policy, making sure they can't rotate
나
down
모니터
con and
안에
look for that
들어가고
B
있습니다,
site.
지금.
It allows this triple stack to be maintained and
와!
still be effective.
플릭시아
Mizzino
맞췄어.
up close. That's the bomb drop now.
Flank
But he's
now.
lost his teammates. Flank gets
What?
activated. It's Fallen with the turn. Mizzino.
빠세.
Fallen puts him in a casket.
딸피 까비.
2 off of him. A 180 onto that
폴른이
flanking
방금
player.
기가 막힌
And an important
플레이를
trade to
했죠.
stop Mizzino. That's all the while. He's low on HP.
Fallen Rifleman still got it. 180, first bullet headshot when he's dinked immediately.
폴른 180도
This is
헤드
a thing of
원탭.
beauty. And even the second
와!
kill feels like a
브라질
requirement with
레전드.
how far his teammate is and how low the clock comes.
터닝샷 헤드 원탭을
Fallen
보여줬어요.
saves the day.
180.
And head in hands for the whole of Mongols, because that was a near eco win. Furia keep up this streak.
Not a bad time to bring out a gimmick
노
like this.
스모크 스팸
Little boost to
헤드샷.
pepper damage
오프닝
down
킬.
through connector. And I mean, look at how low
데미지는
all the Furia
좋아요.
are in the
시티가
first,
한 명
not
죽긴
even
했는데
30 seconds of the
체력
round.
레전드네.
Falling at 1 HP. Yakindar on 2. Yuri
P1,
also a shot
P2
away
모임.
from death. You only have K-Serato and Molodoi in a position to get away with much if you're Furia.
몰로도이가 더블 폴른한테 교체를 했습니다.
How do you win this? You've been in a fight
이거는
before.
테러도 체력 부담이 심각하긴 하네요.
Falling gets to don the AWP.
P1에 오글 들고 있는 폴른.
Ever
먼저
since giving it
던짐.
up, you feel like the few times he gets his hands on it, he looks to come up with the goods. He looks to deliver you around. But at 1 point of health, even the wind blowing in the wrong direction would be
RPS로
enough to
이송
get rid of
느려지게 해야
Fallen here.
된다고요?
Crazy.
하르코프.
K-Serato runs out monster. Another player on low health.
그럼
All of Fallen's
P1에
up as they
폴른도
panic
킬?
rotate. Fallen's waiting with the AWP, and
어떡해?
no one needs health here apparently. Furia do
K-Serato
more
더블킬
with less.
미치.
K-Serato spotting Blitz in heaven. The bombs running in.
유일한 희망
How are
블리츠.
Furia winning these positions as cleanly as they are?
A 가서 설치할 거야. 너 헤븐에 있지.
K-Serato, he risks all the health of the team on a monster smoke push. And he comes out with the goods.
플로리스예요. 아무도 안
That's just
죽었어요.
wild. There's 52
P1,
health of
P2,
4 Furia players, so
P26으로
that's
세
shared
명이
between them.
딸피로 시작했는데 아무도 안 죽었어요.
And they go on to close the round with
어떻게
5
했죠, 이번
alive.
라운드?
I feel like Mongols are crumbling right now, right? It's not just the look on their faces, it's just the rounds they're losing in
몽골
this game must
쿡드.
really hurt. Mara's using 2 timeouts already in the first 10 rounds. And Mongols
세
haven't
명
made their
합쳐서
classic
체력이 30이 안
overforce
된다.
mistakes. They've been playing it by the
몽골은
book,
말
but
타고 가라.
other than that one crazy 2v4 early in the game,
그러네요.
They've
뭐
had
수영은
nothing.
못 하니까 말 타고 가야죠.
And just the idea that, you know, this streak, this lead, this really strong position is found for Furia on their T side of all halves. Even that gets you nervous, right? Touched upon it last time. The last team to beat Furia on overpass was the Mongols. Since then, they've gotten better. They've grown stronger 9 in a row on the map.
so much frustration in this game. I really can't blame the Mongols for feeling that way.
몽골들
does not
랭킹
respect
1위
this mid-smoke. He does not wait. At
한
9-10
달 하고
again,
설마
dead early.
원나라 왕조?
They run right past Con, but they go back and check it out.
예킨들 더블킬. 아,
The tip of the
바이라운드인데
spear.
시티 2명이 1분 30초에 사라졌어요.
No way!
No way! 스포크 스팸.
You just feel like everything's against you right now. If you're the
몽골즈
Mongols.
박살납니다.
Bomb hangs around over here in mid on the back of Molodoi.
Not even worried. Why would you clear this? You're not going to live long enough to.
그렇죠. 청두에서 몽골 가려면은 이제 그 유비 총나라에서 저 씨. 절대 못 갈 듯.
Even in this moment, Furia patient because everything's paying off. They just tap out the last 2.
It's so concerning
Back to
just
the
how many
Floris.
flawless rounds now in this series
GG.
Furia have picked up.
수고하셨습니다.
Through back-to-back in this game.
피리가 너무 세네요.
You know, nothing gives the semblance that the game's fully out of your hands as these type of rounds.
0대4로 출발해서 몽골즈 너무 많이 긴장 풀었네요. 이뭐 테러가 7점 따고.
anymore and waiting for the Mongols' aggression, you know, like at least if that's how the rounds are going flawlessly against you, you kind of but at least rationalize
아니
it by
퓨리가
saying, well, we're
최근에
playing our
우승
own
두
game,
번
they're
하고
ready
랭킹
for that.
2위긴 해.
But no, it's largely Furia bringing the
팔콘스도
fight.
이겼어요.
Oh.
그리고 오버패스는 바이탈리티 마우즈도 이깁니다. 주력 맵픽이고.
And as we've learned in this map, close does not cut it for the Mongols.
오버패스가 이제 통계상으로 CT가 55, 테러가 45 하는 맵인데 방금 퓨리아의 오버패스 테러 승률을 봤는데 58%였어요.
Is that task obtainable?
잘하네요.
And you just can't stomach the 2 8-4 halves. This one even more forgivable than the last. Again, feeling like the pistol was the only time you could do anything.
예킨다 또 멀티킬.
Yekinda has come into these playoffs like a man possessed. Two fantastic maps now, and just constantly outgrowing the Mongols.
He's had a point to prove on these T sides. And another seemingly unlikely round for the Mongols. 3-on-5, bomb moving in.
진짜 그 리퀴드 그 예킨다 맞는
surprise, but not for long as that smoke fades. This one
그러면
is looking
설마 트위스트도 리퀴드 탈출하고 세이지에서 혹시 제2의 전성기를 보여주나요?
albeit an unlikely one.
리퀴다
Furia haven't exactly had a lot of time to
기능승?
get super comfortable here. They're still trapped in around the dice box, but Kato and Yuri, the fans of Furia, see them through.
Date with them right now as they move over to the CT side of overpass.
Yeah,
표정이
you just don't
좋지
have a lot of
않네요.
room to
장갑
breathe
선물을
here if you're the
받았는데.
Mongols. Exact same
야,
situation
그래도
as back on
팩토리
Mirage,
뉴로
where
주지
all
않을까?
eyes are on this pistol round. If you don't pick it up, we already saw what happens. You're left feeling like you don't even get a chance to play.
플롯 등급을 쌀먹하진 않겠지? 후반전으로 왔습니다.
One of the folks that believe
테러에서
pistol
8점을
rounds are
따버린
a bit
퓨리아.
wildcardy. You're leaving it to a coin flip to decide whether or not you get to continue
CT로 와서
in
피스톨 라운드
Chengdu.
준비를 하고
Look how
있고요.
long this stack is going on right
넓게
now. We've got two
퍼져 있습니다.
connected
굉장히
players,
넓게
two B
테러
players,
5명
and we've got Yekinda still
볼트 플레이.
spotting middle at a minute and 10 on the clock. Escaping
예킨다
out long
에롱.
may be difficult, but Techno not given the kill he was waiting for. Yekinda able to go back to middle and maybe renegotiate. Very late and connected here are the Mongols, but Fury
자,
have not
여기
wavered in their setup.
커넥터에
Yekinda here's a flash up toilets. They're going to come for him. Bomb here. Blitz needs help. There's no one to stop Yekinda, but down in connector, a kill does come through. Molodoy overwhelmed
잘
as well.
싸웠는데요, 테러?
Yekinda, he's got to spin like a Beyblade. They're coming from all sides.
와,
He's
예킨다가
done a
계속
really good
뒤에서
job of dodging
괴롭혀요.
contact, but he can't run away
근데 플래시
forever.
맞고 죽겠죠.
Finally,
이제
his time
2대4.
is up, and they flush out a very slippery Yekinda
테크노
from the
뱅크로
toilets.
들어갔고요.
Techno on this
볼은
aggression has
잡고.
given one away. You hope that doesn't
에이씨.
come back to haunt you. Fallen now takes the line, playing it early out
오,
towards
플래시
bank.
다시 한번.
K-Serato on the rotate up
연막
as
뚫고
well.
나와서.
Fallen tries to close the
K-Serato
distance.
1대3.
K-Serato
K-Serato 1대3. 무진유가 더블킬 잡아주면서 몽골즈 희망이 살아 있습니다. 아직
The
피스톨을
Mongols have
이겼습니다.
a lifeline now.
Yeah, but not much room to wiggle here in this T side.
지금 몽골
They can't afford to lose to a force
팬의
by.
거의 뭐 비명 소리가 들리는데요.
You know Furia will be bringing that in with the lead they have. Chaotic communication, I'm sure, in that round for the Mongols as they have to go back and forth multiple times over to flush out Yekinda and the players in con, but Mongols get it done. Can they make something of this match?
테러 맥10 3개?
Didn't even get started in that second half of Mirage.
맥10 3개. 이러면 또 은근히 CT 포스바이 총들이랑 이 MP9 3개 이렇게 Let's go 뿌리야. 백샷.
Never get too much time to
예킨다
rest.
잡아냈어요.
This force. Some aggro moves to open up out of Yekinda, but it will get
Bishop으로
punished.
들어오면
Hung around out there in mid.
MP9 2명 같이
Isn't given a fair
다니면서
fight.
Bombs here.
잡아주겠다.
on its own with Blitz over in Con.
블리츠가 혼자 폭탄 데리고 다녀서 조심해야 되고요.
This is the timing, but they know about these con players, so Blitz gives it another check after giving the bomb to his team. Backstab. No one's watching. Blitz made me feel like he had the timing on that cross. He did not. Kayserato gets up and gets out.
It's him going back to drop the bomb. A move he had to do if he wanted to maintain Con that created that gap. Kayserato finds it and gets out with this 4-on-4.
몽골즈 25초 남았습니다. 사이트 들어가야 되고요.
Here at the A site, but you just don't have time to consider any other options. You have to follow through. And now Fallen's just blocked you with less than 20 seconds left on this A play.
Gotta go.
You're gonna have to push through the smoke.
It's a
10초
Mongol
specialty. They burn out Molotov. They'll clear Fallen. Kayserato can't resist. And so the Mongols put in a tight spot, still get through.
우리 MP9 하나.
Confidence is brimming for Furia, so it's like, why not attempt it? They're going to let Yuri give this 1v3 a go. He'll get spammed out.
8대6. 그리고 방금 CT 포스파이였기 때문에 이번 라운드 더 넣고 그러면 8대7.
Yeah, skin of their teeth though, right? You don't feel good about that round. At least Mongols get those entries, all of them instantly. And a Molotov to burn out Molodoi, but one kill in that position goes the way of Furia. I think Mongols lose the round. Good flash through the smoke for Messino.
Interesting here. Kayserato grabs an M4.
I love
Kayserato 히어로 M4의 B-사이트 수비 부스팅.
He's going to end up on an MP9. Funding this team to buy up in a round like this to give it a go.
야, 컨트롤레즈 시원하게 더블킬.
Considering you have that short boost employed to try and watch for the connector run off, door blowing off and everything, you feel a little disappointed. The controller's still got all this space, but that's on him playing it fast with the Mac-10.
또 컨트롤레즈가 맥10으로 트리플트했기 때문에 돈을 많이 벌었습니다. SMG 킬보너스가 높아서 테러에서 5을 살 수도 있겠죠. 9-10.
It hasn't panned out, but if you hold on to the gun, it's no harm, no foul. You still have a full buy in the next.
몽골즈 부활하는데요, 점점.
It's all right. Clean finish here for the Mongols.
Yeah, save's probably not realistic here unless Kayserato battles out of it though, because they're holding B from both sides.
잡아주면은 너무 좋고요.
With the Mac-10. It's a good position for Kayserato.
Controller's made a step as well.
오, 총구 보고 긁었습니다.
Now they know about the M4 in play, and it should be your top priority really to try and get this off of him. That's a nade.
That could have worked. That could have worked. If it didn't hit the girder,
heaven.
Either way, Blitz will finish it off. But nice idea for the Mongols there,
1.4.
who now have reason to believe the T side coming into the first 4-buy. And as said, Fallen takes the MP9, allowing his stars to rifle. Molodoi AWP2.
이번에 퓨리아가 봐야 하는 것까지 잡아주면은 진짜 몰라요.
With 8 rounds, now faced with a similar prospect.
Yeah, neither orb really yet to dominate here, but it felt like 9-10 had the large degree of missed opportunities in that first
히어로 M4 샀는데 그래서 폴런이 희생을 했습니다. 나 그냥 MP9 들고 오, 예킨다 먼저 죽었어요.
Has decided over this T side that he wants to do battle with Yakindar. He's down to play at that same aggressive pace. He's down to challenge him, and once more he's secured an opening for the Mongols.
예킨다
even further damage to Kayserato. Aggression out short is tamed by controllers. He's a little boxed in right now, but his team can still make headway on the A site. Up long goes the bomb. Controllers mollied out, has to smoke it quick. 3 health difference as he tries to survive.
야, 총알 피했어.
Fallen, one more bullet will do it.
어떻게 살았냐?
Faking footsteps, controllers will not move a muscle.
폴런이 방금 발소리 내면서 페이크 등전.
He could. Instead, he's holding for the scale.
Just heard the reload close though. Messino could drop down.
이거 소리 들어가지고.
Dead man walking.
아하, 먼저 좋았습니다. 무진여가 킬 준비하고 있었는데.
Smokes available. Molodoi puts it down.
AK로 바꿔서 빠져나가는 폴런 4대4.
Forcing Mongols perhaps into a very late round yet again, and Furia make that gamble happen. trusting in Fallen's call. 3 on his top side.
The Mazinho only commits to that clearing con now. Like he's had multiple chances to have been involved in this round. Instead, he might just be left as a passenger.
아까처럼 또 시간이 부족한 상태에서 A 공격하는 몽골이 그러나 이번에는 몰로도의 답이 있습니다.
Over on long. You tell Pepper in the site, you've got to get a move on Mongol's pace is not normally a problem.
10초 안에 A 사이트 들어갈 수 있나요?
Full rotator Furia has already arrived and it's not even needed. Kayserato gets it done on his lonesome.
아, 공격이 조금
and so this round goes nowhere. It stalls out awkwardly around that connector fight. And with Molyneux holding on to long, you were never that worried. Final timeout as well. In a high-pressure game, they used so many in that first half. This is Mara's last chance to have a say.
Yeah. I feel like Mongols really overcomplicate that with the... Fallen's faking them pretty hard, right? He's making footsteps, he's reloading, he's running around like there's more players there. That's perhaps why Mazinho
마지막으로 최종적으로 사이트 들어갈 때 시간 부족한 거를 좀 계산을 해야 될 것 같아요.
And clearing cons so late in the round after controllers
분명히 5대4 어드밴티지 가지고 시작하긴
It's Fallen
했는데
who makes the perfect call in the calm that there's no way they're coming B with me in this position here. I've got all the info. There's not a lot of time on the clock. They would have to full reset Monster, make that gamble happen. Molodoi drops a bomb. That all but confirms it for Furia.
컨트롤즈가 계속 예킨다 미드에서 먼저 잡아주는 게 되게 좋은데.
Maybe see some of that.
자, 이번에 몰로도의 예킨다 푸시 나왔습니다. 분수대.
In a chaotic round for the Mongols, it might get worse.
잡고요. 설마 더블킬 휴.
Hey, that's the Yakinda way, but it will let him down again. Fall into controllers once more in this head-to-head.
빅터의 몰로도이.
Could have gone out with one there.
Yeah, considering how problematic Yakindar has been for the Mongols across this series, it's great that Controllers is able to rival him. Great that he's able to match up.
That's your top player
more than just one man in this Furia squad. Everyone is having their rounds, having their moments. And so sure, you're able to beat Yakindar, but then you go running into this kid, Molodoi. 2 quick kills out of the connector.
And what can you do? Mazinho knew he had to take that fight. They had him trapped in con. There was nowhere to go.
게임하기 싫어질 것 같은데요.
Molodoi.
Oops.
Lightning fast. 4v2 is even in the A site in time. Now they have walked past Kayserato.
돌아와서 또 사이트에 있습니다.
But he takes one more before all is said and done. Molodoi with the cover. Molotov pushes him back, pushes him wide, but he gets one more shot in this round. Pre-fire does not connect, and Molodoi goes on with another multi-kill on the AWP.
I think this just felt great about watching the development of Molodoi. Was this idea, you know, in the early few events, thinking back to Astana and what followed, sure, he made a big splash. But there's always the worry with new AWPers. Firstly, are they going to get counted? Are they going to have that strong opening? Because everyone's been unfamiliar with them. And then they start to figure you out. Doesn't feel like that's happened with Molodoi at all. I think he's really worked on taking shots that count, right? It's no longer about throwing 3, 4 shots downrange and converting on 2 of them. This guy has very true aim, and usually when he fires, it's rarely a swing and a miss.
Yeah, the best part about that is in 2 of those 3 fights, Mongols know what they're peeking into. They know who they're fighting, and they still can't stop him. He is so quick.
그리고 또 다른 외국인 노동자 2호기 예킨다. 더블킬 너무 잘했어요.
Put down, humbled, trying to stop them picking up that AK. But that's so oppressive from Yakinda. Fearless gameplay out of Furia right now. Rubbing salt in the wound, and the Mongols, it stings.
야, 요즘 잘 나가는 오퍼들 다 닉네임 M으로 시작하네. 모네시 몰로도이, 몬더풀, 모로키, 몬파이어스.
And no support.
Yeah, 910's just so far away. And so essentially Mazinho 1v3 for this site control. He's looked for the AWP. He has been able to pick it up. 910's going to arrive as well. This lull in the action, giving enough time for his teammate to get in.
무진요 MC라서 기대했는데.
It's right when you cut one head off the beast. Feels like 2 more grow back. You deal with Yuri here. Just ducks out. Knows that time will be wasted. 910 has angles to clear before he feels comfortable. And that's given time to Fallen on this wrap round.
폴론이 뒤에서 옵니다. 정면에는 케이세라토 설치 누르면 죽어요. 11대 7. 마라코치.
Chaotic round has had some wild moments. You're caught by Mazinho up on long, but you find a way to get composure, to slow it down and leave the pressure on the Mongols, and that's what Fury are really doing. That's what Fallen is a master at, and it translates across to the rest of the team so nicely.
And at no point have Mongols really felt in this game, and I think part of the reasons is these rifle rounds, right? It's again a 4-round lead at the start of their CT side and a 3-round at the start of their T side. Since that point, 0 rounds. Once we hit 4-bys for Furia, Mongols hit the wall. They got that 1-2v4 at the start of the game. Nothing else in rifle rounds since. When Furia are armed, they are impossible to get through right now. And Yakinda, he can buy a rifle, he just doesn't want one.
MP9.
Putting them down with the MP9. Controllers alone. Blitz at the back of connector with the bomb. He cannot scale here. He cannot scale on his own.
테크노 4K 선수 진짜 4킬 14데스네? Oh no.
Look at him go.
No way, no right to be getting away with this, Yakinda.
The wheels have fallen off. It's so crazy you don't expect the third player. Because Mongols are just making moves on their own, autopilot.
야킨다가 MP9으로 해줄 거 다 해줬죠.
Yakinda,
더블킬.
another double incon. Is that 3 in a row?
커넥터를 지배를 했습니다.
They're going to group, look for some solace over here towards B. Site they've largely left untouched in their T campaign.
가겠어요, 이거.
Going into Fallen and Yuri, you've at least strayed away. Oh, never mind. Kaysarato's just moved down as well. So you're going into the triple stack. It's a 3-on-3 for the B-side control. You're wounded, you're hurting. You're trying to play contact because you want the element of surprise. 9-10. Techno! Rally the troops with some keen shots. It's only Molodoy into the stack, no problem. Apparently.
2라운드를 이겨?
And so a very unlikely round, not the one you would have said the Mongols had dead to rights. They were playing right into Furia's hands.
자, 몽골 컴백의
If you
희망
can get a last-minute surge from 9-10 to find you something in these rifle rounds. Maybe there's still hope, but they're on the less favored side versus an entrenched Furia. It's a step in the right direction, but this will not be easy.
Second gun round in the game for the Mongols, right? The 2v4 on B and now the 3v4 on B in the T side. To be fair, they are the second best team at this event in winning disadvantage rounds, those 4v5s. Second to Falcons, winning it 36% of the time, but
너무 잘 들었습니다.
how reproducible can it really be?
그리고 돈이 많았던 CT 다시 한번 바이. 엄청 풀바이는 아니고 라이플 2개 쌀먹을 했습니다. MP9과
바이7. And even then, I'm doing them a bit of justice by including 4 spies within that.
그리고 또 9-10한테 OB 있고요.
The track record just isn't there. You kind of have to set a new standard for yourself here, Mongols, because what they've shown thus far is not good enough.
이번에는 예킨다가 커넥터 미드 전진을 하지는 않았습니다. A롱에 있고요. 몰로도이가 오브로 A 수비. B에 3명.
If Mongols win now, they do break the money, and it's a very different conversation.
이번 라운드까지 몽골즈가 이길 수 있다면 CT의 돈 마르면서 2점을 딸 수 있지 않나. 야킨다, A롱.
Can they find the light? Yakinda, a man who only deals in multis, might have to do it again.
And his hard counter controllers here. Techno will rise up to do it. 2 targets on screen, overwhelms Yakinda. Smoke to try and nullify Molodoy. You know this Orp's output, you know what he's capable of, and you hope that smoke constantly applies pressure over on upper. In a 5-on-3, Furia can't spare players, can't spare resources, and they kind of have to respect this smoke. So that leaves just Yuri in the B side. One man would have to go above and beyond, and Yuri stalls, tries to play late, that molly stops him. Kaysarato on the drop down gets denied, and Molodoy's save is far from guaranteed. 1 versus 5, and they forced him down towards lower.
1대5.
There's aggression here. And he hears them coming his way. That's a nice shot on a controllers. Could have been the collateral. But they will find Molodoi. That AWP removed from play and money broken for Furia this late in the game. The Mongols will get to have a say on overpass.
And despite how unlikely it felt, right? Even Furia, it was going perfectly. For most of the map. One timeout now used, their first one in this entire game. Because everything has felt perfect, but Mongols have broken the money.
연패 보너스가 없습니다. USP 프리콜을 해야 돼요.
And a map that has only been close because of the pistols and conversions the Mongols have found. They now get the chance to capitalize with rifle rounds.
진짜 이거 몽골
eco, and even the following buy will not be pretty for Furia. Safe to say, Mongols have bought themselves away in this game.
여기서 예킨다가 한 명도 못 죽여줬고.
It's never too late in Counter-Strike.
퓨리아 방금 올인 샀나요?
Start believing again.
USP 프리코입니다. 아, 올인 같다는 게 통나무 넣었다는 얘기죠?
Yeah, last time caught yourself unable to stop believing, ended up with your mind blown on overpass. So let's see. Little push down through the connector on pistols.
USP
things do get weird. Things do get wild. This is often the case with the Kindar down here in Con.
Why not?
몰라요, 이번
two guns here.
Got to speed these rotates though. I think Mongols look like they just want to hurry into this A bomb
빠르게
site.
A로 급하게 가는데 유리
You have the gap. No, you have the room. Yuri going to try and beat them to it, but the Mongols still have this timing.
Good smoke. It might provide a bit of cover for Yuri to get out.
Thinking about a save here.
TT 이거 두 명 세이브.
I like the save actually
AK
because Furia know that their next buy, as I said, will be weak. It's only 2,400, so you may as well keep your guns. You get better buys, you get more util, you get kills.
TT가 AK 두 개 확보. 다음 라운드 준비.
So if you keep these two rifles, drastically improve your chances to
컨트롤 레즈만 데스가 압도적이네. 20데스는 지리긴 하네요.
Would allow Mongols
모든
to
라운드 다
level
죽었네.
the score out. But they've got to fight for them.
14킬 20데스랑 7킬 14데스랑 누가 더 나은 걸까? 킬은 훨씬 많이 했거든요. KD는
Fallen buys an AWP for Molodoi, omitting armor as he does, dropped an MP9. If that doesn't show Fallen's dedication to his role,
많이 죽는데 많이 킬하는 사람들 적게 킬하는데
I don't know what will. He's playing MP9, no Kevlar, in a full rifle round at 11-10.
간다. 진짜 중요한 라운드 왔습니다. 와, 부스팅이 나왔어요. 이런 변수.
He's not even sure where he just died from. That AWP on the boost.
죽을 진짜 여기서 죽냐 약간 이 생각 들겠죠. 그 틈을 쏘았습니다.
Thank you, Fallen. Thank you very much. Boosted.
Oh, and he's in the right place again. Round the corner, Molodoi with a blinder. And that's where they give him the AWP. Molodoi! It's all they needed. The key to unlock victory for Furia.
폴른의 후계자. 카자흐스탄에서 온 20살 올해 루키. 에이스.
And the arena calls for the ace. They want Molodoi to find them all. He wants it too. He's got the bomb down here on long. He's got no ideas of moving. Mazinho, how are you supposed to succeed where four others have failed?
우진요가 A롱으로 갑니다. 몰로도이가 대기 중. 에이스. 일단 장전.
Leaving nothing to chance. He's put a fresh mag in. But Molodoi has no plan of missing this.
아, 예킨다가 죽일 것 같은데?
Mazinho made noise and Yakindar would have heard that.
몰로도이 왔어요.
Yakindar says, Molodoi, come get it. This is your moment. Molodoi with all five to find match point for Furia.
매치 포인트 만드는
Putting
퓨리아.
them on that path to the semis. And that's why Fallen trusts this guy like no one else.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year 나오네요.
Pickup of the year. Risk of the year for Furia.
커넥터를 쏴요.
They
와.
put this guy out of absolutely nowhere.
그리고
And he looks
A롱에서
to put them in the
나인텐
semi-finals.
잡고 테크노 잡고
Mongols
브리치
momentum
잡고
stamped out.
에이씨.
And Furia look to finish the job in regulation.
먼저 12점. 자, 몽골즈 OT 만들 수 있나요? 아, 오프닝 킬이 나와버렸습니다. 4대5.
That have always been putting up numbers. Kayserato throughout this series are forced to be reckoned with. Opens up this final round with a 5v4 for Furia. Flash play out on the monster side and Fallen Court just looking for info. That's the 910A that we
2점
repeat.
차긴 해요. 그리고 이번 라운드 총 다 샀어요. 방금 에이스에 주눅들지 않고 라운드 이기면 연장전에 찬스가 있습니다. 아직 경기는 끝나지 않았어요. 근데 예킨다의 이 푸시 블리츠 잡혀버립니다. 예킨다는 정말 전진에서 변수 창출을 너무 잘하죠. 롤킹을 성공하고 다시 어드밴티지를 가져갔습니다. 컨트롤레즈가 조용히 B슛을 미는데 뒤통수 보였고요. 뛰는 소리 들고 음악소의 케이세라토 3대3 설치 연막 끼고 910 그래도 트레이드 해주면서 2대2
And so it might have to be all Molodoi and Yekinda to carry this one through.
몰로도이 예킨다 테크노 910의 2v2 발소리
Wrap around for Yekinda, making noise, keeping pressure on. He's
일부러
not
좀
being
소리
quiet
크게
about
낸
this
건가?
lurk.
헤븐의 몰로도이를
Hoping
위해서
again that they can tee up Molodoi to find that kill that brings him in. And there he is with it, lightning fast.
1대1.
If you blink, you miss it. Molodoi closing in.
봤어요,
One
위치 알아요?
chance to make this happen.
그리고 킥 해체
So close. He had to be.
클러치 해냈습니다.
He's the captain.
그의 이름은 몰로도입니다.
Molodoi locks in semi-finals for Furia.
The imports output another miraculous round, and how can you not believe
짜릿한
in this young
오버
player?
캐리를 보여줬습니다.
A buzzer beater, an impossibility.
홀른이
go all the way.
AWP를
2-0.
맡긴
Mongols shut out
남자.
on the stage. This Furia team is playing unbelievably well.
And in a round where
슈퍼스타의 탄생입니다.
all the difference, there is no offer you would rather have.
야, 4강전 재밌겠네요. 팔콘스 지금 제일 잘하고 있는 모네시 대 몰로도이 오퍼 싸움을 볼 수 있게 됐습니다. 퓨리아의 4강 진출. 몽골즈는 센주 선수 벤치라는 충격적인 뉴스 이후에 컨트롤레즈 선수 끼고 이번 때 참가했는데 플롯 진출 잘한 것 같긴 해요. 스피릿도 이기고. 네, 여기까지였습니다. 몽골즈도 수고 많았습니다.